know we could do much better.
This competition is huge. If you can't cut it, get out.
From all corners of the world, 10 teams have come to London.
So far, this has been a disaster. I don't care what you won in the past. This is the Elite Series, for crying out loud. I expect better.
They're here to compete for a title worth more than money can buy, under the supervision of a man famously hard to please.
No one is going to make a fool out of me.
Mr. Deacon's hunt for the new Rocket League champions continues.
My spies tell me you've been giving it the big one. If you carry on like that, you can forget about Shakaron. You'll be Shaka gone.
Don't talk to me like that.
Shut up. Think you're a coach now, Doomsy. You'd be better off driving a coach.
Well, actually...
You're a total shambles. You're fired.
You're just a presenter. You can't fire us.
Why are you even wearing a suit?
Well, I just want a bit more respect.
Roll tiles.
Week 2 of sorry, got caught with my foot there. Welcome to week 2 of Rocket League at the Elite Series by Gfinity, delivered by Domino's. I am welcomed and joined by 2 of the finest, and a return to Damascus. You're back, week 2,
finally,
season 4. Lovely to have you back.
Feels good to be back.
Are you trying to copy me with a suit jacket, or are you just trying to be smart there?
I've been using it before you were even
okay.
tried.
Oh, okay, starting early there. It's lovely to have you back. Where have you been? What's been going on for Damascus?
I was just in Paris last week. I've seen Epsilon winning a tournament as well, so it's been a fun Rocket League week, and obviously following Gfinity. Good to be back home.
Oh, beautiful. We'll get to talk about Epsilon in a bit. Stumpy, we're back. You've got your laptop, Rupert, as well.
He returns, the mighty return of Rupert, isn't he sweet?
No, he is indeed very sweet. Now, I'm excited about it. We had so many goals last week. What sort of was the highlight for you? What's the standout performance?
Ixo, I think, coming out of into his debut, scoring the second most goals in the Elite Series for Season 4, now second on the table, along with Cassio, just about pipped to the post by Maestro, getting 7, Ixo on 6, highest score per game in his team of hashtag. I think Ixo, personally, he has done such a good job on establishing this hashtag roster as potentially the best one we've had yet. Okay, joint second top goal scorer with Cassio. Looking at the results there, hashtag United got off to an absolute flyer against the Army. Fnatic, Epsilon, beautiful contest that one, and 3-0 Method over XL, and then Team Envy 0 points against Reason Gaming. Bit of a shock that one for those boys. Envy, do you reckon, Damascus?
Shock they're good, but Reason has such a good team. I mean, Cassio obviously is an absolutely amazing player. I mean, you mentioned Ixo as a standout last week, but I think Cassio deserves it pretty much equally, and I would even go for Bilbo as well. We have 3 newcomers in the Elite Series, and all 3 of them played absolutely amazing last week.
Sub first week.
Exactly.
Doing very well.
You need to be the top 3 to progress in this tournament. We say goodbye to the bottom 2. This is an opportunity for Vitality. They haven't played yet, so that is why they're on 0 points in Group A. Group B is looking good as well. Let's have a look at the fixtures today, gentlemen. Highlight one of those matches that you sort of think is going to be a real duel.
Vitality Reason. Like, obviously, Vitality is the team to beat current champion. Some of the best players in the world in the team. And Reason is just a solid team. They've shown it last week. They're going to show it today again. It's going to be a really interesting challenge.
Okay, and what about yourself, Stumpy?
I would normally say Vitality Reason, because obviously Vitality is such a massive team, and Reason was such a standout first week.
But we want people to stay throughout the show.
I'm going to have to go for match number 3 in the form of Nordavind and hashtag. We've not seen much from Nordavind, obviously, because they've not played yet. But a lot of teams are fearing them, so I want to see what exactly they are scared of.
That's like you've got the word on the street, you know that people.
I'm good, I'm down with the kids.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Listen, I know, and I'm looking over her right now, she is in the crowd. It's Ariel Free, my co-host. If you'd like to come down and join us and sit in the audience, she's got all the details for you.
I have indeed. I've immersed myself here in the audience. This is where you get a bird's eye view of all the actors. There they are, waving to us. And it's always an amazing atmosphere here in the Gfinity Arena. So if you always thought, I want to go to an esports tournament, I've never experienced that, this is the place to do it. I'm going to show you a bit of a tour. So this is the touchscreen. I'm going to be here later with Stumpy and Onset. They're going to be breaking it down for you. I don't touch the touchscreen because it often breaks when I touch it. So we'll just like show it and then move on. So we've got our crowd here. How are you doing, crowd? Are you here? Are we alive? Are we feeling good? Can we all clap? Everyone clap. Give me some rose. See, they'll do anything that I ask them. It's brilliant. They won't actually. But also, if you come down and watch our Esports Elite Series, you might even get some free pizza, which, let's face it, boys, we like a bit of a lunch, don't we? Like pizza?
I like my calories. It's good to get them in.
Calories.
I like my calories.
Unsent Shogun, how are you doing? How are you feeling about today?
I'm feeling excited. I mean, it takes a lot to make either of us morning people, but
we're very much today, aren't
And
we?
that's because we've got a good crowd. Now, a little bit of insider info. These guys have got their own monitors here, so they can really get all the detail. This is why they're so good at their jobs. They've got a helping hand. Quick prediction from you both?
Come on. For the first game?
Yeah.
Vitality.
Vitality. You sure about that one?
Yeah, I'll join Vitality.
Oh, boring. Come on. What about Reason? They're here too. Now, those guys are going to be taken to the stage very, very soon, and they make the journey down these stairs from the infamous Players Tunnel. This is one of my favourite parts of the Gfinity Arena. It makes you feel important. It makes you feel like you're going to win. And then they have to walk through here into the Players Stations. Now, we do have Vitality and Reason up first. Oh, hi, guys. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm actually going to play some Rocket League. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just going to... I know we're in a link right now, but hey guys, how you doing? Nice to see you. Can we play some Rocket League? I really think you are going to win with me on this team. And my car is pink as well. You guys know me so well. There you go. There's a bit of a tour for you. If you want to come down to the Gfinity Elite Series Arena, get down here. All you have to do is head to gfinity.com/tickets. Right, we got this, guys? Very peak. How is your hair so shiny? I love it. I don't know. There we go.
Well, there you go. Well, Onset has gone early doors on Vitality. If Ariel is stepping in, I think he might change that prediction a little bit. Gentlemen, let's look at Group A. Let's start with Vitality. Talk about their lineup and what they've got on offer and who Ariel has kicked out of their seat.
I mean, previous champions, of course, Vitality, coming from their fantastic wins throughout Season 3, only losing a single series to Hashtag, which was also Hashtag's only victory. So quite a weird sort of way that they've got through there. Managed to win in the finals. It was 4-1 versus Envy, of course. But this season, they have dropped Freaky. Typically, for their main roster in the Rocket League Championship Series, the Worlds, they have got Scrub Killer, sort of a young lad. Can't play in the Elite Series, unfortunately, because of age differences, so instead they picked up a Nexo, who is a former Envy sub. Lots of team-based information there. And they've had a disappointing finish in the Worlds, so I'm excited to see what they can do here with a slightly altered roster.
If you're taking 288 combined shots, you're bound to get goals eventually. And the save...
76, mate, apparently.
Well, that's not a bad stat. Would you expect more, or is it just, you know, opportunities that gets backboard and then dropping down?
If I heard that in the form of a ratio, I think I'd understand how many that was, because that's what I'm used to. I can't figure out
that's like about 25% profit.
Is that 25%?
Very rough math.
That's fine. It's average, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Decent.
Damascus. Now, I've got to ask you about this lineup. The Freaky, Stumpy's highlighted, has been moved on, not there. Why and who is the new player that can he fill that role of Freaky?
It was a bit of a surprise not to see Freaky dropped, but I mean, Scrub Killer is a great player who plays on RLCS with them. Unfortunately, he's not there with us. But we're going to have Nexo, who's also an experienced player, used to play for Envy. Did not play on Gfinity, though, because iGnite was the man that was on the main roster for the last season, but definitely a good player, talented. The main question is, I'm not sure how he will do with these guys. I've seen last week Fairy Peak was playing with Nexo in a tournament in Paris Game Week, and I felt like the chemistry was not really there yet, so I think my main question today will be, Fairy Peak and Pashin know each other, obviously, and I think they're a bit infamous right now for that last RLCS game where we saw 1 million double commits and the chemistry didn't look that great, so I think Nexo's role is huge today, as in, you know, you need to be the glue between these two players and make it a bit more solid.
Okay, he needs to be the glue. Is it more difficult coming into a tournament in week 2 when everyone else has a game already?
I think you're somewhat on the back foot, but at the same time, you're seeing how these teams are adapting to LAN. Especially, we've got quite a few new players. All of their debuts coming in. Whether they are going to be taking advantage of that, really pressuring them and hoping that they make errors is sort of something to be seen, obviously. The further on you get in the weeks, we see how confident people get. We've seen even from like season 1 to this season, how confident everybody up there is now on the camera and just getting used to having eyes on you physically, not just through a screen. So it'll be very interesting to see how these guys end up doing. I'm
looking forward to all of that banter, which will ensue, I can guarantee it. Listen, we've already mentioned that this lineup raced to victory last season. Here's a reminder of how it all unfolded.
This series finalist.
I'm very excited for this one.
It's the clash of the Titans.
It's Renault Vitality taking on Envious. Are you ready? 1-0 to Team Envious. Vitality taking your game number 2. Overtime then in our game number 3. Oh, Brian is very big. Wins the game for Vitality. This is a huge swing game in the series now. Drops it for free kick! Again, Vitality win the game in overtime. Free kick! Crowns Vitality your champions!
Rocket League winners are Renault Vitality!
There we go. There is that Vitality team getting the win last year. Gentlemen, they're up against the fans' favourites in the form of Reason Gaming. Last-minute addition to the Elite Series this year. Do you feel like they've got enough firepower in that team?
Well, yeah, they're a little bit of a pickup team, right?
The pickup team, but like, I mean, the 3 names alone, I mean, Chakaron, we don't need to introduce him really. Pugsy as well had an amazing season and he's an amazing player. Calix is probably a bit of the wild card on this one because his last season on Gfinity was quite difficult because on that, I think he only really started to feel comfortable on the last game, a bit too late for him, but a talented player as well. So I think it's like, you know, when 3 good players assemble, you expect big things, but
yeah.
do you reckon it's going to happen?
Yeah, and obviously winning the Renegade Cup Open qualifier, what's this about? To anyone new to Rocket League, what is it about?
So basically the Renegade Cup is a series of 4 community-run qualifiers sponsored by Psyonix. They all do it in their own way. There's been 2 so far and then 2 more coming in December and January, culminating in the finals in February. We've just had Open Qualifier 2 for an event called the Thunderdome, which is one of the coolest names ever. Also not copyrighted by Mad Max, we should put that out.
Okay, cool.
Not copyrighted. Shogun did check when we were doing it. But yeah, so in the end, Reason got through into the finals on Thursday night, and they beat Secret. If any of you guys know Secret out there, they also beat Nordavind. So they've had a bit of a way through there, got it in the end, and honestly, Reason looked so strong throughout. They did incredibly well.
Yeah, and that was Freaky's new team, wasn't it, I believe?
Secret, yeah.
So, okay, so now at the Thunderdome, it sounds noisy. Obviously, you've got this that joke fell so flat.
Hang on, wait a second.
The Thunderdome. Just fine.
Okay.
Reason, they beat Envy last week. Those boys, do you think they've got enough to take on Vitality today?
I personally think they do. I mean, obviously, Onset and Shogun ended up saying they think it would be Vitality, but I think Reason, they're on such an upswing at the moment, right?
Yeah, they have the momentum, which, as you said, Thunderdome games were amazing for them. And, I mean, Vitality is still struggling with chemistry issues right now within the players. So I think it's going to be both teams figuring out, team play throughout the series. I'm going to go for Reason as well.
Okay, all right, gentlemen. I've asked them their opinion. What do you guys think? We want you to get in touch. Leave us questions in the comment section on Facebook or tweet us directly at Gfinity using the hashtag, it's very important, the hashtag, hashtag Rocket League. Today, we have set up a poll on Twitter. Who do you guys think is the team to beat this season? You've got 4 options: Vitality, Method, Epsilon, or D for Other. Ooh.
When do they play?
I'm not familiar with Other. Maybe this is the secret Freaky's playing for them. Maybe that could be the secret. There you go. So get online and make sure you let us know who you think is the team to beat. Right now, I want to throw it back up to our favourite area of the Gfinity Arena for the Elite Series. Is Ariel in the players' tunnel with Calix?
I am indeed one of our youngest players in the tournament. Now, Reason got off to a brilliant start last week. How are you feeling about this week?
We are definitely pretty confident because we scrimmed a lot and try to be more comfortable with each other. But yeah, it's going to be hard for sure.
Are you a player that gets nervous before a big game? Because Vitality are probably going to be one of your hardest matches, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay as calm as possible. But of course, I'm a bit excited.
Let me see your hands. Are you shaking?
Yeah, a bit.
Oh, a wee bit. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. It's Rocket League, you can do this. Do you think Reason's got what it takes to get to the top to win the Elite Series?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How are you feeling as a team? Have you been putting the hours in together? Are you communicating with each other?
Yeah, as I said, we try to practice as much as possible and like try to fix our mistakes as well and stay positive, of course.
Who's your biggest threat in Vitality?
Sorry?
What player is your biggest threat in Vitality, would you say?
I don't know, maybe Fairy Peak.
He's got great hair, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really has. Maybe if you like grow your hair, it'd be like, I don't know, might some lucky charm, but he uses really good conditioner. Right, I'll leave you to get playing the game now. You've been working up to this, you're keeping count. Thanks so much for speaking to us, Alex. Back to you, Tom.
He just needs a big warm hug just to get ready for this, but he's got the ability, he has got the potential. It is nerve-wracking coming to the Elite Series. It is, but how can people get over those nerves, Damascus? When you're playing Rocket League, how do you get the best out of your abilities?
To be honest, it's like at the beginning it's getting used to it because being on the stage, people watching, the noise around is quite hard on the nerves, and it's definitely experience, but it's also the fact Rocket League is a team game. You're with two guys who can help you, feel more comfortable. It's very important to have a good, at least, communication between the team, just to be comfortable and not scared of doing bad. Being
comfortable, Calix is 16. Does age play a part in this?
I think it can. I think a lot of players, they can fall prey to having a lot of pressure on them, thinking, okay, I'm here, I'm young into the Elite Series, especially on sort of having a fairly bad season in Season 3. But at the same time, a lot of players can rise to it. You see some of the most confident players we've got, they are sort of below 19 years old.
Maybe the fear factor doesn't play into it. They have no fear.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know how bad life can be.
Okay,
so.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Life's real.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is difficult at times. Listen, I want to welcome the team that everybody is potentially fearing at the moment. It is Vitality. For that team, you have Nexo, Pashi, and Fairy Peak. And they are taking on today. Do you need a hug at some point? Yeah, just to make yourself feel better. Okay, perfect. Well, let's welcome out the reason, guys. It's Pugsy, Shakuron, and Calix. I love it. He says he's not that confident, but look, Calix is stood in front of all of his team. He's not together. Look at that. A little high five as well. Come with me as I walk over to the casters area. Gentlemen, this is going to be a juicy contest. If Ariel was in the lineup for Vitality, would you still pick them?
No.
Okay,
yes.
That's fair enough. Now, Shogun, what do you reckon about this match? I don't know whether Ariel said what your prediction would be, but what do you like about both teams?
So, Reason Gaming are kind of a surprise, because as was mentioned on this, they're a bit of a pickup team, but at the same time, I don't think there's actually any team in Rocket League in general who are playing more than these guys are right now. They're playing in all of the weekly tournaments, they're scrimming on top of that. If there's any team that is going to be playing towards their best and getting better throughout this entire tournament, it's going to be them. Reason, I think it might be a bit too early for them to beat Vitality, but it's going to be a good shout to see whether or not, towards the playoffs, whether or not they're going to be a big threat.
Okay, Shakuron or Shaka gone today, what do you say?
As always, Tom, my prediction is 100% correct, so I'll be getting back to you at the end of the series. So
Okay, unbelievable. Listen, gentlemen, I look forward to this one. First match, week 2, it's in your hands.
Thank you very much, Tom and Shogun.
This is scary.
The duo people didn't know they wanted, but by the end of this, I'm sure they will know that they want. It's a big game that we've got first up. The opportunity to see Vitality for the first time so far in this season of the Elite Series. A little bit of a change from their regular lineup, obviously with Nexo coming in, but a very strong lineup, our current champions.
Yeah, absolutely. But for Vitality, it's been a very rough off-season for them. The RLCS just never seemed to click for them. They're coming into this with Nexo, who is a very outstanding individual performer. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do on this roster and whether or not he can help with the positional and rotational problems that really plagued Vitality during the RLCS.
And the interesting thing is on the other side of things, and I think Stumpy alluded to this just as we're about to kick off in game number 1 here, on the rise, Reason Gaming, these three have come together. The chemistry seems good between these three. It's kind of the match of Vitality, who have been on a little bit of a slump, where we've got Reason, they're on the up.
I just want to point out very quickly, Reason Gaming is they're going to start off the scoring in game number 1. Immediate mistake from Renault Vitality. But Reason Gaming are coming into this as a franchise in Rocket League, 10 series win streak. That has been going on since Season 2, where they were undefeated. They got the win last week. They are a team that has serious history behind them.
Yeah, the interesting thing is there was the man who was saying he was feeling a little bit nervous at the start of this one. Who gets the first goal on the board? It was Calix. And it was a little bit of a mistake, I believe, from Pashi. And look at this, Pugze putting pressure on. And I wanted to ask your opinion on this man that we were just watching there, Pugze. He had a fantastic week one for Reason. He was the standout player, in my opinion.
Absolutely is, but the hardest thing you can do in Rocket League is achieve consistency. You can play really well, your highs can be really high, your lows can be really low. But if you can keep yourself consistently good, that makes you so valuable, especially in a tournament like this. We see more pressure being put down.
I mean, this has been all Reason so far. Vitality, they've got to wake up a little bit at the start of this one. So this will be a best of 5, I believe. So first of 3 games will be the winner. And he's forced another save there from Pashi. Pashi does make contact this time, but Chakaron again, that ball in the midfield, and they're keeping the pressure on.
Still going to be in the blue side of the field. Finally, I think Pashi can get rid of this, but really didn't have much to aim for. Nexo's done a great job trying to chase this one down. Just a minute into this game. Going to be Calix all the way back. There's too much of a heavy pass, though. But no one from Vitality is really positioning that aggressively as they look to try and break down. I think for the first time, Vitality are going to be in the offense.
Ball into the middle. Very Peak's looking to make something happen, making that Batmobile as big and wide as possible to try and get an offensive touch on the ball. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for him, and Reason are going to get the ball clear, but Pashi is going to recycle this one. Chakaron gets the clear there with the challenge. Calix gets the demo as well. No boost to work with, though, so possession probably going to go back to Vitality here. They do now get that ball away, and Pashi is going to bring it forward.
Going to be Calix. He's going to be required, but he can't get there in time. Pashi, from the half court, will lever it into the top corner.
Yeah, it wasn't just bringing it away, was it, Shogun? He was finding that top corner, as you say. Vitality with their first meaningful effort on goal, and it turns into a goal.
Honestly, I think you've been around me long enough now to know that my favorite strategy is just to hit the ball really
as hard as you
You
possibly
get
can.
it, you understand.
Listen, I care about you, but that's for another day. Very big then. Taking back now, you can see him working with his teammate. They're going to come into the middle here. Pugsy's trying to challenge that one, but he's going to get beaten to it now. Calix looks for the pass out to Chakaron. Chakaron looking for the pass out to Pugsy. Might be an opportunity here for Calix. I believe it was Fairy Peak, though, who got a vital touch, and now Nexo's going to bring it away.
Nexo's done a great job shadowing this ball every single time he moves forward. He's just waiting for someone on Reason to get a touch and just looking to block immediately afterwards. Chakaron from the half court. He's forced to save from Nexo. Calix, he wants to infield, but that's going to be immediately cut out. Nexo stepping up right now with his positioning. 2
big saves coming in from Nexo. Passy's going to be beaten to the ball, though, by Chakaron. Ball drops down dangerously in front of the Vitality goal, but they can't convert, unfortunately, Reason. But these guys are giving as good as they can get here. They're really making Vitality work hard.
Absolutely, Chakaron. He just wants to try and get a good challenge. Fairy Peak will be an option to try and bump, but instead Fairy's just going to get it out a little bit further forward. Calix,
great
all
pass.
the way out. Nexo can't get there. Pugze puts it to 2-1. What a start to this series.
Fantastic pass inside there. It's from his teammate Calix. The man who was nervous is showing no signs of it whatsoever. And Pugze, the standout performer for me from week number 1. Great contact, beats the player on the line. It's 2-1 to Reason.
That being said, I don't think the shot was really all that incredible. It was a bit slow, right down the middle. Need to sort their positioning a little bit on the defensive side, raise up Vitality. They're thinking to themselves that they're just a little bit too in control when they're actually not. They need to respect the offense of Reason. It's going to be out long. We're going to have an opportunity to listen to some of the comms, I believe.
No boost, coming back.
Yeah. I'm stuck up
post, one there. Keep going.
Yeah, no more boost.
I'll go.
Yep.
Take my time.
I'm on mid boost.
He's first.
Yeah.
Take
Double.
back boost, yep. One there. I'm on the back one. You.
Nice in.
Ah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So there it is. Renault Vitality managed to tie things up there. The challenge from Pashi. But interesting to talk about the communication a little bit. One thing that I wanted to highlight there is as a little call from one of the Reason players saying he's first. And that's more than just saying he's going to beat me to the ball. That essentially is telling your teammates to drop back and look for that second ball.
Yeah, it's a very loaded statement whenever you say he's first. That is you saying, guys, get back right now, defend, just prepare for the worst. Rocket League, a very fast game. You really don't hear much on the comms because you don't have the time to communicate. The words, you know, turn around and say, oh, we're going to rebound. By that time, you could have already rebounded and scored.
Speaking of rebounds, there almost was one there as Chakaron tried to make contact of that ball as it came off the backboard. Can be played off the sidewall now, Pugze. No boost to work with here, but does manage to steal that corner boost. Calix back into the middle. You can see Chakaron's waiting, and Chakaron finds the back of the net. Great play from Reason Gaming.
And Reason are finding so much success down this right-hand side, constantly passing off it. And once again, Vitality, they just haven't got the positioning right. Someone needs to be out there to try and get to the ball, try and challenge the player. Whenever you're in that corner, it's not hard to try and predict where the ball's coming from. It's very difficult to pass anywhere else, but Vitality, once again, out of position on the defense, and they're too slow.
He's in gaming, given everything in this game, number one. Just a minute left on the clock. The scary thing for them now is, can they hold on to this lead? Because you know that flood of Renault Vitality players is going to be coming towards their goal. I just want to see Reason continue the way that they have been playing so far, but take the game to Vitality, keep the game in their half, because it's been so effective for them so far.
Yeah, they've dropped every single lead they've had so far. Reason Gaming, they cannot afford to drop this one, especially as they get towards the clutch. Here's Nexo. It's sort of a whiffed shot, but I think he knew he was going to get challenged. That demo on Pashi is absolutely massive. It means that there's going to be no follow-up from Renault Vitality as we head towards the final 30 seconds of game number one. And Reason Gaming, a team that was effectively thrown together a week and a half ago, could be about to take game one from our Gfinity Elite Series Season 3 champions. Oh,
Very
Pashi couldn't quite get there in time, but what a chance that was.
Big, long clear from Very Peak. As you say, Pashi nearly turned it into something. Ball into the middle, Calix slightly high, but on the follow-up, Calix crossbar over the line. That is going to be the game going to Reason. And Calix has got to be feeling good about that.
This is one of the matches to watch today, and it's turning out to be living up to every single moment of the hype. Reason Gaming are going to take game number one. Renault Vitality, they're going to have to wake up here because this has been unexpected. But remember, Reason Gaming, they took an unexpected win last week, and they're going to look to do it again.
I can hear the comms in my ears from the players as well. I'm not sure if you can hear them at home, but it's all laughs from the guys on Reason Gaming. They are loving it right now, and quite rightly so, Shogun. We were saying neither of us are really morning people. God damn, that was a fantastic game. That has got me in the mood for this series.
Absolutely. Now, here's the worry, though. Vitality, notorious for being very slow starters in series. We saw it during the RLCS when they were trying to qualify against PSG. They ended up dropping the first few games, and they finally started to play better towards the end, but that was after they made it too much work for them to actually make the comeback. Vitality, they're going to get better throughout this series, and the question becomes, can Reason just stay that step ahead?
Yeah, it's a good question to ask, and I'm just looking at the stats on screen at the moment, and the player that we were kind of keeping an eye on, the Calix said was the one to watch as well. Fairy Peak. No goals, no saves, no shots.
No, it's a very quiet offensive performance from Vitality. I just don't think they were expecting how aggressive Reason were on the rotation. There was a lot of times where we sort of looked to it and just said, okay, Reason, they're probably going to head back now. Instead, someone turned around, went for a challenge that you normally wouldn't expect to see from them. And not only that, they were winning those challenges. That allowed everyone else on the team to turn around and just go, all right, offense round two, boys, let's go for it.
Well, here are the reactions. You can see it here. And obviously, Greg and the coach behind these Renault Vitality guys is going to have a little bit of work to do. He's used to handing out those fist bumps when things are going well, but we have seen in recent times Vitality on a little bit of a slump, and it's a case of now, what have they got in the tank? You know, what's going on as far as, you know, that mental strength is concerned. Let's see what they have now. Gregan's going to be trying to bring that out of them.
Absolutely. Reason Gaming, though, they're going to be just so happy, and it looks like some of the audience members are very happy with it as well, but looking at this next game, there's a couple of things that need to improve. I want to see some passing plays. I don't think we saw a single passing play from Vitality that entire time, and that's getting them trapped in their own side of the field. Because if you just try and clear long, we're way beyond that in Rocket League. Someone's just holding the midfield. They can just blast that ball back into your side of the field. They need a few passing options. They need a way of opening up Reason.
Yeah, they really do. And I mean, we look back at Vitality and the goal that they scored, I believe it was in the finals last season, was one of the most fantastic passing plays that we saw throughout the entire season. So obviously they have had a roster change, but that ability is, of course, still there. Let's see if they can do it in this game number 2. We're underway.
Actually, pushing forward originally. Calix is going to have to do some very little boost, but he's done incredibly well with it. And a double commit, that's going to be massive. Reason Gaming can push themselves up, and Pashi forced to move forward as quickly as he could. Did not want to allow the numbers game to come up against him, but we can already see the passing play from Reason, trying to force some sort of offensive movement. Remember, they scored it in the first 10 seconds last time. Can't replicate it this time around, but now we're going to see over to Pashi. He's demoed at the last moment. Calix is stepping up.
Huge demo coming in from Calix there. I think Fairy Peak was just expecting that ball to be falling straight onto his hood and get a strike away on goal, but as you say, the demo from Calix just took him out of the game at the vital moment. Obviously, Pugsy challenging the ball. Calix is going to get a big clear upfield. Pashi should win that, but no. Problems being caused in the middle again, and here comes Shakaron challenging. Again, Reason coming out of the traps with this aggressive playstyle.
It's not that these passes are all that quickly either. Pashi actually gave that one straight up to Calix. Calix wanted the double tap, but he's not going to be able to get it from that position. Now it's Pugsy already up. Another good challenge, but it's still dangerous. And Pugsy wanted to get that one out to Chacaron, but unfortunately, he can't quite get there in time. Reason Gaming looking to continue where they left off in the last game. And that's something that you very rarely see in Rocket League. It's very much a case of Rocket League, you can see a lot of times where they have one really good game and then just fall off the next one. It looks like a completely different team. Reason looking to try and keep this going, though.
Ooh, Pashi almost got the redirect there and sent that one towards goal, but slightly wide of the upright. Chacaron is going to get the long clear. That's going to buy him a little bit of time, but I have noticed one thing, that Pashi has been bringing the ball down a little bit more, keeping possession of the ball, looking for teammates. I think he might have heard you over the PA system.
Oh, well, I'm the best coach in the world, my friends. And yet my services are available to all as long as you listen live.
Calix then brings this one down, again keeping possession. Nexo tries to put some pressure on here for Vitality. Pashi is going to have the ball in the corner, but Chacaron going to bring it away now. Plenty of boost to work with as well. Maybe looking for the ceiling shot, but decides to just get the lines clear there, send that one forward, give possession back over. But Calix is just picking up so many demos at the moment, just causing a ruckus.
Yeah, so the reason play of movement right now is actually very obvious what they're trying to do. They just want to clear long, and then they look for the challenge. Typically very basic Rocket League style, but it's working right now. So why change it if it's not, going wrong for you? Chacaron tries to find some way down the middle. That actually could be dangerous. Pugsy forced to save, and not only that, he's got it over to the corner. And he's got it over to the corner with Calix in it, who's going to boom that ball down to the other side of the field. Reason's defense is very solid right now because they're not allowing any rebounds. Vitality, you've not seen very often that they've managed to hold the offense for longer than 10 seconds.
One thing that Reason are doing right now is inviting a little bit of pressure, though. You can see Vitality really growing into this game, growing into the series. But one thing that we were saying that Reason have to keep an eye on is how Vitality have that quality to get better and better as the game goes on, as the series goes on. Haven't really had any big clear-cut opportunities here as Pugsy's actually going to send this one forward, but again, Vitality are just going to pick this one up and start another attack of their own.
As soon as Fairy Peak starts to feel... Oh, Nexo! That, I don't know how much you knew about that, but that is sublime in every sense of the word.
Gets the touch, takes Calix out of the game, and then somehow finds a touch on it. I think you're right. I'm not sure how much he knew about it.
I think he went for it. I think going for it was intentional. I don't think he ever expected it to work out that well.
He's not going to matter. He's not going to mind. It's the first goal on the board for Vitality. Now Reason are behind for the first time.
We'll be seeing what they can do. It's also going to be seeing what Vitality choose to do now that they have got this lead. Are they going to try and take a more defensive focus? I almost don't want them to do that. Against a team like Reason, this could be an opportunity. Calix gonna follow it up, but Pashi scrambles to get there just in time.
Pashi appeared out of nowhere like a ghost in the night, but Chacaron.
Reason are just fearless right now. It's like they don't even care if they get caught on the counter. As long as they are playing offense, as long as they've got the destiny in their own hands, they are happy. And when you play like that and you are playing as well as they currently are, that can make any team dangerous.
Chacaron, I mean, it was a risky play to go for that one. You saw two of his teammates were basically out of commission after that ball went in. If he misses that and he doesn't go right and Vitality break away, then that could be 2-0. But Chacaron absolutely nailed the timing. He nailed the shot. And it's tied this game up at 1-1 as Pugsy now is bringing this one forward. No boost to work with, but Calix is there. But unfortunately for him, the ball just slightly too high.
Yeah, just refused to settle down for him. This could be dangerous though. Nexo, after the backboard, he knows nobody's there, but it's going to be Calix just up in time. Pushes it straight over to the corner, no passing options.
Mary Peak doesn't make contact, just leaves that one to Pashi. Pashi now sends this towards the backboard. Here comes Nexo, and Nexo makes it count. Renault Vitality up 2-1 with 1 minute and 1 second left.
I love the fact that Renault Vitality slowed this play down. They gave themselves an opportunity to see, all right, what are Reason doing? Where are they positioned right now? We're going to take our opportunity just to smash this off the backboard for the follow-up. Great gameplay from Renault Vitality. I like that they're not trying to take on Reason at this speed game because it's not going to work out. Instead, use your better teamwork, use your better positioning, and try and take game number 2.
48 seconds left on the clock. Pugsy's going to try and maybe bait out Nexo into a long clear. Pashi going to send this one forward as well. That's going to cause all sorts of problems, and they do a great job of clearing their lines there. Reason Gaming, 35 seconds left on the clock. Can you create a big opportunity? That's not what you want to do. Pashi doesn't allow them to settle, challenges the ball high up the pitch, and that's going to be 3-1.
Yeah, this is just a complete mistouch from Pugsy. There's no reason for Pashi not to try and charge into that one and just see what he can get. And that, with 2 goals up, 30 seconds left, that could end game number 2 unless Reason have got something incredible in them to try and break down this defense twice.
So Nexo brings the ball away then. 2 goals down here, Reason Gaming. If they get one quickly here, you never know what can happen. However, the ball is very much in their own half now. Calix is going to bring it away, but with Vitality, they're very experienced players, Shogun. You'd be surprised to see them let a 2-goal lead slip at this point.
I mean, Pashy's brought back a 2-goal deficit. I don't think he's ever lost one. In fact, he's going to try and make it 3. There it is. Nexo. I knew he was good coming into this. I just didn't know how he was going to fit onto this roster. I do like him when he sits the 3rd man. Just sits there, waits for his opportunity, lets Fairy Peak do a lot of work. I mean, Fairy Peak's one of the best mechanical players in the world. Let him do some damage, let you come in for the shot, and tell you what, it's working.
The ability to make your other teammates as good as they can possibly be is something that's underrated in a lot of players, and it's going to work here for Vitality. They tie up the series at 1-1 now. Reason, they came out hot, but the class and quality of Vitality started to shine through there, Shogun.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like Vitality just figured out the rotation from Reason. A lot of the time in game 1, you didn't see much being challenged whenever Reason had the ball. This time around, every single time Reason tried to play, they were immediately challenged, or at least had the ball intercepted halfway through a pass across the field. That is the danger that you get when you try and play the ball long, is that it's anybody's. As long as you're there first, that ball now belongs to you. So Vitality did mention that they were late risers, so to speak, when it came into these sort of games. And they've certainly done much better in this one.
So as we say then, series tied up at 1-1. We're going to have a look at the replays here, some of the goals that were scored in that game. And again, you know, Reason, they had their chances, they had their opportunities. They tried to play the same game, and why not? It worked in that game number 1, but you have to give all the credit in the world to Vitality. The best teams in the world are the ones who realize how their opposition are playing, and they adapt to it quickly.
So the question now becomes, do Reason stick to the same thing? I believe they should. I think them playing this style and just trying to outplay or outpace their opponents is probably their best chance at trying to win this series. If they try and change it now and they try and panic and just switch to plan B, this is not going to work out for them. They're not going to be able to take out the class that is Reno Vitality. So I want to see them keeping the same mentality. Just this time it didn't work for them.
We're going to see 2 of the most animated coaches. You've obviously got Gregan on the Reno Vitality side of things. Then on the other side, the returning Duck Barati up there. He's definitely a man who's going to get vocal, going to get in his players' ears. You can see we should have a fist bump count or something by the end of this one, because both of those guys are going to have bruised knuckles. But game number 3 looks like it's ready to go here. Shogun tied up at 1-1. The series is poised perfectly.
Start off with Reno Vitality in the offensive side. We've seen early goals in every single game. Nexo all by himself. No reason not to just try and power that ball long. If Fairy Peak goes for an early aerial, it's going to be so crucial. Now that this game is going to the air a lot more, that one of these teams tries to take control. Nexo will be by himself until Fairy Peak just powers his way forward. Now, the one important thing is every time we go onto Fairy Peak's camera, check his boost count. He is someone that loves to just try and play as fast as he possibly can, get in everyone's faces. If he's got the amount of boosters we see right now, 90 plus, he can make stuff happen. But when he goes low, he can get very panicky and he start making a lot of mistakes. So Fairy's boost count might actually be one of the biggest keys to victory here.
Well, Calix is going to continue the same vein of form that he's had and challenging those balls high up the pitch. You can see, oh, the shot just slightly wide there. Chacaron is going to bring this one away. So playing that 3rd man role, as you say, pretty beautifully at the moment for Reno Vitality. Again, he's going to be in that position, anchoring this team. Ball drops down now. See Fairy Peak. It's a boost to work with. Unfortunately for him, the ball not going to fall exactly where he would have wanted. Fairy Peak does get a long clear on that one now. Nexo's going to have a little bit of work to do, and somehow he makes it happen. You were asking how good this guy is. That's how good he is.
Nexo, that is phenomenal, perfect, sublime. Just take your pick of a descriptor. It is every single one of those. Talk about a way to make a statement. So many questions coming in when you join an elite team like Reno Vitality about whether or not you're going to be able to stay with these players' level. He's not only staying with their level right now, I would say he's the standout performer.
He is 100% the standout so far in this series for them. He's dragged them back into this series. A big game number 2. He started off hot with a fantastic goal in game number 3 there, here to give them the lead.
Now
we need to see what Reason have got.
I do really want to point out what Vitality have changed here, and I do really like it. Fairy Peak is now no longer a part of the main rotation. They're focusing on Nexo and Pashy to try and follow that a lot of the time. Fairy Peak's entire job is to grab as much boost downfield, starve out Reason Gaming, and go for any aerials he can. As long as he can win any one of those, it can create a great situation for Vitality to go forward and score.
Almost taken the chains off of Fairy Peak, so to speak. Let him do what he does best. Calix now with the ball inside. Pugsy tries to find a return pass, excuse me. Through to the middle. Chacaron just about beats Fairy Peak. Ball dropped down into the middle, but unfortunately Pugsy's going to have to rotate back here, and Pashi is going to be met by Pugsy, and Chacaron is going to clear this one away.
Shaq trying to get that one straight over to Calix. Those aerials have been so dangerous. But yet again, from Reno Vitality, it's hit and follow. Every single time they're in defense, Pugsy goes long. He's got it over to Chacaron. Not going to be on target, but it is going to be enough to get someone to jump. And once again, Nexo required for the clear. You can see Chacaron on the far side. He will be the passing option. Straight back down, but they need another pass here. They can't go for the pass and shoot. They need one extra step. If they want to try and break down Reno Vitality, shooting from the half court, simply not going to cut it.
Yeah, the percentages aren't really in your favor.
It's enough for a team that don't need to move forward. They've always got two people back at the moment.
Pugsy bringing this one forward again, drops it down to Chacaron. Calix is looking for the backboard. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't really work for them now, but a little bit more pressure coming in from Reason here. Pugsy gets the clear. Next they're going to find a great pass out to Fairy Peak, and that's exactly almost what Reason should have been doing. That extra pass causing the problems, but a big save came in there, and now they're looking to get on the breakaway here, Reason.
Yeah, I want to see Reason slow down their offense a little bit. Obviously, they are being chased down. That is Fairy Peak's entire role right now, is to be the Rottweiler of this team, just not give anyone any sort of space. But if Reason are moving forward and they can realize that only two people are back, all they have to do is slow it down a little bit, take their time, set up the perfect shot, because right now they're trying to rush forward as if they're counter-attacking with a defense that's already around.
Chacaron then back across field. Pashi beats Calix to the ball. Pugsy trying to cause some problems there, trying to get a block on the ball. Chacaron sends it forward again. A little bit uncontrolled here, some of these clears though coming in from Reason. They're just looking to get the ball clear, and Pugsy goes for the shot on goal, almost catches Nex off guard.
Reason are going to get one big chance this game, and they've got to make it count. I can sort of feel that one coming. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Calix goes long again. His half-court shots, they just need to cut them out at this point. Not going to work.
Fairy Peak now bringing this one forward off the sidewall. Pugsy's going to meet him there. Looking for a pass inside as well to Calix. Calix,
this could be it.
Sends it forward. Chacaron on goal. Big save coming in from Fairy Peak.
Just not enough power on the shot. It was a good targeted shot. That's going to be a drop down. Pugsy couldn't quite squeeze in. It was going to be an impossible angle no matter what.
Calix now brings it forward. Trying to keep the pressure on here for Reason Gaming. Big challenge comes in from Chacaron. Calix on the far side of the pitch has plenty of boost to work with. Pugsy with a shot towards goal. 10 seconds left on the clock. Chacaron goes for goal. Calix arrives. Can he find the net? No, he can't. Again, Fairy Peak with the save.
Every single pass was a good idea here, but none of them were working out. They've got to try and score this before the ball hits the floor. Chacaron. Touch wasn't good, though. It will drop straight down like a ton of bricks. Vitality. They'll be sweating after that one, but they will take game number 3, and they have now got match point.
They held out from the barrage that came in from Reason Gaming there at the end. You talked about they had one big chance in them. There was that big chance.
I play a bit defensive.
But they just couldn't take it. It was the man that we talk about who makes so many clutch plays. Very big with the save.
Absolutely. Reason, I think they got the idea, but they got the idea just a little bit too late. We saw in those final 20 seconds, infield passes, plenty of opportunities to try and beat a static defense. But a lot of their chances were just from half-court shots that were never going to score. That being said, if you want a one-goal game,
absolute magic.
If we're only going to see a single goal throughout the entirety of the 5 minutes, it better be a good one. Nexo delivered a cracker.
Phenomenal. That was the chance towards the end of the game. You saw 30 seconds or so left, and oh, it was so close.
Do you know what the worst part was?
For them.
Pashi's car is like somewhat reddish-orange, and it made me think that that was a Reason player coming forward for the shot.
Calix with 6 seconds left on the clock there in that final one as well. Maybe the placement on the shot, not what he wanted. 2 players from Vitality combined to make the save, and now we talk about championship quality. Shogun, Vitality not playing their best Rocket League, but grinding out wins here. Now they're on match point.
Yeah, I think Reason sort of showed some of their inexperience as a team in that last game, where they started to panic maybe just a little bit too early. I would really like to see them take their time on the offense. If they know that Vitality are sitting back and they're turtling, make sure you take your time. Take an opportunity to move that ball further forward before taking the shot, because there was a lot of pulling the trigger just maybe, well, not even maybe a little bit, way too early on the shot. And if you're Vitality, you're seeing a shot from the half court and just going, cheers, we're just going to get rid of that. Thank you very much. And then we're going to send Fairy Peak off on the chase.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I think the penny almost dropped in the last sort of 30 seconds when they were forced to try and create something different. But here we go. Game number 4 here. Just a reminder to everyone who might just be joining us, Vitality on match point here, but Reason have been giving it everything in this series. 2-1 the score. Reason with the chance to tie things up and send this to a game 5.
We're starting with Shakuron going long. Fairy Peak's touch will be straight up to Nexo, who can't quite make contact. Pugsy off the backboard, follow-up comes in. Shakuron tried to go for a bouncer. It's still dangerous though. Goes to the far side. I think Fairy Peak should be able to clear. Instead, he's going to be leaving it for Nexo as Fairy Peak and Pashi both collide into each other. But now we're seeing Reason Gaming from game number 1 starting to come out, challenging everything in the midfield. Follow-up, but Nexo is a brick wall.
Big chance there for Reason to take the lead in our game number 4. They couldn't take it again, Shogun, and the worry for me is how many chances are you going to get in a game? You have to take opportunities against a team like Renault Vitality. Shakuron now looking to create one of his own, but Fairy Peak going to get the long clear now, and the first time here, Vitality with a little bit of room to breathe.
Yeah, Vitality, I think it's going to be very important for Reason Gaming to try and pick up this very first goal. We've seen how good Vitality's defense can be once they've got a goal up. They're very relaxed, very disciplined on the rotation. But during a 0-0, the rotation is going to be a lot wider because Vitality is still looking for their goal as well. This is the big opportunity for Reason Gaming. I feel like they've got to take the first one.
Alex, pass out to Pugsy. Challenge in the middle though. Shakuron going to clear out to Calix now. Good passing plays coming in here from Reason Gaming. They bring it forward. Pugsy's going to send this towards goal. Calix, actually, can't turn it into some sort of goal-scoring opportunity, and now Vitality are going to be coming forward for the first time. Pashi has to back off of this one. You'll see him rotate back. Calix now bringing the ball forward for Reason. Goes for the double touch. Shakuron's almost there, but can't make contact on the follow-up.
Somebody's got to go a little bit wider from Reason Gaming. Every single time they try and play it forward, the second man is right behind the person trying to take the shot. Makes it so difficult to try and get to the ball immediately afterwards. I want to see someone go to the far side so that way you've got more room to work with, more range of motion to try and go for. Not doing that right now. Reason Gaming always second best when it comes to the offensive rebound.
He's a little bit low on boost here as well. Pugsy, he's going to get it clear. It's a Fairy Peak. He's not going to have a lot of boost to work with as well, and he could be in some problems here. Calix brings this one forward, ball into the center. Nexo gets him out of trouble though, and Vitality get the clear.
Pugsy can't get there in time though, and Pashi will get the goal just about halfway into the game, and it is this clear from Nexo. You can see it's just a race to try and find the ball first, and Pashi's done so well with his positioning just to get there first, turn it into the back of the net, and now Game 3 starts to resonate in my mind on set because Vitality, they weren't broken down last time. Reason Gaming, they've got to break them down this time.
Here goes Calix trying to do it straight from the kickoff. Pugsy drops it down into the middle. Shakuron just beat into the ball though. You can see that they're trying to stay aggressive. They're trying to stay true to their game plan here, Reason. It's just a case if they have maybe the composure to look for that extra pass like you were talking about, Shogun, to break down what has been a stalwart Vitality defense.
Well, but Reason have been sort of struggling to put forward three people forward. Pashi's giving a shot from Pashi. Great save though from Shakuron. He wants to try and go long, but instead it's immediately challenged. Calix, he's got an option downfield, but I don't think he knows that Shakuron was only on 10 boost. Never an option to try and take him, and now Pashi can try and set up. He's got it past one. Can't get it past Pugsy. Minute and 50 left. Reason Gaming needs to get on offense.
A little bit low on boost here as well. You can see Nexo does manage to just about get it clear here. Shakuron on the sidewall now. He's going to look to drop this one down towards goal. 2 players from Vitality having to deal with that. Fairy Peak does get that clearance away though. Pashi sends it forward again. Defensive work here to do for Reason, and this is where they've got to be careful. Yes, they're down by 1, but a 2-goal lead here is going to make things so much more difficult. And Nexo, the player who has been superb so far for Vitality, doubles that lead, and that's the worst nightmare situation now for Reason Gaming.
Yeah, Reason Gaming just made it a little bit too obvious to Fairy Peak where they were going to try and go. And Fairy, like I said, he's just loitering right now. He's waiting. He's trying to figure out where the rotation is going to go, pick it out, and get an opportunity for his team. And it's now giving them a 2-goal lead. Reason Gaming, they haven't scored in this game. They haven't scored in the last game. Now they've got to find 2 with just over a minute left.
You can hear in the background, you've got Vitality players communicating. So you can hear exactly what the players are saying to each other, see how things are working. Shot on goal here. Shakuron might have a chance on the breakaway here.
It's another long ball, but
Shakuron does have the chance. Fairy Peak though, surprise, surprise. When you need someone to make a save and a clutch play, it's always Fairy Peak.
Yeah, Fairy Peak showing his best throughout this series. He really is looking comfortable.
Shakuron.
Gonna be going long. Nexo
I can't.
Gonna be leaving that one for the time being. Calix off the backboard. Nexo gets there though, just in time. Nexo has been so quick reading the game. And that really is what Vitality have done better so far. Calix off the backboard. They need someone further out.
Huxley now going to be following this one up. Very peak again. Trying to stay composed. Nexo though.
I like that.
Off to his teammate.
I like that. Gives his team more time to set themselves up for another clear. And now Nexo just over the top. It's more time wasted. It could be another goal. But it just won't quite settle down. But for Renault Vitality, this is a great statement game from them. They're probably going to take the win.
Big performance here from Renault Vitality. 2-0 up with just 4 seconds left on the clock. Reason Gaming have given it their all, Shogun, but it hasn't been enough, unfortunately. The ball strikes the floor, and you can see it there. The men on your screen, Renault Vitality, will win the first series of the day.
I think Reason, though, did prove a lot this series. When we were asked about it earlier on, I did say, I don't think they'll take this one, but it's a good chance to show whether or not they've got the quality to improve in time for the playoffs to try and take down this Renault Vitality squad. You know what? From what I've seen, it'll be a push, but if they can keep improving at the rate that they currently are, that could be a great match when we get to it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's definitely going to be one to look forward to. And as you say, Reason definitely can walk out of that series with their heads held high. Good performance all round from the players. Little things to work on, I think, is the good thing. And they talked about how they've been scrimming, how they've been playing a lot, and they've got some more stuff to work on there, Shogun. And I think if they put that into practice, then, I mean, next week you're not going to be wanting to play that Reason.
I think next scrim they go into, don't say we're starting this from 0-0. Say you're starting 1 goal down, say you're starting 2 goals down. Put yourself into a scenario for your scrim, because that way they can start to practice. They clearly struggled once they were a goal or 2 down. They struggled for ideas, they struggled for ways of not panicking on the offense. We saw Renault Vitality, I think they figured it out in game number 4, where really it was just long clears. They recognized that the Reason rotation was just not quite what it needed to be. But for Reason, it's small things. Small things that got to improve, but those are the small things that can catch you out at elite level.
And just highlight how good Nexo was in that series. He was, you know, he's not on the starting lineup for this Renault Vitality squad. Obviously, Scrub Killer plays when they were playing in the RLCS, etc. But Nexo was phenomenal in that series. And if you want to make a name for yourself, filling in for a player like that alongside 2 big names, he's shown that he can hang.
This is a sort of way that we've seen a lot of players actually get their names out there and sort of become an elite level player. Maybe not for Renault Vitality, maybe he'll get picked up for another team. But for him, that is the performance he wants. Now it's doing that every single week.
Yeah, big performance coming in from Renault Vitality. Of course, it is all about the handshakes and the love from these players, though. But I believe, Shogun, it's been a pleasure. We'll have a handshake on it. And we're going to be going to Ariel now. Where are you, Ariel?
What are you two up to, handshaking? It's all about the winners right now, boys. You guys made that look really easy. You got off to a slow start. In fact, Shogun said you're notorious for getting off to a slow start. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that. But we didn't play for like 15 or 20 minutes before the match. So that was kind of, I think that hurt us a bit. Because I remember the first ball I had, I just completely missed it. And it was an easy read from the wall. And they scored, so that was...
So is that the tradition for you guys? You would usually spend that 15, 20 minutes before, like warming up and playing with each other?
Yeah, we do, but also, yeah, we usually really often lose the first match, but then we figure out the opponents. Like, they took a lot of boost and demoed a lot, but that gave us a lot of space in midfield. So, yeah, we kind of counted them.
The turning point, I mean, we have to talk about that goal. It was unbelievable. I think Shogun said it was the highest quality goal he's ever seen. And if we only see 1 goal at that in any game, break it down for me. I think it was game 3.
I honestly don't know how I scored that. There was a bit of luck, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it was an amazing goal.
It was just luck?
Not just luck, but you need a bit of luck for those.
Did you find Reason tough opponents?
What?
Did you find Reason tough opponents? Are they hard to crack?
Yeah, like, they played good. I had a lot of trouble against them because, like, to be fair, I didn't really play it well. I just tried to rotate good. But, like, there was always someone who tried to bump or demo or boost harvest. So it was really hard to play against them. But, yeah, like Pesci said, we figured out to play them, like, the first game. And we just won after that. So
you were almost, like, quite defensive today, weren't you, in that game? You kind of sat back, but you had some really important saves throughout the games.
Yeah, the first game I didn't play it really good, but the last game I just played like the defensive role and tried to save everything I could.
Greg, I need to speak to you. We haven't seen you yet. Some people were saying maybe the team were on a back foot not having played last week. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always getting used to the stage and everything, but I think these guys will remember how it was. Nexo had a go last season on Envy, right? You had a game or two. And the reason why we got Nexo in is because we trust him. You saw him today, how good he is.
Well, we saw, yeah.
And so we brought him in for this because we couldn't get Scrub along, and that makes sense. So you saw the performance they can pull out even when
Has he passed the test? Is he coming back?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that the important thing for these guys is they do start slow, and it's the morning and all these kind of things. But once they get going, they can get really good, and that's what we're going to see in the finals.
Well, you guys got some points on the table today. Well done. Excellent start to Elite Series. Back to you, Tom.
Oh, look. See? That was a really fun game. It was a really, really, really fun game.
Yeah,
It was fine. Yeah, that's that hug. All right, take a seat.
Are we...
Yeah, we're back. Thank you very much, Ariel. There you go. Vitality, getting that win, getting the job done. Fairy Peak changing his role mid-game, but it worked. How did you take that game?
It seemed to be that when you put Fairy sort of further towards the back after losing a little bit of his confidence through the RLCS, he was criticised quite a lot. I saw it on Reddit, on Twitter. He was basically said that he was the issue for a lot of the games. It seems like he's taken a back step. Nexo is then filling that gap, and they said, look, Nexo's playing really, really well today. He had, I think, the best goal of the series, where he sort of touched on his belly, took 2 out of the play. If you put Fairy at the back, it really seems to work. And if you're taking down Reason, even with Duck Moriarty up there again, by the way, love seeing him up there. If you put him towards the back, I think that maybe is the secret.
Yeah, I was engrossed in the hair flick from Fairy Peak. It was... Oh, it was divine, wasn't it?
C'est magnifique.
Now, you talked about him being the gap filler, Nexo, modest in the fact that Shogun said it was one of the best goals he's ever seen. Nexo was modest. He really did play an important part, 5 goals today.
He definitely did. I think, I mean, that's what we mentioned, right? The worry today was how will Nexo fit in this roster, and he definitely did so good. Scored a couple of amazing goals, really played well, and even though we used to see Fairy Peak much more active on offense, we used to see him doing the magic happen. This time it was Nexo, and he did so well that it literally made Fairy comfortable in a defensive role.
And now I noticed that Reason Gaming got off to a flyer in the series, getting their first game. I expected more of them. It seemed to me, and you can give me the breakdown on it, they had plan A, but there wasn't a plan B or plan C for when Vitality warmed up.
Yeah, I mean, Pash even said at the start that he hadn't played for 20 minutes leading up to the game. So it's a shame for them. Obviously, the first goal coming from the miss from Pash from the sideball. Calix getting it within 5 seconds of the series starting. Yeah, I think it was a case of Reason thought they knew what they needed to do. And yeah, I agree. When it got tough for them, they were able to take a lot of the pressure, but at times it just got a bit much. And when it started to run away, they weren't necessarily scared of it, but that was occasionally their downfall. Every now and then they'd sneak another goal, like Shakeron got a great goal, when in 9 times out of 10, he should have gone back. And he should have just defended it, otherwise it was going to be 2-0. Instead, he got up really quick, equalised the game instead.
He did indeed. We will have that hair flick, I've been told. We will have that hair flick just one more time. But before that, Vitality play Method next up for them. Is it going to be comfortable sailing for them throughout the Elite Series this year?
Definitely not. Method is a very threatening team, amazing players as well, former Gfinity Elite Series champions. It's actually quite a hard start to get Reason and Method back-to-back for Vitality, but it's good. It's a big test to just enter it, because once again, they're a champion, they're a team to beat.
I think that'll be the best series we're going to see, is Vitality Method.
Okay, oh, that's next week. Oh, the way you throw forward to next week is beautiful. Now let's all throw our hair in unison. Get ready to watch this. It's Fairy Peak's hair flick. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. The right arm goes up, and it attacks the hair. Wait, the lift, the bounce, the volume, boom. It is gorgeous. That is what I expect in esports, and I need more of that, please. Right, match 2, here we go. Back up with things. Army versus Epsilon. This is Group B, another matchup. It is a beauty. Before we look at the fixtures in Group B today, let's catch up with all the action from this group last week. We move on to Group B.
The return of Creative Fnatic.
They are the favourites going into this one. Bilbo with the heroics! Let's get into Game 5. Who is going to take this win?
And the winners are Epsilon Esports.
That is a huge upset.
Let's go. Come on, Iso. We got this.
Defense, where, why, and where again?
Oh, let's go.
They are now 1-0 for this season.
All right, gentlemen, let's talk all things Epsilon as we move on. They beat Fnatic last week 3-2. A surprise, or were we expecting that?
I was personally surprised. I thought Fnatic obviously didn't have the strongest season last time. Obviously got through to our quarterfinals. Didn't get any further after bringing in their main roster, running with that main roster throughout this time. But honestly, Epsilon, again, they're another team that are just on the upswing. And Bilbo, what a pose for that picture.
I am loving the lack of arms crossed in this pose. I fully rate
I do miss the shack cross.
It makes me feel awkward looking at the photo, but because it's like an awkward, joyful moment that, like a parent said, hey, do exactly what you did, but do it again, I'm going to take a picture. And then you got that. You're not really into it because you know that a minute ago you had absolute gold. All right, let's talk about these guys. Goals scored. I mean, left, right, and centre from these boys. Sebadam, the man, with 5 goals last week, and obviously making it up into the top there. And also, they're one behind each other, which is beautiful.
That's so
Bilbo
sweet.
and Cheerio, they like to clump together. They stick together even in the goals scored table. What do you make of that? Goals. That's a positive for them, and that's a plus side that their goals come from all players.
Of course it is. I mean, you have a team where you can rely on every single player to score goals. You don't have a specific defensive role. All of them can just finish when needed, and that's really important because when you have a good rotation on players who can just consistently score the goals, you're just more threatening all around.
Yeah, total score last week. How are those points given out, gentlemen?
Well, they've actually changed it recently, so you don't get points for sort of very standard touches. So an aerial hit used to award you with 10 points, but you get so many of them in a game. Just going up above the crossbar and you hit the ball, that counts as an aerial hit. They happen all the time. So they've taken them out. Now it's only positional score. So if you hit the ball into the centre, you get a centre ball. If you clear it, you get a clear ball.
Even when you get boosts, will that happen? What about a demo? Will you
no, demos have no points.
What?
Which I've been annoyed about. I've been annoyed about that since season 1.
I want to be rewarded.
I want to be rewarded for getting rid of the opponents.
Okay, now Cheerio had 9 saves, but Sebadam had the most shots on goal. That's important, and obviously being a top goal scorer. Is he the goal machine? Is he the goal threat for the opposition today?
He is, but he's also, I mean, the biggest threat with Sebadam is he's just so good at playing with literally anyone. We've seen him on like 4 different teams throughout the Gfinity Elite Series, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a memory test.
I am pretty sure he played in a different team for each season.
That sounds right. I'll go with it. Yeah. I agree.
That's ridiculous to just be able to change team all the time and play that good and just score that many goals. He's just someone you could rely on regardless.
But 21 shots on goal. Now, in terms of when people are playing at home or whatever level they're playing the Rocket League, that's a lot of shots, isn't it?
I mean, he did have 5 games to go through for that. So obviously everybody else, they only had 3 games, obviously apart from Fnatic, of course. They were the only other 5-game series. So yeah, obviously more more shots on target for that. But I mean, even then, still 25% roughly.
Yeah.
Getting that sort of average-ish shot to goal ratio.
You are a ratio man.
I'm good, aren't I?
Now, talking Damascus of, I don't know why that's French in my head, that word ratio, but it probably is. The Damascus, you were in Paris last week. Tell everybody about what was happening there and what went down.
So there was a tournament named the Randstad Games, which was a tournament where you would qualify online and 4 teams are remaining. It was for a hefty amount of money as well, quite a quality team as well. Ferrypeak was there. He teamed up with Nexo and Mout from Envy. The finals was these 3 against Epsilon. And Epsilon really cruised through that tournament. It looked honestly effortless for them. They just won every single game so convincingly. The chemistry was great. The passing plays were there. And they didn't really look challenged last week. They really played amazing, got their win, which is a really great feeling for them to just come off a title. And I mean, I expect them to just carry that momentum because the way they were playing last week was really good, both at Elite Series and also in Paris. And they've just been going around from London to Paris, back to London, just to play. And I'm definitely looking forward to just see more from them. Cause
hey, it's not that far. Come on, Paris to London, it's not that far.
It's another country, it's another language, mate.
Come on, you get to travel, bon voyage and all of that. Listen, let's chat to one of the guys who was there with Ariel in the Domino's Den.
Tom, I'm here backstage in the Domino's Den. I have got our hero of the moment, Cheerio, ready and fighting to play against Army, right?
Yeah, we're looking forward to play Army. They didn't look too hot last week, so should be a good game.
This is what I love about you, Cheerio. You shit people down in the nicest way ever. They didn't look too good last week, so we've got it easy this week. You've had a great week. It's Paris Games Week. You did well there, right?
Yeah, we won that without dropping a single game. We beat Ferrypeak and Nexo, which is part of the Vitality roster in Gfinity this season. And yeah, it was a pretty good day there.
What's the key to the success for you guys at the moment? What's working well for you guys? Talking to each other, you putting in the hours, you training. Why is it being so easy breezy for you guys?
We just practice every day and try and keep the communications at the maximum and just try and know where everyone is every time.
Who do you think is the biggest threat for you guys in this competition?
It's probably Vitality, but Nordavind is also pretty dangerous. They're just annoying to play against.
A quick prediction from you for the score today against Army.
3-0 to us.
Obviously. See, so cool and calm, but savage when it comes to shooting them down. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much. If I'd have known it was the former champion Chiro, I'd have given him the proper introduction. There you go. That was the Domino's Den. We'll be probably going back to there later on in the show. Gentlemen, I've got to ask you about this team. Asus ROG Army, they are the team. The question I have, they got a disappointing first week 3-0 loss to Hashtag. There are the team players. Are they the least ranked team, Stumpy?
I mean, one thing they have got going for them is Taylor has got the best smile going. He has got a wonderful smile. It's not in this picture, annoyingly.
I don't know. I was about to argue with that.
I've told him when he comes out, he's given a big smile. It's very nice.
It's like a Cheshire cat. I love it.
It's beautiful.
But smiles do not win you the Elite Series. And I've looked in the rules book, and that is definitely true.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I think they are probably rightfully ranked at the bottom. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to be pushovers. Obviously, they came up against Hashtag last week, a 3-0, but that is by far and away the strongest Hashtag game we've ever seen them do. Even versus Vitality, that got a little bit close. This was such a comfortable win for them.
It was definitely really comfortable, and I mean, that's the thing, is when you face a team in full confidence, you may not be able to express yourself. That's what happened to them last week. We're looking forward to see them maybe get some more room for expression today. Because, I mean, these players are extremely experienced. They've been playing Rocket League so much. We know how good they can be. And it takes time. We talked about the nerves on the stage, obviously, because these guys are newcomers. It's really hard to just come and be able to play 100%. And they're still looking for their footing, really.
Yeah, I mean, what you saw there was footage was in slow-mo. If you're thinking the players are moving very slowly,
that's their issue.
That is not their real speed. Interesting enough, Flux comes in. Taz is out. He was the saves monster last week. You shall not score. But are they going to miss him today?
Potentially. I mean, I think ultimately you've got Distan in the middle. He is very loud. We were here last time. They were this side. They were so loud. He was shouting to all of it, both his teammates. Obviously, Taz, like you say, being such a saves machine, if Flux can get into that formation quite nicely, and it's basically up to him to decide whether he's going to be taking a step back or whether he'll go a bit Nexo about it and say, look, one of you guys, you sit back, I'm going up front and I'm going to be an absolute standout. He's pushing for that MVP.
I'm going Nexo. The question is, though, only 15 shots combined last week. As we heard, Sebadam had 21 on his own.
Yeah.
Only 2 goals scored. They need goals this week. Is that a problem?
I mean, they just as we said, they just need to be able to settle their game today. Last week they've just been denied. Hashtag was the ball is ours. We're gonna have fun today. You are denied from touching any ball, and today is gonna be important for them to just literally just keep the ball and create something. Because last week it's just hard when you get completely denied of absolutely every opportunity. It can be frustrating as well, but it's also motivating because you watch yourself back and you're like, okay, I really want to never do this again. So you come back with extra motivation, and that's definitely their point of view today.
Okay, well, listen, gentlemen, I'm looking forward to this. I know who I'll be supporting. I'll be supporting the underdogs. Let's welcome Epsilon out first. It's Sebadan, Bilbo, and Cheerio! Tell you what, Bilbo's got a cheeky smile. He wants to smile. There it is. There is the smile. Sebadam is holding it well in. Well done, fella. All right, let's welcome out their opposition today. It's Army, Flux, Tether, and Distan.
Stand back. We're gonna light the fuse. Stand back. We ain't trying to lose. Stand back. We're gonna light the fuse. Stand back.
Damascus, what's French? I know they're Spanish team, but what's French for go on? Allez! That's all I've got. I'll find out the Spanish in a second. I'm bopping. That's what we call bopping. Did you enjoy the bopping, Shogun?
That was top tier bopping,
That
mate.
was some of the greatest bopping
You
I've
might
seen
not
in
notice
recent
about me,
times.
but I am a connoisseur of bopping. And,
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Bon appetit. I didn't overcook it. Right then, gentlemen, looking at this game, Army only got 2 goals last week. That is not enough. If you want to win the Elite Series, you've got to find the goals. Will they find it? How do they find the goals? You're taking on the mighty Epsilon today.
Yeah, I think the mighty Epsilon is a good way to phrase things at the moment. Obviously, they've just come off the back of a big win in the week, and that's going to fill them with confidence as a team as well. But, I mean, if you want to prove yourself, you've got to play against the best, right? You've got to put yourself up against these players and see what happens. They've got a lot to learn from last week. My worry is they maybe had too much to learn from last week to bring into this week to improve significantly enough to win a game. I think they can keep the games closer than they did last week, but I'm worried that they still haven't quite got enough to win this series.
Okay, I remember watching a terrible film with Jason Statham where if you want to be better, you've got to play better opponents. There is the smile. That is the Cheshire Cat smile. Beautiful. It is glorious. Why didn't you do that on your team photo and your individuals? Anyway, you probably can't hear us. Shogun, do you agree with what Unset's saying there? You've got to find the best form you can.
Absolutely. I feel like this is going to be a hard match for them to win. I think it's all about improvement this week, just performing better than they did last time around. If they can do that, I feel like they're going to feel a little bit more confident going into the next few weeks. Because remember, it's a very short season. You've got to pick up wins, and you've got to pick up as many wins as you can in a very short period of time. This match is going to be very difficult for them. I think it might be beyond them, but I feel like the next few games they've got might be more winnable.
So you're saying Season 5, we're building towards that?
I'm saying this is a build job for them right now.
Okay, and I expect to see on your CV the connoisseur of bop. That's what I'd like to see.
It already says that.
Yeah. Does it?
In the most beautiful word art you've ever seen.
This is my side job, mate.
I'm going to go up to the production and look in the filing system to find that. Gentlemen, you can take this game away.
Thank you very much.
How do I stop him from doing that? He's going to find some stuff he's not going to like in there.
Yeah, that file was thicker than it ever should be.
He's just going to find loads of photos of him.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a weirdo. Anyway, we're going to our second series of today. And I want to talk a bit about Epsilon because they've just come off the back of a trophy lift in the week. And that's something that I don't think a lot of those players maybe expected. It's great to see Sebadam at the top of the tree, but talk about confidence to me, because what can that do to a team? I mean, it just breeds it.
Yeah, I mean, for Epsilon, this is a franchise that always seems to find their way to the top when it comes to the Rocket League side of the Gfinity Elite Series. I believe every single season they end up in the top 4 at the very least. And it looks like once again, they've managed to put together a winning roster. But can they go that one step further this time around and really push themselves towards the top of the table?
Well, do you know what, Shogun? Let's find out. Let's find out. We're straight into our game number 1 here. Asus ROG Army, we'll be calling them Army for the majority of this, and it's going to be Distan with an early shot on goal. And look at that, the perfect start here for the boys.
I don't know what that was I heard in the background, but I just heard just a scream, a visceral, primal scream as soon as that one went in. It's 5 seconds into the match, lads. You got some time before you should really be getting that hyped.
Look, if it's going to throw Epsilon off their game...
I mean, they've already scored 50% of the goals they scored last week.
Exactly, and they're now going to concede one because that was the whiffiest of whiffs.
Then I hear a woo. Yeah, there's really not much to break down here. Sebadam, he hit the ball really hard. I think, yeah, Tada just bad positioning.
He's still focused on that smile. That was what it was. He was still enjoying himself too much from behind the camera.
How can you communicate that well when you're trying to talk through that smile?
Exactly, and we'll let him off for that one. And he's going to have a chance to maybe redeem himself here. It's going to be Tada. He goes forward. Oh, fortunately for him, can't make amends to what just happened, but his teammate Distan's coming off the roof here looking to get a touch, and an opportunity there for Asus ROG Army to maybe get their second on the board, but this has been a really sort of hectic start for both these teams.
It's like Army understood that last week they were very flat across the entire field. This week they've just decided, you know what, let's just throw it all at them. Let's see what works. And I like that a lot. It allows you to start slowly narrowing in on what that perfect balance is. They're going to have to be putting themselves on the defense for the time being. Epsilon, they cannot afford to underestimate their current opponents. That's a great bump, and Tada is going to try and get that all the way down to Distan. An opportunity now to try and take it past Bilbo, who was the standout player on this team last week during that shock win against Fnatic.
Well, Cheerio has some work to do here because his teammate had no boost there. Another teammate got demoed, and that means that Tada's going to have an opportunity to push it forward, but great defensive play from Epsilon, and good job from Cheerio, though, to just buy some time for his team.
Yeah, I think Epsilon have still been rocked a little bit. They've realized they've got to take Army very seriously right now. Flux does fantastic to get past 2, but Bilbo stands in the way, refuses to get beat. It's going to be another clear. Flux got opportunity. I think he's just missed that one. He's put a strip to Distan, whose shot is a little bit too weak, and that's going to be cleared and followed by Epsilon.
Sebadam trying to follow up on that one. Now you're going to see Cheerio sending this one towards goal. Easy clear, though. Going to be coming in. Sebadam picks up the demo in the middle on Tada. Bilbo talks about him a little bit. He had one of those standout performances, much like Pugsley did last week on Reason. Can he recreate, though, and he's not going to be in position to do anything about that one. You can hear the guys on our main stage here, Chacaron, The Army guys, they're up for this. They certainly are morning people, and they're bringing the fight here to Epsilon.
Yeah, but Bilbo made just a huge mistake regarding his positioning on the way down. He thought he could get boost and then get a hold of the ball as it came. Absolutely not. Army are going to take the lead, I believe, for the first time in the Elite Series. They're going to need to try and make this one count as Bilbo, half-court pass just straight over. Gonna be Epsilon piling on the pressure, off the backboard. Cheerio wants to get there in time. Gonna keep this one going, but now that is the wave of offense now gone, and Army can clear.
Sebadam, though, sends it back into the middle. Bilbo tries to follow up. Flux does a good job, though, and now the shot does come in from Sebadam. It was a short-lived lead here for the Army, but Epsilon answer back here, and it's Sebadam. Another lack of contact on the ball, though, coming in from the Army.
It has to be said, a lot of the goals that we've seen scored so far have been down to mistakes. Right there, you saw Flux just fly past the ball, didn't get any contact, and that put his teammate out of position as well. That's going to be yet another one. It's going to be a chase down. Teda has got to get there in time, and he will do exactly that. On set, we are only halfway into this game. It feels like we played two.
I'm exhausted already. A lot of misplays.
Oh,
leads to
it's
a lot
going to go
of
in.
excitement, and that's gonna. Is
Wow.
it gonna go in? No, it doesn't. Flux somehow gets it clear. Just as it looked easier to score in that situation, Epsilon somehow don't convert.
I was absolutely certain that there was a possibility he could hit the near post. The far post was
Sebadam!
never there, and Sebadam, he is shooting for fun right now. Hat-trick hero.
Beautiful stuff from Sebadam. Bilbo send it back into the middle. Sebadam rotates. Lovely to get his hood on that, and unfortunately for Army, they can't get enough on it to keep it out. 2-2 now, 2 minutes 19 left on the clock.
And honestly, the way this game's been going, we could be looking at a 10-goal game if these guys keep playing the way they are.
Love it. What I want to see.
The best Rocket League to watch is always scrappy Rocket League, and we're getting some scrappy Rocket League right now. Flux, infield passing option, has been taken away as Distan removed from the map and left in a scrap heap.
Bilbo, you nasty man. We're going to be dropped down here. Flux is going to come across and slow down the attack here from Epsilon. Tries to send it under that player. Bilbo, though, goes onto the ceiling. Doesn't have any boost to work with, though, so can't follow that one up.
You see Sebadam jumping. You can see how confident he is with his shooting right now. Flux gets one player out. There's going to be the follow. Flux dancing around the defense and setting up superbly.
Flux, as you say, dancing wheels on. Cheerio had no idea what was going on. Great finish there from Teda to squeeze it in at the near post. 3-3 now, Shogun. 6 goals on the board already.
This has just been a phenomenal game number one. 102 seconds left on the clock. And honestly, this is anybody's to take. Drop down to Cheerio. Puts it a little bit too far to the side. That was an attempted block from Flux. That would have been an opportunity to escape on the side of Army. Great shot. That's not going to be on target, though.
Sebadam having to do some work. Sebadam following this one up as well. Teda rotating back. Clear comes in. Flux should beat Bilbo to this one and does so. Cheerio, though, keeping the pressure on here. Distan and Flux are going to have work to do. Sebadam now drops it back into the middle. Bilbo's there, and Bilbo scores to put Epsilon into the lead.
Yeah, that backboard is becoming such a problem area for both teams. This time around, the drop down from Sebadam is absolutely perfect. And Bilbo, he just has to beat the player to the ball, and he will be able to score. Army, they've been scoring for fun so far this game. They've got to find one more.
It's a 7-goal thriller to start things off as we approach 1 minute left in the game. Teda now takes the ball down on his hood. Takes one out. Sebadam, though, is going to be behind to cover, and now Cheerio might be in position to score, but job from the guys on Army. Flux brings it forward again. Cheerio with the challenge. Teda's going to have to clear that one away. Now it's just a case of can Epsilon see this last 45 seconds out. The ball across to Bilbo from Sebadam. Great block, though, from the Army player.
Yeah, Flux is just getting better as the series goes along. He was very shaky in the opening 2 minutes. Now looking just that little bit more confident. Opportunity to go in! 4 goals each!
Distan ties things up. 8 goals already in this game. Let's have a quick listen to Army and see how they reacted to that one.
We're not losing this. Come on, we got this,
boys.
I'll try and win hard.
Yeah, back left.
Win it.
You again? Yeah.
Leaving.
Waiting for his touch.
0 for 1.
Yeah, I'll go from right side.
Yeah.
You heard it, Shogun.
0 for 1.
We can win this game. We ain't losing this game. That's exactly what you want to hear from teammates on Army, as we can hear them communicating underneath at the moment. Bilbo back into the middle, Cheerio with a shot on goal.
Yeah, they've been going towards this infield patch just a little bit too often, has Epsilon. Distan tries to get it past 7am, goes for the drop, and Bilbo has to avoid the falling Distan. That is a huge mistake as well. Opportunity for Epsilon to try and break. They're going to do exactly that as Bilbo goes across the field, but we will head into overtime. A fifth all-important goal is what it will take to break the deadlock.
Overtime in our game number 1. Army have come to play, Epsilon have come to play. This is what we wanted in our second series of the day. Flux takes to the skies.
I can't.
Distan gonna bring this one down, leaves it off to his teammate. Almost gonna be taken out of commission here. Flux takes another out.
Happy feet. Such good play. Every single time Flux has got it on the dribble, he is taking players out of the game. He just needs someone up there in support so he can just lay the ball off to them as soon as he's hit 0 boost. Pass back. 7am, who's already got a hat-trick to his name. Can he find the fourth? Or will it be? Asus ROG Army take game number 1.
Tenor scores and wins the game for Asus ROG Army. You can hear the guys on the main stage. They are loving the fact that they're the ones who are going to steal away the overtime win here. Epsilon, everyone was backing them. Game number 1 goes to Asus ROG Army, though.
Even when the game is ugly, it can still be so very beautiful in its own way. That was a wee bit crazy. I'm not too sure.
Man, that was entertaining, is what we would say.
Fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. But now we head into game 2. I do not expect that to continue throughout this entire series. I think if you're Army,
I hope it does.
I really do. If you're Army, absolutely try and get this as chaotic as possible. Try and knock Epsilon off their game, because Epsilon are definitely the better rotating team. But if you keep it crazy, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to give credit the way Army have come out of the traps here. Scored in the first few seconds. You heard the emotion. You heard the reaction from them. They want to come out and make good on what happened last week, essentially. They were played off the park last week, but this week, they understand how much is on the line. Early weeks are so important in the Elite Series to get those wins on the board. And I think that Epsilon a little bit shell-shocked right now.
Yeah, Epsilon, very quiet in comparison to Army. Just, I mean, we can hear them. We've got noise-cancelling headphones on up here, and we can hear Army. I'm fairly certain that even Epsilon can hear Army as well, and that is going to be
in their head a little bit.
You can hear it when you hear a team that is that excited, that happy with what's going on. You can sort of think to yourself, oh wow, they're happy for this right now, and they're happy at our expense. That can be a real knock to you. But game 1 goes to Army, but we just saw in our previous series, getting game 1 is only part of the picture. We saw Vitality lose game 1, and they came back incredibly well. Will we see the same here? Have Epsilon got the same comeback factor?
Here we go then. Game number 2. We're getting straight into things here, Shogun. We're getting straight into our game number 2. I think it's the best way to go here. The two teams are hot. We want to continue the action here. Game number 2 is about to get underway.
Hey, basketball scores at this rate, rather than football scores. He's stung off the ball on the wall, uncontested for a very long time. 7am. We want to see him get back to his shooting range once again. He scored the hat-trick in the last game, and very rarely can you score a hat-trick in a match of threes and still end up losing. That's exactly what happened last time around. Flux, he's been very shaky when it comes to the defense, but very, very just solid whenever he gets a chance to move forward on the dribble. So, we have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde going on when he plays at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's looking really good when the ball's on his hood, but he's not so confident when that ball's in the air. But
he's very solid when he gets 10 touches, maybe not when he gets 1.
Very, very true. Cheerio has no boost to work with here, so he's going to be looking to go back and collect that midfield boost. Flux is going to have some work to do, and he's making better contact now, and Ted is going to come across and be able to clear this one away. Cheerio is going to try and challenge. He's going to fall in the midfield here. People and Distan are going to exchange some paint. Ball goes towards goal, and Tenor gets the first goal of the game. Asus ROG Army are a different animal this week.
They just seem so happy to put every single player forward. Let's be honest, in this situation, Turner shouldn't even be thinking about his team winning that challenge and getting a chance for a shot. He should be heading back, but he's got so much confidence that his teammate is going to win. He gets straight over for the pass.
Well, 7am, they've won the kickoff here. There might be a chance to equalize immediately. Distan, though. And Asus ROG Army somehow put up a defensive stand. Ted is going to get the clear now. Cheerio picks up a demo in the midfield, but it's not going to count for too much as Tedder picks up one of his own. Flux has that ball on his hood. Everyone's getting demoed here.
All right, lads. Good clean fight, please.
Hey, man, I want knockouts.
It certainly has been a knockout at this point in time. So you go into a boxing match, you're seeing 2 knockdowns apiece per round. There's a huge bump. That's going to go straight in. And if the shouting wasn't enough to get under Epsilon's skin, This will certainly be a mental knock.
Keep an eye on the goal line here. I'm trying to see who it was. Tedder causing all sorts of problems there. And either Epsilon player making contact with the ball. Not quite sure what happened in that situation.
Cheerio should not be there. He absolutely should not be there. He should be called off by the other defender, who had a much better position to move in towards the ball. So now 2-0. Army, I don't think I've ever seen a team improve this much in just 1 week. This is incredible for them right now. Opportunity from Flux to put that one up high is going to be very, very floaty. There's plenty of time for Bilbo to get back.
Plenty of time, but being 2-0 down, having that pressure on you, every single touch for Epsilon now is going to be magnified. Everything is going to be more difficult for them. They're trying to get back into this one quickly. You see Tedder, no boost to work with, but great clearance from his teammate. Bilbo, though, recycles. He's got boost to work with, looking for another touch on this, drops it down to Cheerio, and Cheerio halves the deficit.
So the way I want to talk about this is it looked like Army was still playing as if they were 2 goals down. Whilst that offense is really good if you wanted to try and put this game out of reach, it also opens up your defense for Epsilon. Once they get the passing plays going, they can be absolutely lethal. I think Army have gone for a little bit of a risky strategy here, and it's not paid off so far.
So Epsilon do get their first goal on the board. 3 goals already in this one as well. Not quite as high scoring as our game number 1, but still definitely something to be watching here. 7am drops this one down. His teammate Cheerio is going to send it out wide towards Bilbo. Bilbo tries to send it back in towards Cheerio, but the clear is going to come in.
Still all-out offense from Army whenever they get the opportunity to. Go long. It's going to be Tedder. Probably the first one to this. It's going to be a hard ball to play as well. Whenever you get it in that corner, it can be so difficult to try and read. Bilbo off the back ball, but Tedder is not going to allow any sort of rebound after his little touch to take the ball away. Distan's going to be forced to just try and clear it as long as he possibly can. Still all-out offense coming out from Epsilon and Flux. I'll tell you what, he made that one
that was important.
A little bit of a heart-in-mouth moment.
Yeah, we've seen him maybe not make contact in a few of those situations. Had to do so there and just about managed to get enough on that one. Distan looking to drop it down. Sebadam's got work to do. Ball pushed back towards that backboard. Tedder's there, can't convert. Can Flux convert? No! Somehow Epsilon keep it out.
Yeah, Bilbo just gets himself in the way as quickly as possibly can. Still lots of time being played in this game. And it's just as hectic. The goals aren't there as much as it was in game 1, but it is seriously just as hectic. Tedder goes long immediately. Lovely flick. Over to the corner, and now Flux straight down to the side. There's going to be no follow-up.
No one there.
They don't need anyone there. If they put someone else forward there and that gets intercepted, that's going to go all wrong for Army. The fact of the matter is they are still creating these chances.
It was a surprise to me, just from the way that they've been playing so far, that no one was there. And look at that, Sebadam, open net. 2-2 now, and maybe they did take a risk too many.
Yeah, they've got one player demo, they've got another person all the way on the other side. And it's going to be Epsilon taking advantage. Army, I mean, we mentioned it, they were still playing as if they were losing. It's a question of, whenever we've seen Army in defense, they've looked shaky. I feel like they just went full-out offense because they knew if they went to defense, they'd probably crumble. They went for the secondary strategy, they went for plan B, which is just all-out offense, and it just hasn't quite worked. So now they've got to get themselves back on the board, score themselves that 3rd goal. Otherwise, Epsilon could get themselves back into this series.
Cheerio has a chance to create something. There's going to be an open net. No! Somehow they keep it out. The defense comes up huge. Distan now sends his one towards the far corner. Bilbo drops it down. Tedder finds the back of the net. And all-out offense is working again for Army.
Look at how far forward Tedder is here. He knows Bilbo's out of position. He knows he's going to get the chance. And now Army are back up by 1 goal. 53 seconds remaining. And if they can get this, they are going to be on match point against an Epsilon that blew everyone's expectations last week.
Unbelievable stuff here from Asus ROG Army. Epsilon, what have you got in the tank? 45 seconds or so left on the clock.
Going long, 7am. Tries to send it for Bilbo. I don't know how much boost Bilbo has got. He's going to just steal from the far side, but Tedder just launches, and that's all they need to do. That wastes 5 seconds, 5 crucial seconds off the clock, and even more since he's now able to follow it.
30 seconds left. Distan with a great challenge high up the pitch. As you say, Shogun, every single second that is worked off this clock is perfect for Asus ROG Army.
Not a single touch is with intent to score at this moment. It is just stay out of the orange side of the field.
Distan with another great challenge. Look how long this ball's been in the air here. Every second that's going, Tedder drops this one down. Here comes Cheerio, though, shot on goal. Flux positioned beautifully.
Flux pre-jumped that one. That was so risky. If it went under him, he could do absolutely nothing. But now they need the buzzer beater. It's going to go long. I don't think anyone from Epsilon can get there in time, as they've just kept it up. 7am over to Bilbo. Bilbo goes long. He went for glory. He's going to get nothing. Army, a game away from taking this win.
Oh no, please. That's the one. I mean, reset the series. What have I just seen? That handshake? What was it? I'm not sure. We'll break that one down. Maybe we'll get that on the touchscreen in a little bit. But I mean, let's talk about the important facts here, Shogun. Asus ROG Army are 2-0 up over Epsilon Esports. Who'd have thunk it?
That handshake is the least in sync I've seen them throughout this entire series.
I mean,
that is a compliment, though, because they just seem like they know what is going to happen. The game reading has been incredible. Turner, I don't think I've seen anyone as aggressive as Turner is right now. He is just all-out offense. He's in Epsilon's face all the time, and he's getting results for it. The question is, can Epsilon start to clear a little bit stronger, because that's what's catching them.
Epsilon Esports are just, I feel that they're just a little bit shook at the moment. I don't think they quite know what the answer is here, because it's a barrage.
And if Army can win this blows Group B completely open.
Yeah, it really does. It's, again, something we didn't expect, but it's something we see so many times in the Elite Series. The team who we don't expect to pull something out of the bag just blow everything open, as you say, and you can see how much it means to these guys. Look at Tedder.
He's
all
loving
smiles.
It. He's loving
all
it.
Screams.
Oh, he knows it's
And that
him.
was all me. All right, fair enough. We'll give you that.
I mean, when a team is enjoying themselves this much, it can be so important.
Infectious.
It is.
Infectious to his teammates.
It absolutely is. These guys are enjoying it. It's going to keep that momentum up heading into game number 3. Oh, there we are. I prefer that it was intentional. It looked intentional, which is fine.
It looks like we're not going to do, we're going to do something weird, but then it just kind of...
It was weird.
Yeah, that's one thing.
It was intentional weird that ended up just being weird.
Next to your CV.
I mean, for Army, this is perfect for them right now. They've got 3 games to convert.
This is the thing. Yeah, they need to convert. This is the big thing. Like, the 2 games that they've won, fantastic. You put themselves in a great position to win this series. However,
Epsilon
if
have already
they
won
lose this
game
game
5
here, and it goes to a game 5, if Epsilon can send this to a game 5 by winning this next 2 games, excuse me, then, I mean, you have to say the momentum's all going to be with Epsilon. So a lot riding on this game. I really feel like Asus ROG Army, they need to close this one out here in game number 3.
And there's one change Epsilon need to make. If they make it, they win. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen immediately. Distan continuing the Army streak of just all-out offense, stay in the best possible position. And every single time they challenge on the offensive side right now, it just seems to roll in towards like that penalty spot area that you'd expect to see it.
Just where you want it.
Now
Epsilon on the back foot here, Shogun.
Now here's the thing I want to see from Epsilon. They've got to get someone on their backboard. Every single time it goes there at the moment, they've got no one around. They can't clear immediately. And not only that, but they get poor touches that allows Army to move forward. Get someone on the backboard, remove that as an option, and force Army to think of something new.
Flux can send this one towards the corner there, trying to follow it up as well. Has to back out smartly. Cheerio sends this one towards the Army backboard. Is anyone there? 7am drops it up again. Anyone there to convert? Again, the backboard hit, but nobody quite in position to get a strike on goal there.
Flux has pre-jumped 2 saves so far. Just this is someone that could probably go into some sort of clairvoyance.
7am. Almost had a chance there. Great save again coming in from one of the Asus guys. Slightly risky there. 7am looking to convert. More like what I expected to see here from Epsilon. They're taking the fight here to Asus ROG Army.
Yeah, and they're putting this into a rotation game now. They're just holding themselves back. They're allowing themselves to move forward. But Cheerio's miss could be crucial. Instead, it's going to be followed up all the way back out. Bilbo goes straight over, but so far, Army are doing a good job at maintaining their boost control, and that boomed clear will finally relieve the pressure. Army are out. Army are hunting, looking for that second goal. Not going to happen just yet, and now maybe the counter-attack is going to move forward.
Big demo coming in from Distan, though, is going to turn the tables. Another demo comes in the middle. Flux has cleared things out here. If they can beat that last player to the ball, might have been a chance. Distan trying to follow up from Tedder. Flux again, great pass out wide there towards his teammate Tedder. Tedder again with a demo. And they're not afraid of getting the hands dirty here, the Asus ROG Army. They're picking up a lot of demos in this one. trying to put the pressure back onto Epsilon.
I say Rocket League is football but with cars. I disagree at this moment in time. This is...
Rugby.
Yeah, this is rugby with cars.
Rugby without
This is
helmets.
rugby with spiked, like, shoulders.
Yeah.
We've just improved rugby.
Writes down on Idea's pad. Cheerio drops it towards the middle. Bilbo looking to follow up now for Epsilon. Cheerio. Sebadam can't follow up, and somehow Asus ROG Army get out of this one. But the constant pressure coming in from Epsilon here, you just wonder how long it's going to take them to crack.
I mean, if they keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's not going to work out. They need those infield passes. They were almost overdoing it in game one, but now they're underdoing it now. Maybe have over-adapted to the situation they are in. Cheerio waiting for the opportunity. He can't make contact. It's crucial. Cheerio keeps missing on that wall. He's got to cut that out. With 2 minutes remaining, who would have thought Army would be winning by 1-0 after what we saw in these last few games, but they'll be very happy to take that.
Good read from Bilbo there, but Tedder is going to get, again, a long clear. Sebadam's trying to beat him to it. Does so. Just amount of boost to work with, but again, that booming clear away from Army. Tedder now going to bring it down. Let's jump into a listening very quickly with Asus ROG Army. We've seen them hype when those goals will be going, and let's hear what they sound like.
Come on, let's waste their time.
Fake challenge, I got it.
Go again, go again. I left mid boost for you if you leave.
I got you again.
I'm behind you, distance.
Okay. He's coming, shot.
Nice. Can you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, there. Middle.
Waiting.
I'm back forward, I got it.
You got it. Nice. Free, I think.
I'll push
I'm
shot.
behind you, I'm behind you.
Yeah, play safe.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm on the right side.
Great stuff here. Great stuff here. Really concise communication, but also very detailed.
Oh, that is incredible. Sebadam almost managed to try and work his way through. But time is ticking away. Those 2 minutes suddenly cut down to 1. And for Epsilon, they keep trying to go long. They keep trying to follow up. It's not working. They need to get these passing plays going. Oh, they almost got caught.
Oh, Tedder. Making Epsilon sweat here, and Epsilon Cheerio gets that clear. Sebadam sends it towards the backboard.
No way.
Tedder's no way!
Sebadam! Sebadam with the double tap! And it's a crucial one of that. That could keep Epsilon in this series.
Magic from Sebadam. He's dragging Epsilon back into this one. The double tap off the backboard. They needed something special, and he's produced.
That was absolutely sublime, but they need more magic. Epsilon have got it all to do. They've done step 1.
Sebadam's going again.
Oh,
the ball
no way.
across, and they've done it. Bilbo scores. Epsilon turn it round.
Epsilon, and more specifically Sebadam,
what a player,
is performing at his absolute best right now. But they've got to convert. 41 seconds remaining, and we've seen what Army can do when they get an opportunity to go all-out offense.
Here we go then, 40 seconds left on the clock. A reminder here that Asus ROG Army are on match point, but Epsilon in the last 15 or 20 seconds have turned this game around completely.
Flux, he's done so much damage here previously. He might have just done it again, but Sebadam is just ball carrying. He's team carrying. He's gonna be passing it off to Bilbo. Epsilon could very well be taking us to game 4.
What a series we've got on our hands here. Bilbo finds the back of the net, 3-1 now. And I am worried for the guys on Asus ROG Army, Shogun, because
it's just crumbled.
Momentum was all with them, but now how do they respond?
But this is not on them. They didn't do anything wrong. I can't point to them and say, oh, wow, they should have done this, and this. They've just been taken down.
They've been Sebadam.
Fantastic play by, as you mentioned, Sebadam, who is just performing at a level above I've ever seen him perform at. And this becomes a huge worry because Epsilon, once they start getting a player or two starting to step up, they are lethal. It's going to go long. Can Distan at least put in some sort of momentum goal for the team? And they are going to get it.
There we go. I think that's important. I really think that's important, as you say, for the momentum of the boys in orange right now. A nice little team goal there towards the end, just to restore parity, just to calm things down a little bit. Because they could have got a little bit carried away with things there. Epsilon win the game. But we are going to a game 4.
I can feel the aura of Sebadam from here. That is a powerful man right now.
It is. I feel the pheromones. Is
that
what they're called?
I mean, I don't know what to say. That might be one of the best individual performances I've seen in the Gfinity Elite Series for a singular game. But they need that to continue. Army have been the more consistent team so far, but if Sebadam can at least pull Bilbo, I mean, we've seen Bilbo and Cheerio step up to the plate before. If he can perform at that level and either one of those can step up, this could be a completely different series.
They always say the making of a great player is the ability not to perform in a game that doesn't matter so much. It's the moments, it's the big moments that people remember, and that double touch from Sebadam.
No, this is 10 seconds later.
You got to remember, they were 1-0 down on match point as well at that point. To nail that double touch, you saw it just evolve him into an absolute monster for the rest of that game, and he's going to want to get straight into this next game because he's just going to want to play some Rocket League now because he's playing phenomenal.
Yeah, you don't want to put that man on ice at this moment in time. He is so solid. And, you know, that was during happier times, unfortunately.
Never pre-celebrate.
Never. I mean, I believe, what do they say in the fighting game community? Don't stand up. Look at him, cold-hearted killer right there.
Absolute ice in Sebadam's veins. He's not worried about the series score. He's worried about the next 10 seconds in front of him, and it's set up beautifully again. Will we see a Game 5 now, Shogun? 2-1 to Asus ROG Army, but Epsilon, they're making a run of this.
This has been a sleeper series. I don't think anyone coming into this week thought that this was going to be as incredible as it is, but what a series we have been presented with by Epsilon and Army. Let's get ourselves into game number 4. Remember, Army are still on match point. If they take this, it's all over.
It is very much all over. It would be an upset from the form that we've seen these two teams in. Will Epsilon send this one to a Game 5? Will this be the series done? Game number 4 is underway.
And this is huge for Army still. If they want to make the playoffs, a 0-2 start to the season could almost end it immediately. They've got to find a way of taking this. They've got to bounce back.
Let's calm things down a little bit here. Very easy to get carried away with things. I'm sure the players are getting carried away with things as well. But we've still got 5 minutes in this game number 4.
I don't want to do calm right now.
To have a result, and it's going to be Distan who gets, it's actually Tenor, sorry, who gets the first goal on the board. We talked about how the momentum of that goal at the end of game number 3 really might have helped these guys. A goal at the start of game number 4. That's even bigger.
Yeah, and that rotation from Epsilon is so poor. They've just got themselves lined up down the left-hand side. Flux has just got to try and take it to the other side of the field, and he'll be absolutely fine. Now the follow-up, Flux wants to go from creator to scorer. Sebadam gets his touch, immediately cut out. Infield pass, it's going to be straight up to Bilbo. Both these teams happy to just go full-out offense. Distan, straight up to Bilbo. This could drop down very dangerously, but it's going to be a crucial touch there from Distan.
Cheerio gets the touch, though.
Oh, no way.
Sends it towards goal, and Epsilon tied things up. A little bit of a shaky touch there in the middle. Presented Bilbo with that opportunity.
Now remember, Bilbo in game 4 and 5 last week was when he really started to shine. He was very quiet towards the beginning of those series, but then he started to really let himself be known, and Epsilon, they need that right now. They've tied this up nice and early.
Cheerio wins the kickoff here. Flux now, sidewall. Gonna be challenged high up the pitch by Sebadam. Distan beats him to the ball though. Cheerio now. 3 players from Epsilon on this side of the pitch at the moment. Tedder, Flux had a chance to maybe create a little bit of something special there, but Distan following this one up. Should be an easy clear here to Bilbo.
Yeah, 0 booster on Cheerio. You know you wanted to try and follow and go for the drop down. Bilbo straight for the shot. That was a poor touch to drop it down, but that was an even better save. Distan goes long. He's got no passing option. It's going to be all Epsilon on the offensive side. Every time I see Sebadam on that ball, he could be dangerous. He could be dangerous here. Army are making a lot of defensive mistakes right now. They've got to try and clean this up, otherwise they will be caught. No one
Flux,
there.
though. Flux sent it towards goal, and they've gone back into the lead.
Epsilon went all out. They thought that that was their opportunity. And instead, it just takes one block. And that's all it takes for Army to take the lead.
And look at the reaction. No over-celebration here. I think that game 3 has kind of brought them back down to earth. They know that there's a long way to go in this game 4.
Are we going to get another game 1 scoring spree? Or can Army finally lock down that defense? Going to go up high, Sebadam, that's going to be too far for him. He's going to get something on it, but it's not going to be much to create. Another poor touch, though. Army so defensively frail at times. But it has also been what has caught out Epsilon as they move forward too far again.
Here goes Flux!
It's just going to be beautiful as he moves forward. Set up for Tenor! 3-1! And the upset could be on the cards.
They've got 1 foot firmly planted in the upset box right now. Asus ROG Army 3-1 up now. 3 minutes 10 left on the clock though. Still time for Epsilon to make it.
No change. Left side.
And once again, it's Flux on the dribble. He just rips and tears at the Epsilon defense.
Bilbo. Tedder gets the clear now. Epsilon, what have you got? You've shown that you can turn these games around. But at 3-1, there's got to be some real cohesion coming to the fore here. They've struggled so far in this season as Cheerio goes forward now. Distan gets the important touch away. Sebadam towards that backboard. Doesn't have any boost to work with, though. So unfortunately for him, he's going to have to back out.
The thing is, Epsilon have been caught too far forward way too many times. Now they've got to do it. Bilbo! That is absolutely incredible! 3-2, and Epsilon just will not give up.
What an angle from Bilbo, found by Cheerio, and you have to take your chances when they're there, even if it's a half chance. Epsilon Esports now down by 1.
2.5 minutes remaining, and for a traditional game of Rocket League, 2 goals is usually enough. This is anything but a traditional game of Rocket League. Epsilon and Army have turned this into a series to a war. And now we're going to see the pass. Bilbo puts it up high. Is there any boost on Army to clear? Yes, there absolutely is.
Sebadam looks to push this one back out towards Bilbo. Has no boost to work with himself now. But Cheerio keeps the pressure on. Here comes Bilbo. Big block comes in, though, from Asus ROG Army.
It is all Epsilon on the offense. Army looking for their opportunity to counter-attack. These clears keep going long. That is an absolutely fantastic one. Court to court from Army. And Epsilon have got to try and find a way of opening this up one more time. Bilbo's touch is poor. Follow-up coming in from Distan.
Distan
Not like this!
Oh, for all the great quality stuff we've seen so far in this game, it would be such a shame for a game to be decided by a poor touch like that from Bilbo. It's unfortunate.
He's got to pull himself up.
But they're going to take it.
We talked last week about Sebadam as a leader, that he needs to be the leader on this team. He has got to get in Bilbo's head right now and say, it's all good, we've got 2 minutes, we can still turn this around.
Standout player last week. Moments like that, though, can bring him back down to earth very, very quickly. We talked about consistency being the key here in the Elite Series. It's a longer season than you think. You have to perform week on week. And Epsilon now, they're in position where they have to score 2 goals with just 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock to send this to overtime.
Pre-jump, oh, Bilbo, that was so brave. If he misses that pre-jump save, he is out, but Sebadam just took the ball away from him. And it was a poor touch at that. It's gone all wrong. It's gone completely wrong. Epsilon, I said they needed to trust each other. I said they needed to talk to each other and let each other know that we're here. Sebadam just took the ball away from Bilbo. And that could be the end.
That could well be the end. I mean, it's a shame that the mistakes, but this is a perfect example of what pressure can do to a team, Shogun. Everyone in the series expecting Epsilon to win. They come off the back of lifting a trophy in the middle of the week.
I mean, this is the hottest team we've got in the tournament right now. This is the team that is doing the most and achieving the most. And they're on the verge of losing to an Army team that only scored twice last week. Although this could be a huge opportunity.
Sebadam scores!
And it's got to go in.
Sebadam bundles it home. I believe it was Bilbo who sent it up towards the back post. Tedder again not making contact. Mistakes starting to show on both sides of the camp here.
This is such a crumbly game of Rocket League, a floppy game of Rocket League.
Game of Rocket League right now.
Mistakes galore. Army have got to keep themselves as offensive as possible, I think, right now. If you put them on defense, they are going to crumble. These long clears helping out. Tedder off the backboard. Going to be followed up again, but now Flux is going to miss. Sebadam, he's got options forward, but he just clears it. He's trying to see if there's a mistake available, and it absolutely is not. Bilbo looking for the infield, but he can't get to Cheerio. Another mistake being made. Bilbo! No contact from Bilbo!
Oh,
that was the
chance.
Such
a big chance. Such a big chance here. Epsilon keep the pressure on. Cheerio's just hovering, waiting for a mistake. Flux doesn't make great contact on that. 30 seconds left on the clock. Cheerio sends it towards net. Distan just about gets the save.
Off the backboard. Should be followed up from Sebadam. He's going to find it over
the post.
Follow-up shot is in. 16 seconds left. Do you believe?
16 seconds left for Epsilon to send this to a game at number 5. They're throwing everything here at Asus ROG Army.
They've thrown the shots, they've thrown the passes. Next thing up is to throw the computer itself. 16 seconds left. Epsilon need one more chance. They're going to get it immediately. Off the side. Distance touch is not phenomenal. So it's a Sebadam. He goes long, looking for the mistake. There's going to be a demo as well. Bilbo, he's got the infield option. Takes it. Sebadam! Oh!
That was the chance for Epsilon. They couldn't take it.
Oh my goodness, what a game of Rocket League this has been. It's still not over.
Bilbo's
touch
there it
won't
is.
be enough.
There it is. Asus ROG Army get the win. But talk about the finest of margins. At the end of that game, they win the series 3-1. We weren't expecting a series quite as entertaining as that, Shogun, but my word, that delivered.
Wow. For those of you at home, just stand up, sort of shake it all out a little bit and breathe, because I don't think anyone in this building has taken a breath for the last 30 minutes. That is some of the best and most entertaining Rocket League I have ever seen. That was incredible, lads.
Yeah, that was absolutely unbelievable. We talk about entertainment. We had everything. We had magic. We had mistakes.
I'm out at this point.
What else could you want? And it's so vital for Asus ROG Army to bounce back in the way that they just did against Epsilon. Nobody predicted them, right? No one here predicted them, apart from me, to win that series. But they've done it, Shogun.
They've absolutely done it. They've managed to turn it around. They've finally got that win. It's so crucial. We are going to be talking now to Ariel, and I believe she's with Stumpy.
I mean, I need to lie down after that. I don't know about you. We were up here on the platform like, that last game was unreal, wasn't it?
That was mad. I thought it was going to maybe potentially be a comeback, and it was so close at the end with Sebadam's shot. It just went wide.
I whispered to you, I was like, do you think they can score another goal in 15 seconds? And you're like,
it's been known.
It's been known.
It's been known to be Rocket League.
I like that Shogun went, I mean, they've thrown everything at it. All they've got left is to throw the computer at it. I'm glad that they didn't do that. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about some of the goals that we saw in there. What an incredible match that was. And commiserations to Epsilon, because they held on until the bitter end. What goal are we going to look at from that game?
Okay, so we're going to be looking at an Army goal where we saw Distan score, unfortunately, from an Epsilon mistake with a bump at the back.
Oh, I mean, get them whilst they're down.
I know, I'm so sorry. So you see, straight off, it's Sebadam clearing to the side, but Distan's read it really nicely. As it comes central, Tader, I thought he was going to get a touch, but in the end, it's literally Bilbo, Cheerio, right behind, and they just get a bump. So I'm just going to rewind it just a touch.
Why does that happen then? Were they just not watching each other?
So Bilbo, as he sort of started to move his way, I'm going to use a lot of these tools now, so why not? There's some numbers.
Ooh.
So there's those guys there. Cheerio's starting to come out from the back post, so he's rotating really nicely. Basically, want to be pushing for a back post rotation so that you can almost conveyor belt round into the sort of defence. Bilbo started to move this way and then has come back in. And so he's confused it a little bit. There. I think it's because he's seen Sebadam there. He can't get the boost that Sebadam is on. So in the end, starts to come back round. Distan has dropped it. I think he was going for a nice big shot.
Yeah.
In the end, Tader thinks he can potentially get to it and maybe sort of dunk it off his roof or just touch it nicely underneath them.
Yeah.
In the end, it's just a case of Cheerio runs straight into Bilbo. See it again.
Oh, no.
It's unfortunate.
It wasn't the finest moment, was it?
Ultimately, it was unfortunately an error from Bilbo. I think starting to move out, and then he comes back in, completely throws off Cheerio in the process, and Cheerio bonks him straight out of the way.
Would you say that's your favourite goal from that whole game?
I'd say it's one of the funnier ones, not the favourite one. Sebadam had a very nice one.
Sebadam had a very nice one. There you go. Back to you, Tom, over the desk. Find out what you guys have got to say about that game.
Thank you very much. One of the funnier ones. Shogun is very tired after that.
It's all good.
It definitely had everything. What a series. What a game. You said it, Shogun. You said that was so much fun, and I hope that you watching it felt that fun. It was neck and neck. It was back and forth. I said, can Army score goals? Can they score goals? That was answered.
I mean, good Rocket League is very fun to watch. But when Rocket League gets a little bit crazy, when you start getting those mistakes happening, it's even better to watch. And we just saw it there. When it gets a little bit tense and everyone's sort of throwing everything at each other, it's way, way more interesting.
It was beautiful for the neutral. Talk to me about Game 4, Damascus. It had everything. You know, Epsilon are back into it, potentially. It's 2-1 at this stage in the series, and goals galore.
It had absolutely everything. And I mean, the main thing is, like, it was such a lack of control that when we started to believe that the Army had control, Epsilon just came back of nowhere and just continued putting the pressure on. Everything could have changed off like a little touch at the end of the game as well. That's like pure fun to watch.
Now, week 1 Army, they're a shadow of this side. This team, yes, they let in goals, but what's the difference, Shogun, with them?
They took on a team that is reasonably newly formed in the form of Epsilon, and they recognize, okay, these guys haven't got the experience together. We can turn this into something a little bit more crazy in forms of a series. And Epsilon, I think, fell into the trap. They are definitely the better rotating team. Outside, if this was a little bit more disciplined, they probably should have taken this, but they fell into the trap of just having a punching war with Army, and Army were just able to outshoot. I mean,
every single player on the pitch was shooting incredibly well, but it also has to be said, every single player was capable of a huge defensive blunder.
Yeah, now, previously, I was thinking about, I was like, how are they going to deal with a player that they didn't have in this week, Taz, but he had 9 saves last week. You put in Flux, who has 10 saves, but more importantly, goals win you games. Talad had 7, Distan had 7, and that is what it means to them. And I was going to ask you this, they seemed fired up for it. They came onto the stage, into the arena, pumped. I'm not saying that Epsilon's cheerio and Sebadam looked a bit lackluster without enthusiasm. Army wanted it, they communicated it. Was that the secret?
I mean, we got an opportunity to hear multiple times their communication. They were very sharp. They were talking all the time. It was like the energy they had was carrying into the game. I absolutely agree with that. Yeah. Like I said, you can see how much it means to them. Flux, coming in this week, was massive. He was tearing apart the Epsilon defense whenever he had the ball on his hood. And it meant so much because he was assisting, he was setting up everything for his teammates.
Yeah, how do you bottle this, Damascus? Because they take on Fnatic next week. How do you bottle it and then just open the can of whoop next week? How do you do that?
I think they figured out that at least that may be the best roster to start with, these 3. I mean, unfortunate for Taz, but Flux played absolutely amazing 10. He was so good on an offensive role. I think they just need to just close those defensive blunders. You mentioned them. We've seen a lot of mistakes on defense. And a team like Fnatic as well, they will punish them for sure. Well, I mean, we've seen them last week, the quality of these players. They just need to fix that. The offense is good. We've seen it today. The defense will have to be worked on for next week.
Okay, well, listen, gentlemen, I love your opinions on it, but I want to know what the crowd think. You can come down for free and sit there. Ariel, what is this crowd saying about that game?
Well, I was just asking the gentleman to my left here, have you ever heard of a can of whip before?
No, I haven't.
No, Tom, we don't know what you're talking about, can of whips. Did you enjoy that game? You said you were rooting for Epsilon, right?
Yeah, I was.
Who's your favourite player in Epsilon?
Bilbo.
He played well, right?
Yeah, he did.
Disappointed that they didn't win it against Army?
Yes,
yeah.
I was.
You've been here since this morning, haven't you? You had some pizza?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. I'm going to come to these 2 gentlemen over here. Is this your first time to our Rocket League arena?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, a lot.
Who were you rooting for in that last game?
Roma. The
Army.
The Army, yeah.
You glad they've won?
Yeah,
Did you do a bit of a victory dance?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can I see it?
No.
No? Who's your friend over here? No? He's just totally left me hanging there, haven't you? Thanks very much now. I'm going to reach over to you. Were you rooting for Army as well?
Yes.
I've got a very important question to ask you, because earlier I saw you had a good setup. You had your fizzy drinks, you've had your pizza, but you've got desserts now, haven't you? You've got a little pick and mix. Have you saved me a sweet?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great. I'm going to get that from you now. Thanks very much. Glad that you're a team 1 today. Would you come back again?
Yeah.
Excellent. See, there you go. They come back again. And if you want to get involved, then all you have to do is head to gfinity.com/tickets. It's free, and you get some free pizza. What more do you want? Back to you, Tom.
I hope I'll get to the commentary.
Obviously, kind of whoop is not available everywhere. But if you do want to come down, please do, because then you can deny Ariel any moments where she said, "Will you dance me?" You can just look at the camera and go, "No." So you can do that. Make sure you come down here. Right, I want to move on to our 3rd match of the day. You've got Nordavind taking on Hashtag. Nordavind, first sort of a moment for them to come off a bye week and show us what they've got. Al Dente Data Gods Miller. Tell me about these fillers. That was awful. That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, it was.
I've sort of got used to it now. I literally just ignored that even.
I know you do. That's why I'm not allowed in with the crowd, because the jokes would fail badly.
But this is a team that I think everyone is low-key scared of coming into this season. They're not the favourites by any stretch of the imagination, but they're a team that is picking up results on the online scene. It's just a question of whether or not they can now transfer that onto this LAN setting. They're going to be taking on Hashtag, who looked incredible last week, but Data's the one I'm looking out for here. Data has got like that level up that we don't see from him often. It's like once every 5 games, but he's got ultra data and he can be so scary.
When you've got data, it is a good thing to have. The ultra data, I've never heard of that. But obviously he's a season pro, season 1, season 2, season 3. He's moved around for different teams. Obviously Al Dente, his partner today, played for Infuse back in season 2 with the one and only Mr. Doomsy. But what do you make of data?
So much data on this screen. Like there's data, and then there's physical data. I mean, that's the top tier analysis that I'm going to give you.
However,
so that's what you're looking for.
It is. However, his data has declined.
It has, yeah. It's noticeable here. You can see, obviously, we have to keep an eye on, like, how many games were potentially played here. This is one thing that we can't see. But season 1,
he was a bit of a monster in Season 1, and we're looking for him to return to that level. It's all about just finding a lineup that he's comfortable in, I think, and hopefully he can do that here on this Nordavind lineup.
Okay, when we talk about data, we talk about reception. Will he get the reception today? Now, noticing his stats, he's taking the shots, but not scoring that many goals. Is that a weakness of his gameplay?
Absolutely not. As long as he gets those shots and he can make them even remotely dangerous, it sets up the rest of the team. Shooting percentage is not really that important in Rocket League. If you turn around and saying, okay, he's scoring 50% of the goals or even 15% of the goals, as long as his team is following up, it's usually pretty good. Usually the players that have got a higher shooting count actually leads to more assists than it does goals.
Ooh. Dangerous shooting as opposed to just shooting for the sake of
it. I mean, it's not like it's not like real football where you can push the ball out and like go for a corner. If you save the ball in Rocket League, it's still in play. You're still under pressure. That's exactly what those shots are supposed to be.
You're creating pressure, essentially, aren't you? Yeah. And Data's one of those players who can create pressure for his team. So even though the shots are coming in on goal, look for his teammates to be the ones who are actually scoring them.
Okay, perfect. Gentlemen, I'd like to hear from the man himself. He is with Ariel right now.
Tom, I've come to the players' warm-up room. Now, this is where they go before they take to the stage upstairs, and this is where they really get that practice. And we heard Renat Vitality mention it earlier when I spoke to them after they just won, that the 15-20 minutes before they go on stage is really, really vital to them. So I'm going to annoy you, Data. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? You're practicing hard here, but I just want to break it down for me. What exactly are you working on before you go up onto the stage?
Nothing specific, just mechanics. Warming up, making sure my fingers are warm.
Making sure your fingers warm. Do you actually have to do that?
Yeah.
Really?
Cold fingers is like the biggest disadvantage.
Really? Earlier, Pashi said that the 15-20 minutes just before a game is really important for them as a team. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Warm up and practice.
We didn't see you last week.
No.
You had a week off. Do you think that puts you in good stead for today because you're feeling energized and ready to win?
I am, yeah.
Yeah? You sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? I feel like you're not that enthusiastic. Is it because are you struggling to multitask here?
A little bit.
Don't worry, I couldn't do this either. I pretended to play Rocket League earlier with Vitality and he quickly kicked me off stage. Quick prediction, I mean, I know they're only over there staring you down whilst you chat to me. Do you think you've got what it takes to beat hashtag today?
Yeah, definitely.
What's the score?
I don't know, 3-0, 3-1 maybe.
3-0, 3-0. Dimsy disagrees, he's booing in the background. I'll leave you to warming up your hands again. He says, a lot of practice makes perfect. People say it all the time, Tom.
They do indeed. Cold fingers really are a disadvantage. Don't chat to Data when
Data
he's
really wanted to be left alone there, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, you know when someone's just not giving you anything, it's like, yeah, let me play. Please let me play.
I've had years of experience of talking to ladies and they don't like being talked to, but they don't say go away. But that was a classic sort of situation where Data was like, please leave, because I need to crack on with this. Now, Ariel did say in the background, Doomsy was there saying that is not going to happen at 3-0. I want to talk about hashtag. They've got a coach, and what a coach they have got behind the scenes.
I mean, we're talking about Doomsy, we're talking about Data. These are former teammates coming together, and they're going to be on opposite sides this time around. But Doomsy's coaching seems to be doing very well, but overall, you got to say, last week we saw the debut of EXO. And EXO, I mean, I don't think I've seen a debut like that. That man put some work in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was absolutely phenomenal last week. I think a lot of us were discussing afterwards when we were talking about MVPs, and I think all of us sort of had him in our conversations about MVP, and what a way to announce yourself again to the Elite Series. It was a great performance, but again, it was a team effort. He was fantastic. He was the standout player, but that's not taking anything away from the way that Rafa and Jacob played. I mean, every single player stepped up.
Now, it does say there on the sort of information that you've seen on the screen right now, EXO, we talked about Shogun, he's going from a 1v1 to step up to a 3v3. It's very difficult, but you said he was the one to watch. Did he impress you?
Oh, he's absolutely impressed me. I think what really helps is the team environment that he's on. You've got Doomsy, you've got Jacob, you've got Rafro. If you're not smiling whilst you're playing with that lot, there is something wrong, because they are probably the most welcoming team that we've got in the Elite Series. They're very fun to be around. You can already see here, they've always got smiles on their faces. I think they'll be doing that even if they are losing, and that gives you a lot of confidence when you move forward into games, because you could be 1 or 2 goals down, you're still having a good time, you've still got the chance to turn it around. 6
goals for the main man, EXO, and also 6 saves as well, so he's all about that. Is that why it's difficult from going from 1v1 to 3v3? I just want to break that down for a second.
So, a lot of 1v1 players that we see move into threes actually always have a lot of saves. That seems to be a consistent key. Scrub Killer in the RLCS last season.
That's their role. They find that the comfortable role.
It's because in ones you're spending a lot of time. You're either offense or you're on defense. There is no in between, and you get used to having to save every single possible shot coming towards you. That makes them very solid at positioning. So if you ever bring a ones player into your team, you know you've got defense covered. It's actually usually the offense you have to ease them into a little bit more.
So 6 goals. He didn't need any easing in.
No.
He was ready to roll. How is he feeling this week, Ariel? You've got a little chat with him right now in the tunnel, haven't you?
I'm having a lovely time up here, Tom. I'm here with Issa for the first time. It's the first time we've ever spoken. I've just ribbed you for your name, haven't I?
Yeah, she just made fun of me.
I thought it's because maybe you'd seen a mouse and you'd gone eek and then went so.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You made some debut last week, young man. How are you feeling about here being at Gfinity, playing for Hashtag?
Honestly, it's amazing. Like, getting the opportunity to play on stage is something I never thought I'd get. Like, I've been grinding for honestly more than 2 years now, and to actually show myself is pretty big to me.
Well, and you guys are a real new team as well, aren't you? You've only been playing together for, what, like 3 weeks?
3 weeks, 4 weeks, yeah. I didn't get told about Doomsday not being able to play till 3 weeks ago. We've been practicing quite a lot, though, to be fair, so, you know. It's nothing new. We still practice a lot.
We know a lot about Doomsday here in this show, but tell me something maybe that we don't know. What is he really like? Has he got like something that like, you know, like some hidden thing, like a skeleton in the closet?
He's cute.
Aww. I mean, I wasn't asking for that, but I'll take that.
Yeah.
Quick prediction from you today. Do you think this is a tough matchup?
Nah, it's 3-0.
Really? You guys are giving it the big time. Also, I want to say, you were asking me earlier about camera technique, and I was like, I'll just give it a bit of a wink. Show us your camera wink. Look at that, guys. He's got it. So well done for last week. Let's hope it continues this week. You can go over to your players now and get ready.
There you go. Well, there you go. Issa, what a confidence. 16 years of age, grinding in the Rocket League scene for 2 years, and now he gets the opportunity to show what he's got, and he's definitely done that. But he seems more like a veteran. The way he talks, he's with such confidence.
Also, a GIF has just been born. Like, we just saw one created there. It's like every time that he scores, someone on Twitter is going to put that underneath it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes he said, you know, he's been waiting for 2 years for this opportunity. He's been grinding 2 years for the game. Sometimes you watch a lot of other players and what they do, and you kind of recreate that when you get that opportunity, and you can work out how you want to represent yourself and what you want to say. And I always love it when players come out and they're confident. That's one thing I love. He's come out there and he said, we're going to win 3-0. Like, I love that. I think anyone should be coming out and saying 3-0. Even if they don't think they're going to win 3-0, tell your team. Yeah. Like, you're saying it out loud. Believe you're going to win 3-0.
Perception is projection. Hopefully Data's got warm fingers. What's the prediction, Shogun?
3-2 to
Game 5?
Hashtag.
And yourself on set?
I'm going 3-1 Hashtag.
Okay, well, there you go. It's time to welcome out the boys that they've not gone for. It's Nordavind. We have Data, Aldente, and Godsmiller.
You've been waiting around long enough. The moment is here, you better stand up. It's time. You better stand up.
Well, there you go. On the desk, they are hot favourites from Onset and Shogun, but will they deliver? It's time to welcome out for Hashtag JGP, Rafro, and Esports! There you go. I'm going to take a quick walk across. The players are in place. Welcome back. We're right here with you. This is matchup 3. Gentlemen, I was impressed by Ixo. But he said 3-0. Do you reason Rocket League players don't say they're going to win so easily because they're trying to be humble? Is that what it is?
Mate, everyone's quite nice in the scene, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're normally lovely guys. Ixo, by the way, is great on camera. I want him to do more things.
He's brilliant. I'm worried about my job.
He whacked out
Are you worried about your
as well.
job for it?
Sorry?
What, you worried about your job?
What, because he did a better wink than me?
Yes.
Potentially.
Good luck.
Okay.
Potentially.
Okay, now listen, they're saying it's a Hashtag sort of win here today. Do you agree, or do you think Nordavind have got the ability and the talent?
Well, me and Damascus actually disagree on this. So I reckon Nordavind, personally. I don't know what the score will be, but I think Nordavind.
Yeah, I said a 3-2 for Hashtag. And we're going to have Stumpy being the hipster with his vote on
He's such a hipster.
Although, to be honest, it's like it was hard to choose, but Hashtag was so convincing last week. And Nordavind is a bit still of an unknown factor right now because we haven't seen them that much, this team. It's going to be interesting to see that.
Indeed. I thought Army weren't going to win. They did, so I'm going to go with Nordavind with you, my man. Enjoy this third game.
Right, so Tom's with me,
I
which
feel
it's not a great
today.
place to be when the only person who agrees with you is Tom.
It is.
But
I feel left out today, man. Like, it was all about fairy picks here. I can't follow. Now it's about that hashtag. Of course, my brother there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Bold
Thank
Brothers
you.
and
Thank you.
Roundhead Brothers. So, obviously, what we've got coming up, hashtag versus Nordavind. So, I'm not too sure what the score will be, but honestly, there's a reason why they're all scared of Nordavind. That seems to be the team to say they're potentially the underdogs.
Yeah, I mean, these are 3 players that are experienced on the scene. I mean, I've personally seen them a lot on community online tournaments, and they usually do really well. So it's a team that, the force that has to be reckoned with. But the question is, will hashtag confirm after a very convincing first week? Can they make it happen again, Stumpy?
Yeah, incredible week that they had. Fantastic win for them, 3-0. Like I said, it was the most convincing win we have seen hashtag, I think, ever take. It was fantastic. One overtime in the final game. Didn't fall to arm in the end. Hashtag obviously reigning supreme. But will they be able to carry that on? Will Ixo show the magic that he managed to eke out in the first week?
Ooh, good one. I like
Thanks,
that.
man.
And Godsmila with the first shot and straight to it. 37 seconds in, and the first goal for Nordavind. We were talking about the team potentially being announced for us on the Gfinity Elite Series, but they are setting it straight away. First goal, Nordavind.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, I think, why they're so scared. They don't necessarily know what to expect. We know that Smilla is such a strong character, like you say, in the community tournaments. Data has been all around the Elite Series, as has Al Dente. Yeah. It's how they all end up linking together. We saw yesterday, on Thursday, in the Thunderdome. In the semi-finals, they lost to Reason. It was a fairly close series. Obviously, Reason took it in the end. But the fact that they got that far is really, really promising for this team.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see hashtag putting pressure, trying to get that first goal, all not happening yet. It's another offense for Nordavind, not making it work. Jakey with a good defensive play there, trying to stay on that side of the field, but not happening yet. Jakey still looks like he's going to be the one on defense today, just leaving Ixo to make magic happen, and Raffo maybe being the glue between these 3 players. Another one for Jakey and another pass potentially not happening. Data gets it, and no clear big miss by Data. Raffo gets the shot, and that's going to be the equalizer from Raffo. Big mistake from Data there.
Raffro, very tall Scottish lad. He actually goes up against me in terms of height. I think we're about the same.
Yeah.
I won't say either of us are a clear winner, but within Rocket League, in theory, he's better than me. So that's why he scored that, and why I probably would have missed and then had no boost to return.
Only in theory. Who's playing and who's on the microphone right now?
I don't like how you're typically right, Damascus. It upsets me every single time. 1-1 though, between Nordavind and the hashtag. 3.5 minutes remaining. Looking like fairly even pressure throughout as well. Not seen too many chances for more goals to be emerging.
No chat, both teams still on the observation round now, not taking too many risks and just trying to push each other to a mistake. Data could not get that shot in, but a backward pass to Godsmila does not get it on target. Can Alese finish it? No, big save by Ixo, and a demo behind for Raffro to get a shot from Data. Not happening, another save, narrowly alive. Oh! My God, they still stay alive. Hashtag with an amazing defensive play, keeping it even and potentially getting an opportunity as the shot not working yet.
They were some fantastic saves. Off the goal line twice. Again, the Nordavind offense going off that crossbar. We saw Smilla's first goal go in off the crossbar. This one not being quite as fortunate for them. Great defense, great composure. Ixo going to try and work his way up this right wing. Use those 1v1 skills for good. We saw his fantastic goal last week, where he swept round it, took 2 Army players out of the play entirely, ended up just flicking it in, securing their 3-0 win in the end. Approaching the 2-minute mark, Jakey sending long, finds Godsmila on that backboard, who clears it over the top. Data sends it central. Jakey is going to stay on this, has no boost though to move too much further forward. Just gets it weak in the centre. Ixo getting the demo on Dente. Smilla now pressured, has to keep the ball in the air. Off that backboard, but Dente reading it again. So many chances to go off his backboards, not always working. Data, what a save. Dente following up off the line.
And what a save again, both teams putting danger in front, but the defense has been solid so far. Ixo's gonna try to get past Al Dente, not working yet as it goes straight to the corner. Both of the players are there, can I get a shot? No! Data again with another save, still keeping it safe. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining, and he's getting hot in front of the goals.
Ixo is being so aggressive whenever he can be. I think normally, because he plays his wands, he has only got 1 target. That's triple. He's got so many targets he can bump. He's having a great time.
Definitely having a field day so far. Dente with the pass and a good interception again by Ixo, forcing Godsmila to go away with no boost. Can he make contact? He does, and gives it straight away to Raffro. Al Dente again behind Rafa, trying to be offensive, but Ixo being demoed means potentially the end for this offensive phase.
People potentially wondering why we've not got Doomsy on here. Unfortunately, he has got an injury, meaning that he can't play for the first few weeks of the Elite Series. It's going to be up to him to decide whether he then steps in as a captain within game and not just out of game being their coach, or, depending on the results, is Ixo the one to be taking over that spot on the main roster?
Yeah, and I mean, having Doomsy as a coach is a great plus. You know, you have someone who's extremely good at motivating, always thinking positive as well. It's great to have someone like this to just keep you on track. So I like Doomsy as a coach as well.
Yeah, I said in the first week, Doomsy, I think, is a better coach than player personally, and thus far it's shown.
Yeah, we'll see what he can make happen. 20 seconds remaining. We may be headed towards our first overtime, but Aldente with a shot. Data gets it, and I say goal from Data. 15 seconds remaining, and Nordavind takes a strong option for game 1.
It wouldn't be a Nordavind goal if it didn't come off the crossbar, apparently.
Yeah.
So Smiller's had his chance. Data that time, sinking it after Dente just tips it over the top. 15 seconds remain now. Is this going to be Nordavind's game 1, or can Hashtag eke it back and get a goal for themselves? Eek's now challenging 35 boost on this left wall, trying to go for the ceiling pinch just to get it central. Dente misses. Chance for Jacoby to go in, but not enough boost to get there. Will steal that 100 from behind Data. Eek so high, Jacoby going to use that 100. Gets it in the middle. Is allowed to drop by Nordavind, and now going to secure game at number 1, 2 goals to 1.
Really solid one by Nordavind, and it's been quite an interesting game because I feel no team really had control at any time. It really was back-to-back offense between these two. Lots of amazing saves we've seen on that first game. In the end, Nordavind got that final goal, but very honestly, they really need to keep that momentum up because Hashtag is still a threat.
Yeah, I think largely in that game, it was unremarkable. We had some really nice saves in the middle. Obviously, Smiller getting that first goal, and crossbar seems to be the flavour of the day if you are on Nordavind. I'm afraid a bit of a cheeky one underneath the defence, but those saves on this play, Ixo gets it off the line, Raffro then off the line again, and in front of it, Jacob comes in. All 3 players being instrumental to keep it 1-1, right up until it ends up being 15 seconds remaining. Dente crossbar, Data in.
Yeah, great one as well. 3 players involved in that goal there to get the second one. Nordavind in. Hashtag still very solid. It's going to be an important second game, obviously. You want to go 2-0 as soon as possible and get that strong option. But knowing Hashtag, you can see how passionate they are. They're actually part of the loud teams out there. So I like to see a loud team just doing well.
It was basically a battle of the loudness last time. When it was Army versus Hashtag, they were both screaming at every single opportunity. With Doozy behind you, you're going to struggle to be quiet. He has got such electric chemistry with whoever he is having a chat with, and if he is behind you and he's giving you fist bumps, he's patting you on the back, that is such a great place to be.
It is a great place to be. That's why you need a good coach who can just motivate you. We've seen Gregan, we've seen Doc Moretti as well being really good.
I thought you said great coaches. You said Gregan and great coaches. Was that a mistake?
I thought about something else.
Yeah, sorry,
Sorry, I will do it again, Stumpy.
No worries.
Let's go for it. Game 2, Nordavind against Hashtag United. Nordavind got that first game, and Ixo trying straight away to put the pressure on. Not working yet. Raffo getting the clear on Aldente, trying to find that backboard pass. Not working with Jakipu. Still on the defense, and Ixo taking the ball. We want to see a bit more from Ixo. On that first game, he was not really able to make any offensive play happen. Let's see if he can do it on game 2.
I mean, last week in game 2, he got 4 goals to his name. He's second top goal scorer now, tied with Cassio. Is he going to be adding any more to that tally? Data!
And the crossbar!
Adding 1 more to the tally, along with an assist from the crossbar.
The crossbar is the 4th man on the team so far for Nordavind. Has been working great, and you can see that double commit on defense on Hashtag United side, which unfortunately was paid in cash with a goal straight away from Nordavind. Again, early lead for them, and Hashtag having to run after the scoreboard.
Smiller getting around the side of the final defender in the form of Jakipu. Raffro, I don't know if he got a very slight touch there or no touch at all, but scary regardless. Dente pressuring on Jakipu in this corner. Raffro taking over, pulling him off it. Smiller very high. The goal is open. Oh, Jakey, great idea there. Knows it's going to be cleared central, so doesn't go to attack the ball. Attacks where the ball is going to be, so he can, in theory, get a pinch at the net. I love that idea. Shame it didn't work. I hope we're going to see more of that ingenuity.
Yeah, good pass there, just cut by Aldente, and Gotsmila will be able to get the clear, but Jakey is there to get the pass going. Not a great pass. Gotsmila will be able to potentially get another one. Still chased by Raffro. Nordavind putting the pressure on that orange side.
anytime it seems to be rolling around these side walls, Nordavind are getting control. Maybe Hashtag need to be sending this a little bit more central. Just thinking that if they can get it a little bit more central, they're stopping all of the almost walls of defense by the halfway line in the form of Nordavind. Maybe get some passes out that don't involve those walls. Data starts to retreat back as Smiller makes his way forwards. Ixo left wall, finds Jacobu on target for very weak Data, easily able to clear up. Just seems to be whenever they get the chance at the net, which is few and far between, they are not taking them fast enough.
Yeah, definitely, and a good shot there by Data, no one able to get in target back to Ixo's control it is, but Ixo completely out of boost. Kind of hope that the boost would come back right on time, but not happening yet. He still manages to make the challenge. Smiller with a save, and Al Dente able to put it out of Jakey's hands. Raffro wants to put the pressure on, but it's back for Godsmiller.
Bit of a slow game this. We've seen one goal off Support for Nordavind thus far, but no other opportunities emerging for either team. Jacobu and Ixo bumping in the centre. Not quite as bad as when Distan had his shot and we saw Bilbo and Cheerio bump, leading to a goal. So they're going to be thankful for that. Drops really nice and low, but Ixo there to catch. Gets it over to, will go for the block again. So strong with his 50-50s is Ixo. That is that 1v1 prowess coming out, where he sends his ball, sorry, when he sends his car through the centre mass of the ball. So typically it will be going in his favour.
Yeah, it's definitely a great quality to be a great ones player, and Ixo knows all about it. It's going to be Raffro trying to get the pass to Jakey, not working yet. Again, Data vigilant. Nordavind has been very solid, and Ixo this time is going to try to make it happen. A good cut, but no one of the goals, not the best of clears there. And once again, Hashtag evens it up to Jakey.
Data, sorry, Dente and Smiller going up. Dente with the first touch, goes off Smiller to hit the ceiling. Jacobu, very, very easy cleanup. 1-1 now. Over half of the time has gone. Only 2 minutes will remain. Are we going to be seeing Hashtag's first win to hopefully keep them towards the top end of that table?
Yeah, definitely an important game there for both teams. And Godsmiller getting that first ball for Al Dente. No one to get it after allowing Raffro to get the clean. And Raffro still keeps the ball. Gonna try to set a pass, but a great demo by Godsmiller. Stops him straight in his momentum. He's gonna try to get another pass. But both teams extremely aggressive here, trying to just intercept the passes as soon as possible. Nothing happening yet as Raffro still keeps the pressure on, but no great pass happening so far.
Not too much going on in terms of team play here. As I say that, two members from Hashtag end up challenging the ball when they don't need to. Two going again. Ixo maybe getting a little bit of a trigger finger here, trying to go for everything when he just needs to find his teammates a little bit more often. Raffro off that ceiling, delaying his dodge as he fell off it. Jacobu central, nobody there to attack. Ixo needs to be a tiny bit further up there just to connect.
Yeah, that was a great pass, but Ixo unfortunately was a bit late. Still a good opportunity for Raffro. Data was there for the save. A little bit less than a minute remaining, and still 1-1 between these two teams. Nordavind could clutch it on the first game. Can they do it again?
Bit of a miss in the centre by Data. Now Raffro coming in. That's the point where you would like Ixo on the end of that. Raffro, not necessarily known for his ones play, unlike Ixo, who is known for them, is frequently on Johnny Boy streams and in his videos for his 1v1s. Comes very dangerously down in the form of a waterfall. Data just clears it high. Very central, 20 seconds remaining. We're going to need to see a push from each team because neither will be happy going into overtime here. They want to win it before regulation ends. Data sends it central and a high, but gets on the end of it. Nobody going to do that too fast from Hashtag. 5 seconds will remain. Jacoby trying to get it central. Smiller goes for it. That's on target. And Ixo secures, near enough, should I say, secures game number 2.
That absolute last-second shot there for Ixo, and no one on the goals. Nordavind going a bit too aggressive there, trying to make that goal happen before and trying to make that game 1 happen again, but unfortunately for them, Ixo was there. Second goal for Hashtag, and unless a miracle kickoff goal happens, might be hard for them. The ball is still up. Raffro trying to smash it. Data saving it, but Al Dente cannot get it on time. Hashtag evens it up in this series 1-1.
Really nice vision there by Ixo. Realises he's got 2 of his teammates behind him. So even if he goes for that final touch and he can't end up scoring from it, or if he even misses it or gets beaten to it, he has got somebody behind him. It's not the end of the world. In the end, gets the goal from it. Really, really nice vision there from him. So that is now going to be 1-1 in games. And remember, if we go to game number 5, whoever loses will get 1 point, and whoever wins will obviously get 3. That's the beauty of the Elite Series.
And
if you go to 5,
points.
you get rewarded.
Yeah, and important as well to get to that game 5 to make sure you at least secure some points for the final race. But what a game still by Ixo there. I mean, we mentioned at the beginning of the game that he was a bit silent on game 1, and he just did an amazing game 2.
Yeah, definitely grew into himself a little bit. There's still more there. There's still the potential to be unlocked. He's sitting at around 80%, I'd say, of what he can achieve. And that extra 20%, that is when he will start running circles around Nordavind. On the side of Hashtag, though, you just need to have those linking plays a little bit more. You can't just rely on Ixo to be that solo man. And hopefully it ends up on the roof of his car. It has to be between all of you, going for those balls, going for demos, and just getting a few hits.
It's been extremely interesting to see them interact there. The crowd obviously trying to pick their winner for today. Both teams who have a lot to prove on the Elite Series there, and Ixo so far doing well on that game too, trying to just keep up. But just as you said, there might be a bit too much reliance on Ixo so far. We need to see a bit more from his two teammates to keep consistent, because this Nordavind team is a threat.
Yeah, you see these guys on Nordavind just taking a breath there. Godsmiller there, just trying to G himself into this game, get himself back in it. We've just lost that one, but let's keep going. Let's work on into game number 3. Are we going to see some excellence? Because so far, this has been fairly basic back and forth Rocket League, and we've seen a win either way.
Yeah, definitely another crossbar from Nordavind to open the game. Not in their favor this time. Jakey with a clear on the side, trying to send it to Ixo again. Data challenging the ball. Could not get this one. And Al Dente straight to Rafro. A good pass potentially for Ixo. Ixo trying to go and go for the air bump on Godsmiller. A bit too hard to do. It's hard enough to hit the ball. Hitting a player in the air, it's the next level.
Really nice idea there from Ixo. Realises it's just him and Jacob going for the attack with only one defender left. If he can get Smiller out the way, that is going to be a goal secure. Doesn't end up being so, but again, it's the ingenuity that I'm really enjoying seeing from these guys.
Yeah, definitely. And Smiller with a very important boost pickup there. Try to starve them. And let's have a look at how Hashtag behave in the middle of the event now.
Yeah, I'm behind you, dude. Went for his touch here. Good.
I got. I'm still there, dude.
Heading back post now.
It's right, I'll touch.
Yeah. Jake, if you can.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Wait for his touch here. He's gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna catch it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I use X on Twitter.
I got.
Unlucky, mate. I'll be able to have
We've seen some really clean comms previously, and in that one, you hear Rafa going, "Oh, I've missed it, sorry," and then laughing. He is he's such a vocal character in this team. And also, Doomsy has either got the highest back pockets in the world, or he's got his hands down his pants.
Definitely that. I know that team was known as the wholesome homies, and you know why these guys are wholesome. And it looks like it is Rafa been taking the lead on the comms, just trying to assume that captain role so far. Doing it great, but Godsmiller trying to get a pass. No one to receive this one, and Data still trying to attack the ball. Data has been trying a lot to make this offense happen, but just cannot get the last bit of them.
That's an opportunity now for Smiller. Ixo, though, manages to get in the way of it. No boost on his right-hand side. Now it's Raffo trying to go for a bump and a boost steal. Jacob up very rushed, but Raffo backflipping, unfortunately. Awkward position for Ixo, but nice tip over the bar.
That's a really good one, and Smiller could not get that challenge right. Data with another pass again. No one challenging it straight, giving a chance to Smiller, but Jakey is on point again. Al Dente on the defensive side, trying to make it happen. Rafa with a great shot, but the crossbar stops him. Jakey with another one. Data gets the clear, and the pressure is on that blue side. Hashtag United slowly but surely accelerating, keeping the pace up.
Working their way down the field. They've had a few shots on target. Unfortunately, none of them have gone in with fewer. Hashtag fan that one. Redirected by Jacob to go off the opposite post. Ixo off that backboard after Smiller hits it up there. Jacob helping it on its way. Ixo realising nobody's attacking him, so goes slow, gets the bump over the top. Again, going for all of these ones plays, try and utilise a teammate, because thus far in this game, it has not worked.
Yeah, definitely. Still a great fake by Ixo, trying to get into Data challenges without boost. Managed to pick up the corner boost as well, but Raffro got it successfully. Can he make anything happen there to try and eliminate the opponent? Jakey is here to get the 1-2 going. No one to receive that ball, and Data gets the clear.
Dente able to get it central for the shot. Sent
no
long
one
by
behind.
Ixo.
No.
That has gone off the right post and just about ricocheted in. Fist bumps abound on the side of Hashtag.
And you can see that it's probably Data's mistake there, who decided to overextend and just go all the way to the corner to pick up the boost instead of rotating back, leaving the goal completely open for Nordavind. Hashtag United gets the first goal of that game 3.
Again, Eeks are being really brave with those challenges. At that point, that could go one of two ways. Data gets the shot on target from Smiller's pass, or you get a really nice clear one through, and if it's on target, you put yourself in the lead. Fortunately, they put themselves in the lead, and by one more goal with 1.5 minutes remaining.
That was a great passing play as well. Small but easy infield pass. Jakey to Ixo, puts the strength in, and the top bins are hit. The spider web has been removed, and Ixo gets his goal. 2-0, 1 minute and 29 seconds remaining. Still doable for Nordavind, but Hashtag United slowly but surely sitting on the driver's seat.
Really nice, unsavable placement on that shot. Good stuff by Ixo. He can carry that up, and he keeps going with these team plays and passes. We're going to see some magic. Again, the man of this game gets a save.
Yeah, Ixo's playing great so far. Ruffro just pushing it as far as he can. Al Dente saving it, no one to put him under pressure, just giving it a little bit too much pace. Jakey gonna use the backboard, try and send it to a teammate, but Data again has been vigilant. Ruffro now not taking too much risk. Obviously, there are 2 goals ahead. They don't need to overextend, just need to rotate properly and keep the defense tight on Hashtag United side.
Every time Smiller has had the ball in the orange half, he just keeps going for those side wall passes. Thus far, it's not worked. It could start to form an issue if that starts to be red and intercepted really nice and early. We've seen the goal come from it earlier where he tried to get it to Data, and Ixo took advantage. Potentially, you can see a few more of them coming. 30 seconds will remain. This is to put Hashtag ahead in the series versus Nordavind. The mystery, apparently quite scary team as Data starts moving down. Gets it across again, though. Ixo reading those players so well.
Ixo has been playing ridiculously good, and he's just increasing, growing through the series as well, getting better and better. Still keeping it up, 6 seconds remaining, and it looks like that game 3 is gonna be for Hashtag. Able to get a 3rd goal. Yes, they are. Jakey just getting some points on the scoreboard there. 3-1 for Hashtag United on game 3, and it looks like this time they're comfortable.
This is where we start to see them grow into this series a little bit. They started off quite weak, quite toothless, didn't know how they should approach Nordavind, as I don't imagine they've come up against them too often, at least with this roster. Now, Nordavind are showing their cards a little bit too early. Lots and lots of backboard passes, lots and lots off the side wall. Has become a bit of an issue. Maybe vary it up a little bit, go for some infield passes. We saw that get intercepted by Ixo at one point, but there was a couple after that weren't being intercepted too early. Just change your strat just a little bit. Maybe go for some ones plays. We've told Hashtag off for doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe take that tactic. Go for some ones plays.
Yeah, definitely. For now, obviously, the Hashtag guys are keeping motivated. They need one more game. And Ruffro is letting a huge sigh of relief.
Why did he shout so much? He just sat there and screamed.
Because it's nerve-wracking, man. Being on the stage,
yes,
playing under high pressure, it is. Playing with Doomsy, watching your every move is nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
he's doing great.
Yeah, these guys, obviously, like was said throughout, they're so enthusiastic about just being here. Doomsy, by the way, had one of the most impressive fist bumps I've seen. He went for a proper lunge and a sort of that motion. It was great. It was a good fist bump. I loved it.
You can see they've been in training mode for these fist bumps, these epic anime fist bumps on the stage for Hashtag United. 2-1 for the team. One more game remaining for them to net their 2nd victory in the Elite Series and get a good advance in points.
Yeah, really good start for them in the Elite Series, where they had an unfortunately very weak Season 3. This time, it is now a case of can they get these first 2 wins. We've still got Envy versus Method to come today. That is going to be an incredible game. Making our way back to Group A. For now, though, we're still going to be looking at the Hashtag versus Nordavind.
Yeah, definitely. Still an extremely interesting series to come after that. But this one is still far from done. Nordavind has been playing great. But on that game 3, Hashtag found the key to the lock behind and just was able to get those goals in. Now, can Nordavind tighten the backline and get a bit scary on offense? It looks like they've kept just playing with that backboard. Not the best of strategies as Hashtag adapted, but opening with a big whiff by Ixo. Data's gonna use the backboard again for Al Dente. A double whiff there. Godsmila gets the shot, but a save by Ruffro. What a scrappy start of that game 4.
15 seconds, already a shot for Smiller. Has an attempt at another one, goes off that side wall. Finally, Smiller to Data has worked.
Finally has worked, and again Nordavind getting that early goal. They like those first 30 seconds goal in this series. Now they will have to keep the advantage, potentially try to increase it, but a great start for them.
Hashtag obviously 2-1 up in this series. Need this one more game to secure 3 points. If Nordavind do end up winning this game, both teams get minimum 1 point.
Yeah.
That can be the difference. We've seen Fnatic. They were the first team to go to 5. They've got 1 point in their group. Exo doesn't care about the 1, wants the 3.
He wants the 3, and once again, the man is there himself. Jakey with a great pass there. Exo immediately on it, and Al Dente, unfortunately, could not reach the ball. 1-1 straight away, 31 seconds in, and we already have 2 goals. This is going to be a juicy game 4.
Despite that dropping directly above Al Dente, that can be one of the hardest positions to save it in, when you need to go straight up really fast. Exo, good vision there by him to send it in. A nice awkward placement.
Yeah, really awkward to save, and evens it up. They're trying to keep the pressure on Exo again everywhere. Gets the demo on Al Dente, no one on the goals, but Data manages to come back on time. He's gonna try to still keep chasing the ball as Rafro is out of boost, but once again, Exo, the man is absolutely everywhere.
Maybe called off it by Exo, thinking, I've got this a bit better. You're just going to touch it sort of weakly into the corner or into the centre. Exo's on that backboard. He's got so much more opportunity to send it in multiple places. That's what I hope happened. Yeah. If Rafro did just backflip, then Exo is a genius.
Definitely. Right, Exo attempting that wall dribble there, not working yet. Data saving it on the backboard. Not much boost left for him, but still manages to get a clear. Straight to Jakey though. Jakey out of boost, trying to make it happen. Picks up the boost, but Al Dente is vigilant. Gets the clear. Still staying on the blue side. Hashtag United is putting a lot of pressure at the shot. The save, no! Still not in for Hashtag United. Nordavind managed to get out scot-free of this one. Can they score straight away? No, it's back into Exo's hands.
Double shot, but 0 conversion rate. So unfortunate. Exo and Jakey both trying to take a slice of that pie. Jakey back to Exo, can't get anything from it. Jakey with a shot over the top, sees Dente in net. Maybe could have just sent it behind him instead of going up on the backboard. Maybe he attempted to do that. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite make it. Exo there with a shot towards the net. And we saw Hashtag before how relaxed they were with their comms. Now that they are this close to winning and getting the series, are they going to be just as chilled out? Let's have a listen into their comms.
I'm in net.
Shot here.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Well done, dude.
Touch.
Can't. Wide. Man on here.
Good touch. I'm in goal with
Back
it.
post now.
Okay, thank you.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your time here. Man on.
He messed up,
Yeah, I'm zero boosted back.
He's going to have it now. He's going to pass it.
Sorry, I had nothing to... Right, we got this. Just need to try and get rid of the ball, that's all.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
we got this. Yeah, we got it.
Good job, guys. Good call, guys. Really good job.
Talking throughout that, even though they scored, you still heard Rafro saying, no worries, don't worry about it, it's fine. And also, one thing again I found funny at the start, Rafro started talking, explain what was happening, you just hear Exo go, thank you. Just thanking him mid-comms for saying something to him. Nordavind going 2-1 up in this, not letting this series go 3-1.
Yeah, they want that game 5, obviously, and they will try their best to make it happen, but still a bit over 2 minutes happening. A great one, Rafro, no Data, gets the save. Exo is there, and once again, Exo gets the goal. He has been the strong man of this Hashtag United team, and he scores yet another goal today to even it up.
Really lovely touch by Rafro, just helps it on its way towards the net. Initially, I thought it was going to be a pinch between Rafro and Exo in the air, shooting towards the net. In the end, can't quite get on that, but Exo getting the goal regardless. Bit of a dodgy touch there, sending that in the middle. Jakey Poo towards Rafro, gets demoed for his troubles. The crowd are loving this Hashtag United lead.
And a big mistake there, no one to challenge that ball, leaving Jakey a perfect pass opportunity. Rafro was there to follow it and got Smila a bit too late, a bit less than 2 minutes and 10 seconds back-to-back for 2 goals on Hashtag United side. They are now on the lead, can they keep it?
That is the question that is on everybody's lips right now. Will Hashtag be winning this with just a 1-goal differential, or will we see a Nordavind come back? Sent nice and high. Jakey, who attempted to get on the end of that, will fall down with 0 boost. Comes central by Exo. Data off that backboard. Rafro up early, turns off ball cam, thinks the Dente has got it. Doesn't, in fact. Exo backboard again. Such fine control. Can get the touch and immediately launch himself off to continue it so it doesn't drop in the centre.
Yeah, really nice from Ixo, and what a pass from Ixo to Jakey Poo! What a play against by #Ixo with a pass, arguably from a really strange position there. He just went there, got the pass, and Jakey with a golden opportunity. 4-2 for #Nordavind, slowly but surely sinking.
Jakey has made that target just sit somewhere for Ixo to send it. Really lovely play off that backboard. Rafro trying to be a bit cheeky there, trying to follow in the steps of Ixo. Can't quite, will drop central instead, but Ixo getting a clear again, being a massive help to this #side. Data with a shot, goes high. Smiller can't connect. Those are the ones you need on target. Centered by Jakey Poo to Rafro. Goes high, Ixo off the ceiling. We've seen a team called Flipside Tactics do really well and start to father those touches on the ceiling into the center because that's so much harder to read.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really important strategy to master. Then again, Ixo, we've sold him as a one player, and he's showing. Yes, he is. Even 1v3, he does not care. He gets the ball, he controls it. Al Dente tried, but Ixo's control was a bit above, and that's 5-2 Hoga Bonito for #United.
What a remarkable touch though by Ixo, just to get that control, and then immediately on the roof of his castle, he can just tip it over the top of Dente. 3-goal difference now. About a minute ago, it was actually Nordavind in the lead.
Yeah.
And now it's 5-2 to They have turned this round.
Yeah, just the grit from #. I mean, they're just fighting for it. And you heard them before, right? When they got the goal, the first thing they said is, we got this, it's okay. And they're just showing it. 25 seconds remaining. Nordavind desperately trying to make something happen. Got Smilla with a shot, not on target. Rafro saves it again. And now it's just going to be a cool 16/15 seconds for the two teams. Nordavind just want a goal for Honor in the end. But Ixo's going to try to have fun again. Not working. 7 seconds. And so convincing, Stumpy.
Winning more games this series than they did in the entirety of Season 3.
Yeah. It's been
great start for them. 3-0, then 3-1, 2-0 in the series. Data getting a consolatory goal at the end, helped out a bit by Jakey Poo, which is quite sweet of him. But of course, your winners in this series. Number 3 of the day. Rafro having a dance, everybody hugging. It is such a sweet team to be a part of. And Nordavind had a really nice start to this series. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on, and they will not even be gaining a point.
Yeah, it was really hard for Nordavind there. I mean, the beginning, as you said, was great, but it looked like the more got comfortable in this series and the further away they were from Nordavind. Nordavind was just not able to get any kind of control after that first game, and just running a train, playing their game, and they've played so well.
Yeah, really unfortunate on the side of Nordavind. There was just a few times where they were attempting the same thing a little bit too often. It didn't work. There needed to be a change, and there wasn't. It almost seemed like what Tom was saying earlier, where there was a plan A, but there was no feasible plan B for them to go to.
Yeah, it was a bit difficult for them, and we've seen a lot of whiffs there by Smilla, especially, who was trying so hard to get those passes happening, but unfortunately got some critical whiffs. Could not just make it happen. I think this offense just needs slightly more speed.
Yeah. Talking, though, of Ixo. I think he had such a weak start to this series, unfortunately, operating at 80%. Yeah. He was approaching 100 at rapid speed. Did so well to get those solo plays where he is the most comfortable. Started passing, started receiving passes, and almost read the play 2 steps ahead of everybody else, it seemed like. Did incredibly well. Although Nordavind unfortunately lost, we are going to be talking with Ariel, who is up with #United.
Yes, I've hot-footed it up here. Well done, guys. That was some result.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It feels so good.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you were saying you've only been together for 3 weeks as a team, but it seems to be working. What is it? Is it the communication? Is it just like you're putting the time in?
These guys are nuts. That's it.
Thank you.
So it feels like you're on you all enjoy each other's company as well as playing it alongside each other.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good laugh.
Yeah. You sure about that?
Yeah.
I just said, that was an amazing result. And you went, yeah, I would have preferred 3-0. I mean, tough crowd. You've just won against Nordavind, who are no easy feat.
Yeah, it was a good game, honestly. They're a really good team. I was just joking, to be honest. But.
I asked you for some advice earlier about what Doomsy's like, if there's any skeletons in the closet, but it seems to be him as your coach is working well. I mean, he was on last year and he wasn't that great as a team player, but as a coach, he seems to be quite good, right?
Yeah, he gives the best fist bumps of 2018, to be honest. Yeah.
Is that what it comes down to, fist bumps?
Definitely. The Rock League's just a game of fist bumps, so
I always feel quite bad because I fist bump everyone, but I've got loads of rings on and I do it just before you all start playing and then everyone's like, I really need my hands.
No, thank you. I don't want, no, I don't want.
Oh, fine, I won't fist bump you then. Well done, guys. Good to see you on the winning streak and hopefully we'll see more of that when you're back in action.
There you go. It is a game of fist bumps. Do you agree with that, Shogun, Stumpy?
Typical Doomsy. Just he gets a hand injury and he tries to give it to other people as well.
Wow. There you go. But I liked Ariel just giving a slight dig towards Doomsy, but doing a fantastic job. Let's look at Group B, and all the results today have come in, and therefore you have a situation where Hashtag sitting pretty at the top with 6 points, 3 points ahead of any other team, and then you've got Asus ROG Army with 3 points there. It's great for Hashtag. They are the real deal. They're proving it.
They've now won twice as many games this season as they did last season in the first 2 weeks. So happy days for them, of course. I don't want to say that one player is no longer playing for them and is now coaching, and that's probably actually quite a good thing. But you know, you've got to give credit to Hashtag where it's due.
I've got to say, it's probably not about who's not playing, but who is. Ixo, when he's on form, he is a game changer, and it's very rare that you see someone these days in Rocket League, as everyone's been getting so good, who is actually still a game changer, and Ixo has been exactly that.
Yeah, now they have got a bye week next week. Is that going to kill the flow?
If I was them, obviously I'd want to be playing all 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
But I think there's enough going on currently in Rocket League where it's not going to cool them off. They can just play in more online tournaments, they can scrim. The more times that you win in these sort of games, they're actually, the more valuable you become as a scrim partner, because people then start searching you out. They want to play with you a lot more. So yes, I feel like it's going to hurt them a little bit, but depending on what they do with that time off, that will depend on how much it does hit them.
Yeah, how do you keep Ixo on this hot streak he's on, and Jakey-Poo? They seem to have their partnership that just seems to work, don't they?
I mean, he almost seems to need half a game to warm up. This time it took him 2 games to warm up, to really get into it. It was operating at around 80% for the first couple. In the end, though, he had a couple solo plays. He had a wonderful interception there. That is such good vision, realising his teammates are behind him. And if you can get to a point where you're comfortable with your shooting ability and knowing that your teammates are going to find you and you're going to find them, you find yourself in really good stead to be going forward in the upcoming weeks.
And I've noticed, behind the scenes, on the stage as well, Rafro, 98, has got some real sass, and that's gonna help him out, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even
the character of all, we were saying it, Shogun, the character of all of the Rocket League players, they've gone up a next level, haven't they? Season 4, they've come out and they've got their personal stories. They've really got sort of an edge to them.
Yeah, you get a lot of teams that we see which are just like their business partners, effectively. Yeah. They are playing Rocket League as a business. You've got to have that almost family unit if you want to perform really well. Not only for the wins are lovely. You're always going to be happy when you win. Yeah. It's for the losses. I feel like at some point Hashtag will trip up this season. And I think that because of this family unit, because of how friendly they are together, it won't matter as much as if we saw some other team trip up.
Well, no time. No time. If they do if they do trip up, they'll have one coach to pick them up. He goes by the name of Doomsy. He's up at the touchscreen with Onset.
Thank you very much, Tom. And yeah, Doomsy is joining me. A big result for you guys there, and that means you're clear at the top of Group B as well.
Yeah, we're 6 points. First 2 wins. This is like, I'm so happy for the guys. Like, they played so well, and it just, yeah, I don't know. I'm over the moon, man. This is great.
Yeah, you can tell by the pop-up from the guys on the stage that they obviously enjoyed that win, an important win. But one goal that I want to break down is actually Ixo's goal. I mean, he had a great series. Stumpy was saying on the commentary desk that he started off around 80%, but he was certainly at 100% towards the end of the series. And this was kind of a bit of a momentum-shifting goal. And I want to stop it right here because Ixo's goal was fantastic. It was a great finish. But this weighted pass that you'll see here as Jakey in the middle takes this touch towards Ixo is everything you could possibly want as a player arriving onto the ball. Is that something you've made sure that you're making sure that these guys are doing, or is that just something that's just natural ability to these guys?
I mean, a lot of it is their natural ability. I haven't really worked crazy amounts for them. We've got a lot of plan in the future, but like, you know, general things like making sure you put the ball. It's so hard because obviously you always want to do some midfield passes, but if there's always someone intercepting, that's genuinely a chance that they could actually score. So it's all about making sure you put the right thing in the right time. Okay,
well, obviously the pass was perfect, but I mean, the finish as well from Ixo, absolutely pinpoint there. And I mean, what has he added to this team? Because it seems like he's one of those players who has that intangible to pop up at important moments in games, important moments in series to just produce something special that is winning you guys games. And what's it like to stand behind and watch your screen?
He's just, I mean, because he comes from a 1v1 background, his mechanics is like spot on. But I mean, he's so fast to the ball. If you watch how he recovers, like no matter how weird of an angle he lands, he'll always be able to keep his supersonic speed, keep his momentum, and keep going. And he just goes from every ball from like, if it's his turn to go for the ball, he'll go for it no matter what position he's in, and he still gets it every time. So.
Okay, and one more question for you is, obviously, as the coach of this team now, you're stood behind them every week. You've won 2 on the bounce now. How do you keep the momentum up? How do you make sure that these guys don't get complacent going into week number 3?
Well, we've got a lot of things planned ahead for what we want to work on. So we've got 2 weeks off now. We've got a bye week, and then everyone's bye week. So we've got a lot we're going to work on. So basically, the idea is if we just keep working hard and hard and hard and keep picking every little weakness we have, we should get.
Awesome. Well, obviously, you've been a great addition to these guys. The guys on hashtag seem to be pulling out results that they want at the moment. They're clear of Group B, Tom. So, yeah, I mean, these guys seem pretty happy at the moment.
They do indeed. Great goal. No fist bump to end the chat, though. Bit odd. There you go. So that's 3 matches down, 1 to go. If you've only just joined us, where have you been? Right, and what a day it's been. Kickstarting with Vitality, taking on Reason Gaming, the People's Champs, and Reason Gaming got off to an absolute flyer, getting the first art game of the series. But I tell you what, Vitality were too strong, and the hair flick. Oh, we almost saw the hair flick. Then Epsilon took on those main guys of Asus ROG Army. I predicted Epsilon to win, but boy, did they disappoint me, because Army were too strong and picked up their first 3 points in the Elite Series in Rocket League. Then we had the game just now, Nordavind, their first entry into the Elite Series this year in Season 4. And to tell you what, they did not deliver. Hashtag United too strong. Maybe it's the coach, Doomsy, he's too much of a coach. You cannot coach a coach like Doomsy. Now, I want to ask, on set, we talked about that fist bump. Where was the fist bump?
I kind of forgot, I gotta be honest with you. But one thing I do want to highlight, when are people going to stop doubting my predictions? It's a 3-1 hashtag?
Yeah.
I'm going to stop giving predictions before the matches, just so there's a reason for people to watch. Because, I mean, I'm ruining it for everyone.
You are indeed. But I like this little attachment you've got there going on. Is that like a little bit of water back there? Or just on, that's it, that side? Yeah, the earpiece. But that was...
This one? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that's where I get my predictions. There's like a group, there's a group of people under the stage.
Rumbled.
Never mind, Rupert will stay friends with me, it's fine.
Gentlemen, I want to talk about Envy. Disappointing last week.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yes, and I think they also know it as well. I had an opportunity to speak to their coach behind the scenes, and he said that the criticism of them was harsh, but it was needed harsh. They need that wake-up call, because this week is huge for them. There's been a lot of teams that have turned around a very bad week one. We've seen it can be done. I mean, Army, a fantastic example of that. Envy need to take what they've already seen from Army and make that their own, because they have got some tough opposition.
Yeah, momentum's going to be a big thing for these guys, and I think you look back at that series, like you mentioned, the Asus ROG Army series, and you can take inspiration from that. And a lot of their confidence, I think, came from just getting that early goal. Getting the early goal in the series and just giving yourself the belief that you can win those games. But they've got a really tough lineup to go up against. One of the best teams that we have in the Elite Series, and these guys don't like giving handouts. These guys... You know, they're always playing as hard as they possibly can.
Scrooges.
Exactly. They just want to win, man, and that's what they've done like week after week. So I'm looking forward to seeing Method play.
Now, Waffle and Mout, great partnership. However, Waffle 0% goal contribution. He's only 1 out of 2 people who didn't score last week. Where was he? What happened? Is that a man who's like Eminem in 8 Mile that's ready to come out? This is your moment. Don't lose it.
I feel that it's a difficult one to look at stats. Remember, we've only had 1 week here in the Elite Series. I think everyone on Envy was disappointed last week. I don't think you probably could have picked up any good stats from Envy on any of the players, and unfortunately for him, he's the one we're kind of highlighting, because we have seen him progress and get better and better and better as the seasons have gone on. So
I suppose we expected more of him, and then at 0%, assists and 0% goal chances and contributions. Listen, guys, big news. This is for everybody, wherever you may be. Take a moment now, because this is huge. Waffle has changed his name.
No, he hasn't. I'm not having
Nope, we're not doing this.
No. Waffle, you can try and change your name, but...
It's called being wrong.
You are Waffle forever, and you will forever be Waffle.
Don't even try.
I'll say it one more time.
No.
Big news.
It's only
Waffle
a rebrand if we accept the rebrand.
Has decided to change his name.
Winter is coming.
Excellent. Excellent scenes.
Not
Fantastic
having it.
acting from us for that
Not
one.
having it. Not having it.
Waffle is no longer. He is now going by the name Winther.
No, he's not. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
It's still a W, though. That's fine. You know.
And the worst I mean, at least it is. We can still go by the wall of Winther. We can keep the theme going.
That's true. I'll give it to him. Okay, Winther. That's what I'm going to do.
I'll tell you what, you win this one, we will
Winther.
call you it all the time, but you've got to win this one.
Okay, that's a fair deal on that one. Let's look at their opposition. You said they're strong. Method. What do we know about their lineup and the players within them?
So every single time we see Method play, they are, as you mentioned earlier on, they just don't give you anything. You have to go at them as early as possible, and even then, sometimes it's just not good enough because offensively, they are just so strong. The passing plays, it's like they are sort of, they have some they're telepathic. They know where each other are all the time because not only the pass is good, they're just on top of every single ball. They give you no space to breathe.
It definitely was, sorry, Onze, it definitely was the time of Casio. Other watches are available.
He interrupted me for that. I know.
He was so happy.
You was like, this is my, no.
But Casio stepped up, 6 goals. We knew about him, but working, you know, as in a 3v3 really worked for him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Rick Sharon and Britta have been that duo for quite a long time. They've just been looking for that third leg of the stool, so to speak. If we're talking as using a milking stool as a weird kind of like thing to talk
like
about.
an actual chair.
But anyway,
that still doesn't work.
Yeah, he seems to have just added what they were looking for. I think he's taken quite a lot of pressure off the other two as well because he has the ability to create. He has the ability to play that third man role if he needs to as well. And he really has just added another level to this team that's progressed them, that's pushed them up to an even more impressive team.
If you want to be in esports, you have to travel. This French lad, Casio, has travelled. His first LAN abroad. He just showed no signs of nerves at all, really.
I mean, absolutely not. I mean, he is loving it right now. I think we saw it earlier on as well with just some of these guys are just enjoying the opportunity. They're enjoying just being here, being a part of the Gfinity Elite Series. And it's really what you've got to be doing when you get over to this sort of level, because if you're not enjoying yourself, you play bad. You've got to enjoy what you're doing, because otherwise you're just going to get stale, you're going to get very predictable. You're not going to play well at all.
I think a lot of these players realise that this is, you know, in Rocket League, there's not a huge amount of opportunities to play in a live environment. A lot of it's done from home. Obviously, we have the RLCS finals, which is a huge LAN, but the opportunity to get on a stage alongside your teammates week after week after week is a huge thing for a lot of these players.
And it's something that improves you so quickly. I think the best example I've ever seen of a team that came to Gfinity and improved so much that it took them to the world stage was the current complexity lineup, then Method. They started off with the Gfinity Elite Series, and they were okay, they were good, sort of struggled to bring themselves out of their shell a little bit, but the more you come over here, the more used to it you get. They went from a mid-table Gfinity team to the second best team in the world within the space of 6 months. It's so much that Gfinity can do for you.
Okay, well listen, Method have got 2/3 of a previous champions on their team, but what about that third wheel, or as a stool analogy that Onset used? Well,
it was weird.
We found out what we think about Casio. Let's see his best bits from last week.
I'm looking forward to watching Casio.
The follow-up from Casio. Casio's going to be delighted. Debut game. Casio on the scoreboard again. Great introduction to the Elite Series here. Going to follow up his own shot as well. Can he find the back of the net? What a way to win it. The new addition to this lineup, Casio, comes up big. Welcome to the main stage, Casio. You have certainly introduced yourself to us and to everybody watching at home.
We've come to our last game, and the man of the moment, Casio, how are you doing?
I'm good.
We just saw your kind of debut last week with Method. This is your first international LAN experience. How are you finding it so far?
It's pretty good, pretty fun at the moment.
Yeah. What are they like as teammates? Your teammates in Method, what are they like? Because they're cheeky chappies usually. Are they treating you well?
Yeah, really well, yeah.
You have to say that because they're standing right there.
Yeah, I really have trouble if I'm saying anything else.
Do you find the live experience nerve-wracking, or are you keeping calm?
I'm a bit nervous at the moment, but
are you?
yeah.
Don't worry, I don't bite.
But
They were just talking about if you win, then you can go and eat. Are you hungry?
a bit.
Okay, well, fine. Just go on and then eat. Do you have a bit of information? We're just talking there about Waffle changing his name to Winter. In fact, you say it Vinda. That's how you say it. That's his middle name. Where did the name Casio come from?
The name Casio is from Stars in the Sky. Cassiope. And in a language like Turkish, it says Casio. So I find it cool. And
You guys are clever with these names. Are you going to beat them today?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the score?
3-0 or 3-1.
3 or a 3-1, maybe a 3-1. I like that. Okay, you're being kind to him. Well, go and take your positions. Get ready for your game. Thank you for speaking to me. And there you have it. He's Cassio. Waffle has become Vinda because that's his middle name. And basically, I asked him, why have you changed your name? And he said, oh, 'cause I just felt like it. Which is not much of a story, but then what we thought was it's because Puff Daddy became P. Diddy, then he became Diddy. Waffle's doing a Diddy. That's what he's doing. Bye, Tom.
The D, the I, the D, the D. Anyway, listen, Vinda. I prefer Winther.
I prefer Waffle.
Okay. We'll argue about it all day long, but it's not going to happen. Gentlemen, I want to talk about this. Cassio, he seems a bit nervous, but maybe that could be something to do with Ariel interviewing them in the tunnel. They get tense because they feel like they're going out to perform. Do you think Method are going to get this win today?
Cassio
I'm not allowed to give predictions now.
Okay, Cassio was actually seemed very comfortable backstage. I went backstage to go and say hello. He turned around to me and just went, oh, I remember beating you 10-1 in rank the other day. Wow. I was like, cheers, mate. Absolutely okay. I don't like you anymore. But these guys seem comfortable. They seem not only comfortable in game, but I know Cassio's a little bit nervous, but that shows he cares. The worst thing you can do is have Cassio show up and just go, yeah, whatever. If you're a little bit nervous, it means you care about being here, and that's important for them.
Okay, well, listen, gentlemen, I'm going to welcome him out for Envy. We have the new man, the new prince, formerly known as Waffle, now as Vinda at Mount and Epsilon. Serious scenes, they call it Waffle. Please turn around. Vinta, what's on your back? What's on your name? What's the name on your back? Turn around. Waffle, there you go. He's whoever he wants to be. As soon as I know how to pronounce it properly, I will do that. Right, Method. Are their opponents today of Envy? You've got Cassio, Rix Ronde, and Burrito B. Well, there you go. Envy versus Method. What a great way to end the day of week 2. Join me over here because I want to talk to Damascus, a Frenchman himself, about Cassio. What do you know about Cassio? It's time to go French on French.
I've seen him a lot on the online tournaments. He's been a guy who's been grinding online tournaments a lot, and like you can recognize the hunger for a player at how often you see him on small tournaments that pay out nothing, that are just here for the sake of the competition. He was always there, and he was always in finals, and he's finally getting his moment offline. He's been working for it, and he's been doing well so far.
I love to see that. The graft, the grit that he has, determination. You like to see that. If you're putting the time in, you want to be rewarded, and he's been rewarded now.
Yeah, he's done really well to get to this point, obviously joining 2 former champions of the Elite Series in the form of Rix and Burrito B. Really great to see that he's had a good start to the series as well, getting that first series under his belt last week and getting the win.
Now, it is difficult casting, and you do a fantastic job, guys. And I'm not just saying that.
Do you want to go?
No, okay. I don't want to go. However, how are you going to pronounce the third person name? Is it Waffle? Is it Winfer? Or is it Vinda? What are you going for?
I might just go something different, like Jeremy.
Perfect.
But I call him Jake for the pub.
Yeah.
Okay. But he needs to perform again. No goals last week. Only one of 2 players who didn't score a goal. He needs to deliver now.
Yeah, so I could just see him talking to us through the camera. I don't know who that. I'm pretty sure that's Jeremy, right? On the new MB roster.
I'm going to respect what Ariel said. I'm going to go for Vinza. Although I might say on the heat of the moment Waffle because I'm used to it. We're speaking about pronunciation.
I need clarification of his name. Say it one more time for me.
One more time.
Vinza. Vinda.
What is it?
Vinda.
Oh, he's gone shy now. I'll go up there and I'll make you... Okay.
Unbelievable. I've had enough.
While we're talking names, I want to be the annoying French today because there is a guy on Envy that everyone calls Mout, but if you're French, you say Moot.
And that is a moot point. There you go, moot point. I'll leave it with you.
Exactly done. I'm going to be annoying today.
I only knew that because of the cider. Old Moot. Other drinks are available, of course.
If you ever watch a Rocket Baguette...
ones as well.
Yeah, obviously. And if you ever watch a Rocket Baguette cast, they call him Moot.
Oh, really?
That's how you would read it in French.
Us uncultured swines, the English, we just say Mout.
Yeah, you're the kind of guy who goes not to Paris, but to Paris.
Paris?
No.
No?
That's not how it works, man.
It's what? Paris. Paris.
Better.
If I pointed it, does that make it better, clearer?
much better.
Okay, this game, Method versus Envy. Of course, we saw such a dominant Method side before. Previous champions, they are going to be so strong. Coming into week 2 versus an Envy that is currently down trodden. Can they pull themselves up and out of the mud to take down Method? Damascus, what is your prediction, my friend?
I'm seeing a method, to be honest. I think the 3-1 method seems likely there, but we know the quality from Envy. There is a bit of an unknown factor in the name of Epsilon that we have not seen that much, so it's going to be kind of like the Vitality topic earlier today, which was, can Nexo deliver? Nexo did. Now the question is, can Epsilon do so? Because we know the quality of his two teammates, but for him, there is a lot to prove. And the first goal straight away from the Frenchman, Cassio. He popped off last week, and he's going to try to do the same this week. 1-0 for Methods.
Rix Ronde coming off the ceiling, can't make connection to it, but draws out two defenders. So important in order for Cassio to be able to feel confident to come in, take that shot, absolutely booming over the top of the Envy defender. 1-0 within 30 seconds. Moot there, having a chance to equalise. Doesn't manage to, get sent long. Ronde sends it towards the left-hand side. Rito B picking up. Draws out multiple defenders again. Hopefully we won't see that issue emerge too often, but it just seems like when Envy start to need to defend, they send multiple instead of just one.
Yeah, definitely Epsilon with a clear, but not the best. A great for Rix Ronde. What a save! I've been there. Again, the crossbar saves them, and it's Moot. This time, getting the ball out and clear. Rix Ronde going back to defense, leaves the job to his teammate Burrito B. Moot still there to challenge, and Rix again vigilant. Bit of a double commit there. Cassio takes its hands, but not making it work yet. Epsilon with the 50-50 not working.
God, that was so straight 50-50. That was truly a 50-50 there. There was no benefit to either of them.
Definitely still no score. Moot with a save. Cassio will get a shot opportunity. No, decided to pass, but Rix Ronde was a bit too far from this one. Method still putting pressure on. Envy looking to get some offensive play going.
Yeah, Winter beating Cassio there up to the ball. Off the backboard by Epsilon. We've seen multiple teams today get thwarted by those backboard plays. Doesn't look like Envy will fall prey to them today, however. Moot with a shot on, goes weak to that bottom right corner, can't quite make it, however. Shot on target by Winter, just about squeezes in.
Definitely just about squeezing and gets the goal, and he's slowly but surely putting some respect on his name for Onset, our friend, who's looking to respect the new name.
Onset currently using my laptop on the desk, and I'm worried about what he is searching. I'm trusting him a lot here. It's not connected to Wi-Fi right now, so I think we're fine.
You're fine.
Please don't hotspot it.
All right, Winder getting the save, and Cassio with a good pass to Burrito B with the backboard. Can Rix get it? And a great pass straight to Rix Ronde with a great easy shot to finish. 2-1 for Method.
Cassio getting a nice bounce off that side wall. Leads over towards Burrito B, and waterfalls very nicely in front of the goal. Ripe for the picking for Rix Ronde, sending them 1 goal in the lead. Plenty of time for Envy to come back into this, and it is being a slightly closer game than I anticipated, so I probably would have gone for a 3-0 or a 3-1-4 method.
Yeah, definitely. Envy is just showing that this team has quality. They were the finalists of the previous season. Obviously had iGnite, and now it's Epsilon taking instead of iGnite, trying to fill a huge gap in the team. But for now, he's doing quite well. He's still going to try to keep it going, but a good challenge there by Cassio. It's back into Moot's hands. Try to get a pass, and Epsilon with the whiff, but ended up working. Tactical whiffer is a legit title in the game, and he's making it work.
An attempt on a bump there on Winter. Didn't see quite who went for it. Burrito B attempting to find Cassio central. A lot of these passes coming in at great speed, and they make it 1,000 times harder for the defense to read. Bit of a weird defensive error there.
What is happening, Stumpy? But a great pass by Epsilon. No! Winter does not get it on target, but Moot still there. Gonna try and set up something. Great challenge by Cassio. Getting it to his friend Burrito B. Cassio again. No, Winter is there, and the shot by Epsilon. No! Slightly wide. Back for Burrito B, and Method still on the lead with Burrito. Gonna try to get a shot. Not working for Rix Ronde this time. Doesn't have enough boost to get all the way there. He's back for Epsilon.
Cassio picking up where Epsilon left off. Bumped out of net. Cassio has an attempt. Bumps another. Rix needs it on target. Beautiful pre-jump save there by Epsilon. Rix challenging him, and once again challenging Moot, but also unable to get to it to prevent any big errors. Cassio there could have passed across to Burrito B. Didn't have that sight though, goes to the shot, ends up going very high, potentially going for a backboard pass. But again, Envy, they are defending that backboard really nicely.
Yeah, the defense has been really good. Very active defense as well from them. It's been working so far, but they still have 1 goal. to get, if they want a chance at getting that game 1 Burrito B. This time with a great pass for Casio, and Casio gets it on an empty goal. 3-1 for Method, second goal for the Frenchman there, and once again he's showing that he's a player you can trust.
Burrito taking Epsilon completely out the play, follows up on his initial hit and gets a really nice gentle pinch central where Casio again can easily clean up. It's about creating these easy opportunities for your teammates to finish. We saw that earlier Brix Ronde could capitalise on a touch by Burrito B going down from the waterfall. If you can get nice supports, if you do all the work, draw defenders out and make it a tap-in or just a 50 on the line, then you are going to be doing really well, and hopefully you should sink a couple in the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely. Wood still putting the pressure on Epsilon, and Epsilon gets it. No one was able to chase it. That was not the strongest of shots, but managed to put it in. Still have 1 goal to score, but Epsilon this time gets it.
Nice placement. Brix just couldn't get up quick enough. I think he was a little bit low on boost, couldn't quite make his way onto that ball. Sneaks below the crossbar. Now it's just a 1 goal a game. 30 seconds remaining. The first match in our best of 5 in the final series of the day. Envy or Method? Looking to be Method in this last 20 seconds if they can hold on and play the clock down. Bounces harsh into the orange half. Brix Ronde up nice and quick. With that as well to be Burrito B in the air. Sent along by Casio. That could be the clearance to secure this win for Method. Again, just going for booming hits. Keeping out the orange half. Goes high once again. Cannot touch the ground at this point. Winther up, finds that left wall. Can't quite get to it. Moot lets it drop. Method are taking game number 1 in the final series.
Great first game by Method there, and especially the man of the match, Casio, there has been playing absolutely amazing. 2 goals for 4 shots, and he's been extremely active. We've potentially said, I mean, Thompson was saying he could be nervous, but he's just showing that, you know, once you're in your comfort zone, you're sitting down, you have your pad in hands, and you're just playing with your teammates, you're back at home, you're back in your comfort zone.
It becomes a point where you've almost got blinkers on, so you can only see the screen. You can hear your teammates in your ears, you can see the screen. Obviously, you've got a bit more external noise, but 90% of it is the same. It's just dealing with those nerves, which Casio looks to be doing really well.
Definitely doing really well. Winter getting that very nice goal on this game, but unfortunately was not enough, as honestly Method on the offense, they've been so oppressive, just passing constantly until they open up the defense, and it's ended up working there. Lots of crazy saves as well from Envy. Their defense was definitely not lacking there, but Method just a tad bit faster, really.
Yeah, Burrito B, lovely touch at the end there, just to secure that goal, sending it towards Casio. Epsilon started to bring Envy back into this, but that 30 seconds was not enough to mount enough of a counter-attack to get them back in the game. Didn't manage to work it into overtime, ends up being 3-2 in game number 1. Lots of talking looks like going on between these teams as well. They're not staying quiet. We've seen before, Epsilon between games, they were quiet. They were just sitting, being chill, not saying much to each other. Obviously ended up losing, unfortunately for them, but these guys, they're smiling, they're staying happy. Envy have lost that game, but it doesn't seem to be affecting them too much.
It is just game 1 once again. This is the best of 5. There are more games to play. It's a game 1 that can be fixed for Envy. This time they will just have to step up and try and match the pace from Method, because they've been setting a really high pace so far.
Yeah, Method is certainly the team to beat in this tournament, in my opinion. I had them before week 1 as the team to beat. Some said Vitality, a few also said Method. That is my team of choice. They've just been doing so well recently in external tournaments. And in EU, they are able to take down some of the best when it comes down to it.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a team that is always a threat, and Casio with the first shot. Can he get it? What a save by Boots! Getting it narrowly down straight to Winter. Casio is there to get the clear, but Envy narrowly escapes that first goal. Still alive there with Moot, trying to get the pass happen, not working yet. Winter
that was a short goal.
Yeah.
Like, Casio got on that so nicely, but Mount just from the side.
I fully saw it. Yeah. Was ready to prepare the words for the winning goal, but it's not happening yet. Burrito B getting it straight up to Rix Ronde. Rix could not get the cherry picker on that one. Still Casio in front, no one in front. Everyone is just retreating to get some boost on Method's side. But we're still on the blue side of the pitch right now. Method putting a lot of pressure on Envy.
Yeah, I'd love to see the stats for how much time it's spent in the blue half in the start of this game. So that time minute was almost entirely played in the blue section of the pitch. Burrito B taking a shot on net, but Winter managing to get there nice and quickly, so winning range through the shot. Burrito Burrito B now with a touch, nearly on target. Moot again, back in defense. Casio from the side, finding Rix. We've seen that happen in the previous goal where Burrito then got a touch to it to make it a nice waterfall. They can keep doing those three-man team plays, which the best teams do. They're certainly in great stead. Burrito B nearly getting that floor pinch as well. Just going for so many angles of attack. They're not just going backboard, backboard, backboard. They're not just going infield passes over and over again. They have done one of everything so far. This is a smorgasbord of Rocket League.
It is. I like that smorgasbord of Rocket League. This is a great way to put it in. And you know what? Let's just check with Method. I mean, they've been playing great. I want to see what they're telling each other.
Oh god.
Okay. I shouldn't have won. Let's go. Yep.
Let's go. We get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, I can't. Can you? Nice. Okay, go. I'm in net. Okay. If you can. Nice.
Again? You can still get it? Nice.
Close one. I can't.
Can't either.
Can you?
Yeah. 0. You got Casio? Go?
Yeah. You got?
I'm not there. But board. You missed. You boards.
I'm going.
To the ball. See, after they conceded that goal, they just stayed confident with us, saying, okay, it's fine, let's get back in it. Burrito B physically shook it out. He cracked his neck, he got back into this game. There's still 2.5 minutes remaining. That does not seem to have knocked him at all.
Yeah, and I like how chill they are. They sound very calm. It's a bit of a ASMR comms on that team. Really chill in the guys on Method. They know they can come back. For now, it's Envy with a slight advantage, but Method has clearly been the one with more opportunities.
Yeah, Envy looking to take this game if it sticks at this current standing. Winther, if he does win this series, is allowed to keep that name. So that is one of the reasons why I'm really rooting for Method here.
The stakes are massively high for Envy. Stumpy will not accept the name change unless you get the win today. And Method is working their way towards trying coming back. Rix Ronde with a great pass, but Epsilon was there to save it. Moot could not get that one. Burrito with a clear. Cannot set an offense of this. Try for Winther. We're back on the orange side. I still feel like we haven't spent that much time on the orange side for this whole game.
Yeah, despite there being a goal and them having a higher conversion rate for their shots to goals, it does seem like it's been Method dominant in terms of keeping it in the Envy half. Also, really nice, Envy a blue team, Method a orange team. That is lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you, based gods, for that. I appreciate it so much.
We thank the production team for this while we wait to have a proper decall for Esports. As for now, it is going to be Envy in blue still in the lead, but a great opportunity for Rix Ronde. He gets the shot, and it's extremely loud shout we hear here in the Gfinity Arena. Rix Ronde evens it up, less than a minute to go, and Method is back on track.
Casio sending that nicely onto the backboard, realising there's nobody back. Moot, though, once again, was the guy back in the end, but Rix can send it just below him. 1-1 now, with a minute left. Epsilon can't get around Casio. That bump between Rix and Burrito B at the start could have been absolutely catastrophic. That became a little bit end-to-end. I thought Rix might end up scoring it, which would have been completely unjust.
Yeah, and Burrito this time gets the flip. Can't get in. No, Epsilon is there. Great save by the third guy, but Rix Ronde could not get it on target again. Burrito B trying to get a shot. And Winder still extremely good on the defense. Casio this time gets it out of play. 20 seconds remaining. Both of the teams gunning for that last goal, but not willing to overcommit. Burrito B has a chance, but a great challenge again. Method can't score again.
And looking, this game is going to be going into overtime. Last chance for Method to score here. Epsilon gets up nice and high. Gets it away from the goal. Moot again defending their draw. Hoping for this to enter overtime, and it will in game number 2. Will this continue Method's win streak, or are Envy going to be winning their first game?
Yeah, a much more convincing game by Envy this time. They've just been able to keep control, to make some offenses going, and especially to lock Method down, because we know how hard it could be. They're so fast. A great pass there, but a big backflip from Moot. Unfortunate for him.
A little bit high for him to get to. It was a bit of a bounce pass.
Yeah.
A little bit unfortunate, but good positioning though. That's what they can take from that. they made sure that they were in a position to have a nice infield pass and a shot, because if that connected, that was looking scary.
Definitely Moot again with a whiff, but Winder is behind, can get a strong clear. Rick's challenging it, Epsilon is behind, does not pick up the boost, just gets that clear again, a shot from Burrito B. Moot is still vigilant, and Casio. There again, we have seen him a bit less on that game too. He's been locked a bit by Team Envy, but still there, waiting to get his chance.
Winter coming off the backboard. Can't quite make it. Os on backboard once again. Moot up. Not going into his normal defensive role now. A demo. Almost came out. That is going to be Rick's Ronde capitalizing on, I think, who was it on Envy? It was Winter, and then Moot Central couldn't get to it. Ricks gets it in the back of the net. One more game, and they're going to be securing another 3-0.
Yep, Method still looking strong. We've said how big of a threat this team is, and you know, they just are. Rick's Ronde is just good at finishing when needed. They can trust each other, and they've been solid overall. Despite Envy stepping up on that game too, Method didn't look that worried anyway.
Yeah, writing down the score just so I remember before latest. So the first game was 3-2 to Method. This game 2-1 to Method in overtime. Jumping into a bit of analysis here with some goal replays. That is one that I was sure was going to be going in.
I cannot believe he saved that.
That is a wondrous save off that crossbar again. That's when we were hearing their comms.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hit the crossbar, they were like, oh, right, that's going to be going in. Let's come back. And they did come back and win it. That composure is what makes this team so hard to play against, because no matter what you throw at them, they've had it all before, and they know they can come back from it.
Yeah, that's when you know experience is key. I mean, you've lived through these situations. You know that you don't have to like be in a bad position psychologically when you're behind in one goal. You know that you still have time to come back, and they've shown an admirable fight so far. Method one game away from another sweep on the Gfinity Elite Series. Last game of the day for Rocket League, and they're doing amazing. Envy still looking for consistency,
but still in theory being fairly strong. Yeah. They've taken Method there to an overtime. Anybody could have taken it there. Yeah, the first game, only 1 goal difference. I think it would be a shame if this ended 3-0 purely because of how close the games have been, and it doesn't necessarily reflect how much Envy have been trying and how well they have been actually sort of scoring all of these goals, keeping it close. Method, though, looking very dominant. Whenever a pass can come in, they are going for it. I still also don't think this is the best performance we've seen from Method.
Oh, and what a start there for Rick's Ronde, getting advantage of that kickoff straight away. 4 seconds in, Method already getting that first game after a scrappy kickoff there from Team Envy. Envy will have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, lovely cheat up there by Rick's Ronde, and a cheat isn't actually when he's cheating. It just means that he pushes far up on the kickoff. You see Casio do it there, so that any 50-50 will end up, if it lands in the middle, going in your favour. It can be risky if it pinches out to the side, then you've got 2 men out of position. That time though, Rick's Ronde can just catch it, flick it, score it.
Yep, that was a good one from him, and a shot by Moot not working yet. Winder again trying to set the pass. Winder has been saying a lot in defensive position. We've seen on the last game, the one time he went on the offense was when the goal happened. He needs to just get out a bit more and try to contribute to the team offense. Unfortunately unable to do so against Method's strong defense so far. Rick's Ronde getting a clear, and Winder this time gets a shot. The crossbar denies it. Moot with the backboard. Epsilon, no! What a save by Burrito B. Keeping it clean, and 1-0 still for Method. Team Envy still pushing, still trying to keep it up, but Burrito B with a clear. Epsilon this time, unfortunately, this pass will land straight on Casio. Could not make much of it. Epsilon again with another pass, and Moot has a golden opportunity. No, Burrito B is that fast. Not working yet, and we're back on the blue side as Epsilon attacks it. No one on the goal. Epsilon jumps. That should be the goal. 1 each on this game 4. Game 3, Team Envy is back on track, and they're going to try to carry on the momentum.
Nobody left back in defense there. You see Epsilon looking so happy with themselves that they've managed to sink it in the back of the net. A demo coming in on Casio opens it up entirely. Epsilon just, I don't even think he needed that touch. That was going in regardless. He just wants to pad his stats.
Yeah, of course, you need the style points for
respect.
And he got them. Winder this time trying to get a pass, another pass again, but Moot is a bit too behind. Did not want to take that risk there, and risk to overextend. Moot with a save again. Great defense by Moot.
Now, what was lovely there is that he could have gone for the shot or the pass, leaving Moot in such an awkward position. He doesn't know where to defend. Ends up staying near post-it so that he can lunge across the net if the pass does come in, or if he sends it to the opposite corner. So really good vision by Moot, able to keep this scoreline as just a 1-0. Cassio a second ago having an opportunity to get a goal. Can't quite sink it in either. Sent long. 3 minutes remain. Winther on his back corner. Interrupted by Cassio's. Epsilon is back up again. Running out of boost on the way. At target. Moot again. Defense.
Yep, it used to be the wall of Waffle. He changed his name and it's now the wall of Moot so far. Today has been saving a lot, and Moot this time gonna try to set the offense. Rix Ronde waiting for him, gets the ball successfully for Rix. Gonna get the offense, but Epsilon with a great challenge. Gonna use the backboard. Can Moot get it? He can, but what a save by Burrito B. Epsilon narrowly a bit too late to get the demo on time. Still, the offense is on for Envy. Double commit on Method side. Rix Ronde is there to save the day. Epsilon again. And it's back into Burrito B's hands.
It must be so frustrating as Envy. You've had 2 really good shots come in on net. They've just landed exactly where Burrito B has been lurking, ready to punt it back off the line. Envy, maybe be more imaginative. Get these infield passes coming out so that it's not just a straight shot on the net. 'Cause right now, Burrito B is reading you like a book.
Definitely, Burrito B has been very consistent. Ooh, a potential critical mistake there, but thankfully not on target, and back for Epsilon to get a pass. Cassio coming it as high as he can. Double whiff there between Cassio and Winder. That's going to be for Burrito B to the double touch, and what a save again by Epsilon. Envy still solid behind. They know that a goal might mean the end for today, so they need to just keep it clean behind. He's still working Moot with the offense. Not get it on Burrito B. Epsilon out of boost, but making an offense happen. A pass, he'll have time to come back.
Right wall, Rix Ronde sends it nice and far. Moot again, earning himself, I think, the second Saviour medal of the game, where you get 3 saves in 1 game. So I think he's on roughly 6 now. Burrito B sending that off his own backboard. Moot sends it central. Epsilon on target. 1 minute 11. The lead is gained for Envy.
Epsilon slowly but surely getting better through this series there, and he's been great. You've talked about those infield passes, and this is exactly what just happened. Stumping you as Moot gives it to Epsilon for the second goal, and this time Envy is up 1, 1 minute and 11 seconds to hold the score and move towards that game 4 if they can.
Rix Ronde stretching himself out for that touch. Winther nearly getting it around the side of Burrito B. Moot central. Rix interrupting, earns himself the Saviour medal this time. Nice pinch, sends that long, no control on it though. Gets up in the way of in the way of Epsilon. Cassio can't get in the way of that long clear coming out now. 10 boost to Burrito's B named. Rix Ronde takes over instead. Backboard plays abound right now as we approach 30 seconds and potentially Envy's first win of Season 4.
Yeah, Envy still looking for it, still solid, but we know how good Method can be on the offense. The shot, but what a save again by Epsilon, has been so good on the defense. Still has to save a shot by Rix Ronde. Save again, Burrito B has to get back for the boost and leaves it to Cassio to get a pass to Rix. What a pass it was, but again Moot was there. 13 seconds remaining. Method is going full force.
They are getting on the backs of Envy so hard now, leaving them open to a little bit of a counter-attack. Moot making sure that it stays down in the Method half as long as possible. Burrito B with a nice flick up. That is nearly on target. Burrito B cannot secure that goal at the end. Envy will be counting their blessings, praying to the sky as they secure game number 3, keeping themselves in the series.
I cannot believe what just happened. I thought the goal was in. Method had the opportunity, but unfortunately could not get in before the last bounce and the final whistle of that
Epsilon
is getting hyped up. He is happy about this game. He knows he has to carry on this. 2 goals for him on this game. He's been the savior of his team, and he's looking forward to do so again. But what a nail-biter of a game.
So many shots coming out there from both teams. 10 on the side of Envy, 9 on the side of Method, and just about enough saves to make that 2-1 in the end. I can't wait to see this final shot attempt by Burrito B.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because Cassio was also there and Rix did so well to send it that far and so on target. It was essentially a sitter.
Yeah, and the save there by Burrito was ridiculous. A couple of amazing saves we've seen between Burrito and Epsilon as well. Moot, who was strong on defense, so many saves. Epsilon, the man of the match here on that one. And you could see Method trying. They've got so many shots on this one, but they could not make it work.
It was nearly Rocket League. Burrito B getting such a nice flick. Cassio, sorry, sending it on. Burrito B couldn't secure that final touch. They could have gone on to win it in overtime, but look, they're still friends. They're still okay. They have faced worse than this. Ultimately, still in better standings than Envy to win it, but Envy are on their way back up in this series.
They are on their way back. Let's see, and you can see Epsilon is hyping everyone up. Let's go, he says, and he's ready for game 4. 2-1 for Method.
Big kickoff going to be coming up. This could be the one that secures Method, like we said, their second win of the Elite Series, sending them to the top of their group. Burrito B attempting to get in the way of Epsilon, can't quite. Rick's Ronde sends central, touched on as a banned touch.
What?
Rick's missing the open net, not quite thinking that the blue defender wasn't going to make any contact with it at all. That is 200 IQ.
Yeah, that was really hard for him. Rick's Ronde trying to get back on track, gets it, but Epsilon again has been extremely solid behind. Cassio now using it, cannot get it on target. Winder is gonna get the clear, and a lot of pressure being put on that blue side straight away. We spent the entire game on Envy's side. Method trying to get that early goal.
Sent central once again by Epsilon. Potentially could have gone across and find Burrito B there, but there was an Envy defender lurking to intercept. An awkward touch by Moot. Method will secure the first goal of game number 4.
Very unfortunate for Envy there. Moot could not get a clean hit on that wall and got a golden opportunity for Cassio to score. Cassio, don't ask him twice. He'll just use it straight away.
Method looking up in this series. Cassio just to the left of the target. Comes central again, but Moot just peers out of net. Send it far. Epsilon finds Moot. Will nearly return the favour. That fake completely sends Rick's Ronde for a loop.
Yeah, it is. That was really hard to get on. You know what? I'm going to call it a fake because unless proven otherwise, it is a fake.
Fake until proven guilty.
Exactly. It worked, and Envy evens it up 1-1. They are putting up a fight. They want to get to that game 5.
Again, this game starting even, but will another team make it? So there is a bigger goal differential than 1. That's all we've seen between these teams so far. Method, in theory, so much stronger with this current roster from the first week, as well as their sort of track record that we've seen in the Elite Series. 2-3, an overtime, and a 2-1. Currently sitting at 1-1, and a chance emerges for Envy that they just can't take again.
Yeah, attempt on a double touch there by Burrito B, but Epsilon was vigilant. Rick's Ronde cannot get a clean shot on this one. It's back for Cassio. Wants to make a pass happen, still managed to get to Epsilon, but not enough. Moot was behind, using the ground pinch. Still does not get much of it. Envy has spent so long under pressure right next to their goal. Really want to just get it away and go back to that orange side, but the pressure from Method is absolutely massive.
You just saw there Cassio, or maybe Burrito B, lurking, able to bump Moot if it came down to it for an easy shot for his teammates. Doesn't need to though. Rick's Ronde nearly finding Cassio across. Again, can't quite. Approaching half-time in this game, looking like this extended pressure for Method is going to work out any second now.
What a play there, and again, what a save by Epsilon. Stopped straight away that infield pass attempt. Epsilon has been massively solid behind for Envy, and he's still keeping up. Moot this time. Not enough boost for him to go and challenge this ball, so he's just gonna wait. Cassio with a shot not working, and Winder finally getting a clear touch. We couldn't manage to stay on that orange side for too long as Method looks like they are in control despite not being ahead on the scoreboard. Cassio this time gonna try to go for an air dribble. Not working yet. Back to Burrito B with the pass. Oh, what pass! What a goal! Burrito B for the pass for Rick's Ronde, and Rick's Ronde finish was absolutely ridiculous. Moot got this one, but unfortunately for him could not get the clear. 2-1 for Method, taking a strong option towards the win today.
Lovely touch by Burrito. They've been taking a few direct shots on net, so I don't think they were expecting a touchdown central. We saw Nexo earlier score from that kind of position.
really nicely for Vitality. But Burrito B just being that little step further, getting the team play. Rix, I'm just lucky, to be honest, that his weak shot ends up being ricocheted back into him and the dunk is successful. Now Method well on track to getting this win at the scoreline of 3-1.
All right, Epsilon this time, gonna try to go over Burrito. Burrito with a great defense, but Mood, can he put it in? No! Just wide, and Casio this time eliminates Winder. Burrito with a shot, no, Epsilon was back on the defense, and Mood could not get the shot. Unfortunate for him, that was a massive opportunity to get back on track. Winder with a shot, Mood gets it, and this time he gets the goal. 2-2 between these two, 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining. Envy is still on.
I guarantee you here, Winter wanted to go for the shot, but Moot was saying, find me, just find me. I'm central, there's nobody here. Please just get the ball to me. Does so, returns the favor to him, and in the end, Moot can sink that 2-2, just over a minute. Feeling like in the audience, we've got a few more Method fans than Envy fans. That was a convincing yes, I appreciate that, thank you.
Let's see, Envy still working their way. Get back on track on this series. Very even so far. Great fight between these two teams. Which one they taking his sweet time, knows that he does not have to take a risk there. Still intercepted by Epsilon. Mood with a shot and Mood with a goal again. He is always where you need him, and the crowd is waking up for Envy. Envy 3, Method 2, and Envy takes an option towards that game 5.
Rix taking his time allowed Envy to come forward with a counter-attack. Was able to form up. Epsilon getting a really good challenge. 1 goal separating these guys now, and looking like either we're going to be going to overtime because we've only ever had 1 goal differences, or it will end as this score. 40 seconds and we will know.
We'll know. Great shot, but Winder was there for the save. Rix with a pass to Casio. Casio gets it as well. Is Burrito be around? No, he's a bit too far. Rix gonna use the backboard. Epsilon out of boost, but a save by Winder. 30 seconds remaining. Envy trying to hold the score, but Method with the pressure. Epsilon with another clear.
Rix getting that central for Burrito B. Off that side will try. Rix high. Casio off that back as well. Goes for the double. Can't quite make it. Burrito B was waiting there to poach it. Maybe thought his teammate had the opportunity. Has to send it long off this backboard if Method want any chance. Goes up for an air dribble. Goes far. Lands central. Moot up though. He has been so strong on defense. Continues it to the last seconds of this game. Stays up. This game only ends when we hit 0 seconds. Rix with a nice doink, keeps it central. Burrito B. Central finds Casio. Moot once again with a cracking save. Epsilon can touch down. We are going to game 5.
I'm out of breath, Zombie. I'm out of breath. What a finish there by Envy, managing to just keep it on and keep that lead, save that final shot by Casio. And once again, Method got extremely close from getting the final goal, but unfortunately could not get it in. And you can see there, Epsilon trying to keep calm, a big smile on his face. They are on their way to a potential reverse sweep.
I do want to be the guy to mention it, because that always jinxes it. Are you calling it a reverse sweep?
Really? No. We may be on our way.
Oh, you've covered yourself.
I am not taking any risk. I am just stating facts here. Facts only, Stompy.
Okay, I am calling it a reverse sweep, because why not? Okay. We're going to see a reverse sweep here.
Someone's going to get jumped, and that's not going to be me.
Method, because they've gone 2 up, a reverse sweep is when the other team comes back and wins the next 3 games, taking it to a 3-2 scoreline when they were down and nearly out. Envy, can they continue this run of positivity they have got and maintain just a 1 goal differential in this next game?
Yeah, they're gonna try, and you can see it's much more silent on Method's side. They're just sitting down, contemplating their mistakes and trying to figure out what did we do on these first 2 games that was so efficient against Envy. Obviously much more lighthearted on Envy's side after these 2 wins back-to-back. They just need to keep the momentum on, and what an important momentum is gonna be starting that game 5.
Yeah, looking to see Mount be more defensive once again in this series. He was so strong throughout those last 4 games. Can he maintain a low scoreline for his team? Or is the pressure of Method going to completely overrun them? We have 5 minutes until we find out who wins the final match of week 2.
All right, and straight away is Winter getting the first goal, just doing a Method there. Method has been doing that a lot, but this time it's Winder with the first goal, 5 seconds in, Envy takes the lead.
Sneaking just ahead of Casio as well to get there. You see that a lot in football, when you have somebody running for a header, they sort of look quite unassuming, and then they sprint in front of the last defender and just touch it at the last second. Winther doing that role to perfection. 1-0 in the fastest goal that we have seen in this game so far.
What?
Casio? What on earth do you think you're doing scoring that?
Bring a calculator, I'd have to calculate that angle. He created an angle there. Casio, what a goal from him. 10 seconds later, and he evened it up already. 15 seconds in, 1-1. What a game 5 we're starting, Stumpy.
What?
Don't even try.
Where did that angle come from?
I'll measure it later.
Okay, that's ridiculous. Casio is popping off in this final game. Rix attempting to pass across to Burrito B, who was not quite ready to come forward as Casio was without boost and couldn't work his way back quickly. Still without boost, didn't quite pick up that corner one, gets it finally. The shot coming central for Winther. Attacks it again, Burrito B off this left side. He's got nobody in the centre to find. Winther moves his way back, can't get that central boost though, as Rix will get it instead. Casio going for the double here. That's one, nearly the second.
Yeah, nearly the second and narrowly saved by Envy's side there. This time Burrito trying to get it, but again saved Burrito with a shot. Oh! No! What a save again! Was it Winther? I think that was Winther there.
It was.
Coming back at the last second to get the save. Still 1-1. And only 1 minute, I'm already absolutely out of breath, Stumpy.
What has this series become? Winther getting such a quick goal. The response. And now Moot can sneak that to the close post. Envy fans are starting to light up in the audience at the Gfinity Elite Series arena. Moot's got a smile on his face. He is ready to win this.
A massive smile on Moot's face, obviously. Has been playing amazing on the previous game and on this one as well. Looking to close that reverse sweep, but obviously 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining for Method to come back. This is more than enough time to score a couple of goals. They're gonna try to keep it up. Casio this time with the pass and Moot straight away intercepting the ball. He's been so good at cutting the offense down. Constantly there. Winder this time trying to keep the ball. Casio again with a challenge. Method has been more and more aggressive on that last game there. They have identified that Envy is gunning for these goals. Method needs to be a bit more proactive.
3 minutes remaining, Envy being in the lead by just 1 goal. That is all the differential we've had in this series. Also, I'm keeping it in this orange half. This has started to switch. We've noticed such a different team Envy in this final game. Previously, it has been so much pressure on them, and then Method failing to score at the last second. This time, though, every single chance that they have got is purely earned.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be important to just keep consistent there. Burrito.
No boost.
There. Yeah, just get it back to Casio and Epsilon with a good challenge there. I tried to get a good pass. There is a good one. Can anyone get it? No, Winder does not get it on target. Epsilon trying to keep the ball alive, but could not do much with it. Mood's just happy to stay behind and wait, does not want to take too many risks. And he's been the guy to save Envy so far. He's been the one to just avoid taking too many risks and just be behind to cover his two teammates. And he's been working wonderfully so far.
Epsilon had a chance there to send his team 3 goals up to 1. Just needed to sneak it near post, couldn't quite manage it. Epsilon with a chance again. Can't steal that back post. It's taken by a Method defender. Burrito up nice and high, getting these big clears. Moot at the back, trying to get those demos, just bump people out of the way. Instead, Epsilon takes on the Exterminator role. Sent central by Winther. Casio. No boost, but sends it at the net. I thought he'd go central with that again because he didn't have much boost to go for it. Maybe attempted it, but couldn't get around it just enough. Burrito B goes for 1, drops it central. Ooh. Casio with a chance, Winther with the save.
What a save by Winther again. Mood this time for a pass for Epsilon. Epsilon cannot get a clear shot on that. Easy save by Rix Fronde, but not the best of clears. Double whiff there. Back to Casio. Casio to Burrito.
Needed to be lower.
Yep. Winther was there. Vigilant. Rix this time. Tried to do it by himself, but Epsilon is always behind. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining, and this time it's still Envy heading towards the victory there. Can Method get that goal?
Nearly a reverse sweep forming for you today, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute 15 seconds for that answer to be revealed. Method trying their best to get just 1 goal back, at least take it to overtime. Moot across. Didn't want to have that ball for too long, apparently. Maybe could have gone for a dribble with the 30-odd boost that he ended up having. Found central off the back of Epsilon as he works his way back, half flipping very neatly.
Important one by Epsilon just comes back on track. Epsilon this time challenges the ball. It's back for Burrito. Burrito using the back ball, does not have enough boost to follow it up. And a big double whiff there. Casio capitalizes on that once again. Every single time there was the slightest mistake on Team Envy's defense, one man was there to capitalize on it. Casio evened it up. 2-2, 41 seconds remaining. What a game 5.
Winter went Mount when neither of them making contact until it fell to the method man of Casio. Like you say, Damascus, that has been an issue for Envy throughout this series. 30 seconds. Method have drawn this game. Both teams don't want this in overtime because that becomes last chance saloon. Whoever scores next, they will almost certainly be winning this series entirely. Envy on the back of a reverse sweep. Casio from his own goal line goes up, clears it long. Tries to go up this left-hand side, but again, low on boost. You've seen that multiple times, and he can't continue his attacks. Whether he's being starved or his teammates take it, I'm not too sure. Casio again, central, tries to find Rix. Epsilon just keeping it in the orange half as the other two stay back. There's 2-on-1 back though. Moot is definitely one of them.
Definitely Burrito be trying to make something happen. Not much will do there. Can Epsilon get a shot? No, he just challenges Rix on this ball. And that's going to be the overtime on game 5. Final game on the day. Final goal of the day for these two teams. And get those very important 3 points there. Epsilon, first one to get knowledgeable. Not much boost available, unfortunately, at the beginning of the game there. But Rix one day this time. Gonna get a pass to Burrito. Burrito gets the ball again, straight to the corner. Can Burrito hit it again? No, he narrowly whiffs it.
Rix now facing off with 0 boost. Takes that 100 to commit. Epsilon and Winter once again just going 2 up for 1 ball. Just in front of the net, however, Epsilon can get a nice clear. Rita be up around the back again. Guys, the backboard is not working. Start going for infields a little bit more if you're on Method. Same for Envy. You've scored and had some great attempts off those infields. 30 seconds in Damascus. This is one hell of a series it's turned into.
Has been one hell of a final series today. Winter this time, gonna get the clear over Casio. Epsilon whiffs Rix from there as well. Mutilda saved the day, out of boost for him, but still chasing the ball, trying to keep Casio on deck there. Winter gets the ball again, cannot make much happen, but yes, at least he gets the clear there. Burrito B with his own one. What a save by Epsilon, denies the victory off the hands of Burrito B.
Rix now just being a nuisance, as he is so good at B. Casio central, Burrito B just comes a little bit wide, can't quite get a shot on. They are penned back in the Envy half right now. Nothing is leaking into the Method section of the pitch. Casio could have come central there towards Burrito B, didn't instead opt for a shot. Redirect coming out from Winter, can't quite get it in. 2 up again. The Envy special from the side of Method. Winter towards the backboard. Epsilon trying to hit central, can't quite get it. The audience, every single touch, it earns a massive shout from the fans on either side here. 10 boost to his name, Winter. Can he get the shot? Nearly comes out from Moot. Shot on target! It's a reverse sweep. The team Envy Shogun is doubled over. He can't believe it. Onset's got his mouth wide open. 3-2. Only one game, only one goal rather between it for every single one. Envy get the final 3, securing their first win. 1 point for Method, 3 for them.
What an absolutely amazing series we've seen, and what a play by Moot himself. He's been quite silent at the beginning of the game. His first game was not the best, and he consistently rose up through that series until he got that final goal. He got the great goal as well in the previous game, and he's been the guy to put Envy back on track and get their first win on the Elite Series this season.
Moot, throughout that, was such a strong defensive character. Made sure that every touch he got, it was the one to send it clear. I adored everything about that series, and Damascus, I'm really, really sorry, but we have to call him Winter now. It's horrible. Back to you, Tom. How do you feel about that?
Wow, let me tell you this. A name change was needed. If you're not up to speed on this, Waffle has changed his name.
He's evolved. He's evolved into it.
Winter is coming.
I tell you what, I'll tell you this. Method did not know Winter was coming. They were 2-0 up, and the reverse sweep happened. We didn't necessarily predict it, but wow. What a day, week 2 for Rocket League.
I mean, it was sort of the day of just the upsets, to be completely honest. We saw earlier on Army really stepping up to the plate. They took an upset victory over Epsilon, and then this is so much bigger than that one was because nothing was expected here. Last week we saw Envy, and they might be the flattest team I've ever seen in Rocket League, and this week they come. It's completely different. It's night and day.
It was just crazy. We were watching it backstage, and it was 2-0 to Method. We were like, this is a 3-0. There's no way back. And we were like, oh, they got a game. That's pretty cool. Like, great. Well done, Envy. Then it sort of tied up, and then to clutch it in overtime as well. The way that they won that. If they don't ride from that momentum into next time that they're here, then I don't know what they
it was
do. That's
saves.
Such a big confidence boost.
I think it was game 4. There was saves after saves after save. We definitely saved the best till last because they really did deliver. And when it came to just making sure the opposition doesn't get the goal.
Well, one thing you were saying about Method, Shogun, is they take any opportunity to shoot. It doesn't mean it's the greatest quality opportunity, but it allows them to get. It's the pressure they try and create, but Envy stood up to it, and obviously they lost the first 2 games, but after that they did make save after save after save, and somehow they scrape out a series victory. I mean, you were saying beforehand they were happy with they were looking to improve through this series, but to come away with a win, I mean, they couldn't have asked for it.
They'll be surprised by that as much as we are, I can absolutely assure you of that, but that overtime, I think they took 1 shot throughout the entirety of the overtime. I believe I counted like 6 on the side of Method, but that 1 shot was all that mattered. If you can make it quality, then you can take it, but that is huge. That blows another group wide open. Both A and B, you don't know what's happening anymore.
Listen, gentlemen, so many beautiful moments. We're seeing the reactions there. Method thought they've got this, we've still got this. The coach, but they looked calm and collected, Envy. And I tell you what, that guy in the middle, he was in the mood for winning. No, in the mood.
We'll get there eventually.
We will. Listen, you do that. Listen, there was a Domino's goal and player of the week, and Stumpy and Ariel have got all the details on that.
I've got a bone to pick with you, Tom. It's not Winther, it's Vinder. I've just told you that now, okay? Remember it, store it. That is what Waffle's new name is. That's actually his middle name. That's why we're calling him that now. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a Domino's takeaway moment, aren't we? And how have you narrowed this down today, something? Because there has been some moments today.
There's been some amazing goals so far. This is probably the turning point in the Vitality game. It was when Nexo ended up scoring, getting a really nice touch off the belly of his car, just drops it below 2 defenders.
I love that, the belly of his car.
It's like
but
belly
you
of the beast.
explained it to me, didn't you? Because when you can show us this goal, can't you?
I can.
Because there's something about when it hits the belly of the car, the ball slows down.
Yes.
Is that right?
Basically, yeah. So when the ball hits the belly of the car, it hits all 4 wheels. Anytime it hits a wheel, the ball slows down. It basically absorbs all the power from it and just stops it and takes all the momentum out of it. So
he did kind of say that it wasn't skill, it was luck, but we'll give it to him. It's fine.
No, it was a great goal. Right. So if we look through it first, so Nexo sends it long and then carries on going. That is a vital point because he knows that as Ferry's on his way back and he's past it, he can stay up here for something that in Rocket League is called a redirect, where the ball hits your car and you obviously redirect it. It's very easy.
Nice.
So are we pausing it in the replay just to show it? Because you see him just drop it there behind 2 defenders.
Nice.
His game knowledge is what makes this so impressive for me. So you see Ferry pass it back, and as he's in the air there, you then see...
This is the belly of the car.
That is the belly of the car. You have, using all my things here, you have 1 defender, 2 defender, and then you have the lines that they have come from. So Pugsley is coming off the wall here. Did that the wrong way, that's a bit confusing. He's come off the wall that way instead. Chakaron comes from the centre, travelling up, and Nexo using let's use that one, why not? The belly of his car.
The belly of the car.
Just to slow it down enough so that when the ball hits him, it will drop ever so sweetly down into the net, into the danger zone.
Shogun said that was like, what was it, one of the most classiest goals or one of his finest goals he's ever witnessed.
Very pretty.
And I think that is why it deserves to be our Domino's takeaway moment.
Domino's takeaway moment, and good applause from Stumpy with a script in his hand. Beautifully done. And let's see how that has affected the groups coming at the end of week 2. So there you go, Group A on your left-hand side, Method. Envy getting 3 points. That is desperately needed, and the pressure is now on XL to come back and get a win next week. And then on Group B, wow, #United at the top of the table with 6 points. What do you make of that, gentlemen?
I mean, the 2 teams that are at the bottom of the groups are the teams that have only played once so far. So if they get 3 points on the board, I mean, every single group is completely all to play for. The surprise here is if you take those two out of the equation because of that, Fnatic sat on 1 point. I mean, would we have thought they'd be at the bottom of the pile at this point? Probably not.
I mean, we're looking at Group B as well. Nordavind and Fnatic, they're both on a low amount of points. Hashtag will not be playing next week. If those two teams can step up and like cause some damage to everyone else, Hashtag are going to be loving it because they can come back and they'll be able to maintain their form. They'll be able to still be towards the very top. And the pressure will be on everyone else.
Yeah, you say Hashtag are not playing next week. Let's have a look at the fixtures so you can start getting it in your diary when you can join us next Saturday at 11 a.m. Those will be the fixtures in that order. Team Envy kicking us off. They'll be eager to get back after just winning that one today in our last match. Which one stands out for you out of those 4 fixtures?
I gotta say Fnatic Army, actually. I'm looking at that one, I'm saying a win either way on that could determine whether or not either of them get into the playoffs. Fnatic have to win that, in my opinion, because everyone else is starting to just collect points from pretty much any game. If they go 0-2 to start the season, even if they did pick up that 1 point last week, it's not gonna be enough heading into the last few weeks of the season.
Onset, we were talking about the team to beat earlier on. I asked you guys out on our Twitter as well. Get involved with this at Gfinity with the hashtag Rocket League. Ariel has got the results for us.
I've got some results, and also because there's been so much upset today, there's been conversation flowing on Twitter today, and I've got some of my highlights from today. First up is Shakaron, who said, I'm happy with the performance overall. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but Vitality played well, just didn't push on from the first game. 3 weeks of grind ahead now, so he's already focusing on the next match. This next tweet, you'll be happy to know that I actually translated myself. You wait for it. Vamos! We are beasts. We beat Epsilon at Gfinity, the toughest challenger in the group, crushed 3-1. I'm very proud of you all, Teda, Dustin, and Flux. We are Asus ROG. Vamos. Actually translated that myself, definitely did. And the third one comes from Bilbo, and it just says, unfortunate. In capital letters. If you do want to get involved in the conversation at Gfinity, make sure you use the hashtag Rocket League. The results of our poll today, we asked you who you think is going to win the Series 4 of our Rocket League Elite Series, and well, 62% of you thought Vitality. Go figure. 11% thought Method, 14% thought Epsilon, and 13% thought other. We'll have another poll for you next week, and make sure you join the conversation. Also, if you want to head on down, gfinityesports.com/tickets. Sit next to me and Dimsy. See? Like this.
Right,
I'm not getting him on the mic. He's had too much airtime.
We can't contractually say that will happen if you come down, that you get to sit next to Deems in Ariel, but we'll try our hardest. The other was 13%, the unlucky 13. Ooh, could be though. So,
I mean, that's including Hashtag, who are laying out their minds at the moment, so.
Indeed. Well, listen, gentlemen, let's see what else is coming up at Gfinity over today and the next week. As you can see tonight, 6 p.m, Street Fighter 5. Incredible scenes. The pop-offs are amazing. The action's beautiful as well. And never is a set to, and it fails to deliver. Listen, guys, we look at that. FIFA will be back 6 p.m. next Friday and 11 a.m. for Rocket League. Shogun, massive thank you to you. Onset, massive thank you. Thumbs up from me to Ariel as well, to Stumpy, and your main man, Damascus. And for this crowd as well that have been down, they've been amazing today. So there you go. And everyone else that's been working on this show. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. We've seen some absolutely cracking matches today. Join us next week at 11 a.m. for more of the same. Take care. Bye. This is going to be a juicy contest. The team that everybody is potentially fearing at the moment, it is Vitality.
It's a big game that we've got first up. They are loving it right now.
Phenomenal, perfect, sublime. Take your pick. Move forward, set up a 10-er! 3-1, and the upset could be on the cards.
That's on target. Method versus Envy.
Shot target!